Anthony on satellite radio. Host Anthony Cumia and Greg Opie.
Commercial team. And Anthony apologizing for yet another raunchy
comment prophetically laced rap. Is this the last straw for the raunchy radio duo?
I have a raging heart on.
Let me tell you something about this radio show you listen to. We are really good.
Yeah, man, we hang out, we gonna be all wet. Yeah, man.
We know when we suck. We know when we're great. But we do like when you say how great we are.
Holy shit! Oh, my good golly!
Hey, look, we're broadcasting again.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Yes, let's do it. Good morning, everybody.
Hi there. Hi there. Ooh, a little tinny today for some reason. Odd.
I don't know. I don't know what the heck happens.
War.
Between the times we broadcast. Jesse Ventura will be on our show today. Oh, that's right. No, he won't.
Of course he won't. He doesn't like, interesting conversation, little confrontation. Jimmy Norton. Norton.
Steve's like, we asked him a few times. I'm like, man, ask once. Invite him once. If he wants to come, he comes. If he doesn't, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Who cares? I think it'd be great to have him in. You don't want to come in? Don't.
He doesn't want to come in because he doesn't want to look stupid.
Well, that's...
I think if he felt like he could hold his own on this show, he would come back. Because that's what happened the last few times. He was on Larry King last night.
I'm sure it was a riveting, challenging interview.
Well, he's got a big book on conspiracies.
Yeah. Oh, a book now on conspiracies? What, the
government conspiracy?
The lame show wasn't enough? Yeah. You think he did that too? Hey, look at you, stupid. Your goddamn stupid riffraff hair. Larry King.
Well, I guess that's our problem.
Yeah.
At the time, it makes sense. And actually, Jimmy did a great job. So
of course he
I'm
did.
just using this as an example. It seems like a good idea, and then we never get the person again.
Yeah, maybe he'll learn a lesson. Don't touch
Right.
people when you're arguing.
I'm sure Larry King has wanted to say some stupid, crazy, get the fuck out of my studio type stuff.
Thanks for your service to your country.
Right.
Shut up. Exactly. Beat it.
Do you think one time Larry King wanted to yell and scream at somebody? But he just holds back.
Yeah, probably.
And he makes millions of dollars, and everyone comes on his show.
The garlic people.
Yeah.
They stiffed me.
Ventura's going to be in the building, though, today.
Yeah, but like long after we're off the air, unless he's
not even long after. Conveniently, pretty much as we're getting in our cars, like slightly after that.
Maybe we'll see him in the elevator.
Uh-oh, that would be scary. What would we
do?
What would we do?
Please.
All right, so maybe they could pull some audio from Larry King's interview with Jesse Ventura. I watched like the first 10 minutes. I was bored.
Yeah.
So I decided to turn that damn TV off and get some sleep. We got Bill Burr coming in today. Very cool. It's been a while.
Billy.
He'll be here in a couple hours.
Actually here, not on the phone.
No, it's about time.
I know.
Although he does a very good phoner for
He
us.
really does. Bill's one of those guys that can pull off the phoner.
Yep. And
the phoner.
And my old friend BJ Shay, we worked together back in the day.
Yeah.
Up there in Rochester with Brother Weeze.
Oh.
I was pretty much just like a nobody, and BJ Shay was already working on Brother Weeze's show. Jesus.
Oh, yeah?
Jesus, that's a long time.
It was called The Day.
The Day.
He was back in it.
Back in the day.
The Day.
Well, I don't know how this came about, but
I don't either.
But a lot of our guys go on his show when they're out in Seattle doing comedy, and me and BJ have known each other for many years, and I don't know, I think BJ heard one of our shows where we were doing some Star Trek stuff, I think.
Yeah, just always throwing in Star Trek references on this goddamn show because I've been a Star Trek geek.
Yeah.
For my whole life, watched especially the original series, kind of. And William Shatner, when we have him on the show, I do nothing but throw Star Trek references at him, and he gets angry at me, and it's kind of a fun thing to do.
And you know more than William Shatner because he don't care.
But that ain't saying much.
That was just one show that he did.
Bill Shatner doesn't know much about Star Trek, but yeah. I by the way, for the record, because we are going to have a trivia contest
with BJ Shay at 9:25. Yeah.
And I have pretty much zero confidence in myself on this one.
Why? Did you brush up a little?
No, I didn't. I never did homework in school, so I didn't do it now. And I'm just depending on, you know what I can do? I can throw lines out. I don't know if I really remember like specific things.
God,
this could just be a complete raping.
You want me to help you out? I know some stuff to ask.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
All right.
You got a question?
What would Mr. Spock say when his fingers were separated?
Give her the shocker.
Yes, that is correct.
One in the pink, one in the stink.
Yes, that was a famous saying of Spock's.
One in the pink, one in the stink. You want to hear the theme song for the big trivia contest?
Yes.
Who wouldn't?
Because I want to play this because we told them they had to come up with their own theme song. So you could even compare them.
Oh, really?
What is this, the uncensored version? Uncensored? Yeah, fuck the censored
Yeah,
version.
we don't need censored.
We work on satellite radio.
We're on the satellite.
So the boys put this together for the big Star Trek trivia contest.
It's the Opie and Anthony BJ Shay Star Trek Trivia Challenge. It's a Opie and Anthony BJ Shay Star Trek Trivia Challenge. Who's the biggest geek in the world? We're about to find out. This contest is so fucking lame.
There you go. There's ours.
Yeah.
And we demanded they come up with theirs.
Oh, real? We demanded.
Yes, we did. And I think they might have spent about 20 minutes on it. I think. Gives us a little confidence. And here is BJ Shay's theme song for the big Star Trek trivia contest.
Space. The final frontier.
Hey, it's me, Mono Nick, and it's time for the Opie and Anthony versus the BJ Shay Morning Experience Star Trek Challenge. A trivia battle where the winner proves that he is the biggest loser. Good luck.
And that's all they came up with.
That's it? It stops right there?
Maybe we could just...
Maybe there's some pew, pew, pew after it.
Maybe we could just call this thing off. I don't think they're into it.
It's like, what the fuck?
I don't think they're into this.
I like how at the end of the show we kind of brought up the fact that, like, isn't this kind of, like, hacky?
Yeah, it's
I mean, what are you
of course it is. We'll make something out of it. E-Rock, what's up?
Well, we're doing this game at 9:20, and I just looked on their website. I think BJ's bringing in a ringer.
Yeah, I saw that on their website.
So is he bringing in?
Leonard Nimoy is going to be in to do this Star Trek trivia challenge.
They're able to get Leonard Nimoy.
Can we get William Shatner?
We can't even
Start
get
making some freaking phone calls.
Can we get anybody?
Get Yeoman Rand. Can we get Yeoman Rand?
You better get someone from freaking Star Trek.
Yeah. I want Riley, the guy that locked himself in engineering and sang the song.
They're going to show us up if they have Leonard Nimoy.
I know. Well, they show us up anyway because they got Leonard Nimoy.
We're a big radio show. Get us somebody from Star Trek.
Get Shatner.
The Romulans.
Yes. They'll be talking about Efferdent and fucking some fucking polygrip. I have been and always shall be your teeth fly out.
Always will be your friend.
Will be your friend. My normal goodbye might be a little self-serving.
Have you seen Star Trek?
It ruins the movie for you.
His fucking giant choppers ready to fly out of his head. Like the shuttlecraft out of the Enterprise.
Why can't the teeth people just fucking calm down the teeth and make them a
that
little
thing
smaller?
down?
Yeah, why are they always so big?
Yeah.
Big effing choppers.
Big chappers.
You go out and get yourself some fake teeth and everyone knows it because they're too big. Just stop already. Make them a little smaller.
There's some stupid C-Bond commercial.
Yeah.
C-Bond. And it's got like a bunch of fucking old people there with their dentures, and they're talking about how the dentures aren't coming out of their face. And they're singing the song, and as they're singing it, you can hear some of them, the fucking things are going to pop out of their head.
What's that?
Even in the song that's saying how it sticks in their face.
Oh, it's got to be tough to sing a song.
Oh,
if you have
it
dentures,
really
though.
does. Oh, my God.
We'll all have dentures eventually, right?
Oh, I hope they come up with something else.
You would think. Well, then again, no. They're not coming up with anything.
No, nothing new.
A new iPhone every once in a while. Come on, let's move the technology forward into other things.
We kind of rocked for 10 years there, as far as,
We did?
if you think about 10
what year
years
to
ago.
what year?
10 years ago, what you were doing with your computer.
2000 to 2010?
Yeah, you go 2000, 2010. Think about your computer in 2010 or 2000, right? Didn't it blow? I mean, big boxy fucking desktop with it barely had any juice to it.
But you're pretty much doing the same thing you did 10 years ago.
On an iPhone.
Oh, all right. I guess you could bring it with you now. Yeah.
Like, I don't have to bring a computer with me when I go on road trips or anything. I don't need it.
I know. Isn't that silly?
It's fucking funny to think I had a 17-inch monitor laptop that weighed a ton shoved in my fucking carry-on bag, and now you just kind of, unless you want to do some real spanking and need a good...
Oh, to travel with the laptop?
Yeah.
I got my 17-inch laptop to travel with.
You still do?
I do, yeah, because again, for me, I'm on the road for days at a time.
Yeah, that's different. If I'm just going to be in the city for a night, I don't need my computer.
No.
I don't fucking need it. And then these mini PCs are pretty good if I just want to, peruse some pornography or something. That's good enough. Or get online.
On it.
Yeah, the iPhone, though, is so handy. It's just here. There's my email. Here's some fucking texting. There's internet access. Twitter. Tweet. And I looked into the Vios thing.
Oh, you did?
And I am ready to rock.
That's good.
Ready to rock.
That's real good.
Do you know you could also just fucking Twitter right there from your TV and everything? They got that all hooked up already. Like
oh, wow.
Yeah. All that's right on your fucking TV through Vios. You just fucking get online and Twitter and all that shit. And none of that, everything I've read, none of the chop and fucking digital cube fucking crap I got to put up with Cablevision.
See, they should have
done Cablevision.
They should have had your Oscars ready to go Sunday night. Not that you care about the Oscars, but just the point that they didn't have ABC on your damn system for a while.
I know, and it's just and before that it was channels I didn't give a shit about.
Yeah,
but it was just a month ago they were having a problem with that stupid home channel and the Food Network, and what's next? It was just sheer pressure that they had to give in because the Oscars were on, that they gave in to ABC. Or they'd have hung us out to dry on that one for a little longer. And I'm sure they did it on Oscar night on purpose just to get, somebody to give in. But what the fuck are we supposed to do? Sit there and just take their shit? Oh, we're not going to have that channel. Oh, well, I'm paying for it. No, not really. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
fuck you, pay me.
Yeah, it's not about you, douchebag.
No ABC? Fuck you, pay me.
Yeah.
No Food Network? Fuck you, pay me.
I think they owe the people some money for what they put them through.
They ain't gonna do shit.
Oh, I know that.
So that's it. I'm going to fucking Fios. That's
good for
it.
you. Speaking of the damn Oscars, 41 million people.
Yeah, I knew. Didn't you know it was going to be a big one? Didn't
Why?
you feel beforehand?
Because the movies weren't that. Maybe because of Avatar?
I think Avatar, a lot of people were curious about how that was going to do. I think...
oh, by the way, let's say it again. God spanked.
Got jacked.
Holy
shit.
Female in a black
I think Precious, that whole thing is just funny to watch, that fucking disaster in her seat. I watched the end of Precious, finally. I hadn't until last night seen the end. Mm-hmm. And I just want to thank dumb Francine for coming in here and actually ruining it for me, because I really didn't know she got the
do what? Don't ruin it for me.
I won't ruin it.
Fuck.
Just in case anybody's sick.
Nah,
but,
I don't know.
I won't say. But Francine ruined the end for me yesterday. But
how was Mariah Carey in that movie?
She was really good.
But why isn't anyone really talking about her performance?
I don't know.
Was she in the movie a lot?
Because I think she plays the real Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
She has no makeup on, and she's just talking with a intense, ridiculous Centerport, Long Island accent. And, she does a good job, I think. Mm-hmm. I don't know why she didn't get more recognition for that role.
It doesn't seem like a movie you would see.
What do you think?
Yeah.
What, me?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a movie you would see.
Dude,
why this Precious?
Because when Precious gets a fucking potted plant thrown at the back of that behemoth head of hers. It is a scream. I watched it as a complete goof at first, and then was like, all right, it's a good movie. I'll watch it. This tortured fucking monster just walking around trying to fucking make it in life and just getting nowhere, being a nothing. And then at the end, she finally starts getting some shit together, and then oopsie. But
what do you mean oopsie?
Oopsie, you gotta watch
there's
it.
a little trial.
She dies?
No. There's a trial and tribulation. What are you gonna get? Things happen.
Is it a happy Hollywood ending or not?
Nah,
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
What happens to Precious?
The credits roll.
She gets a treadmill.
Oh,
and she doesn't know what it is. So she tries to start it and drive it to McDonald's.
Someone chased her around with plaster and made casts of her feet.
Oh, shit. What happens to Precious?
She is the Yeti. Yes, Leonard Nimoy talks about her in the opening of his show in the late 70s.
God damn.
Wait, I know this. Was this what Francine said?
Yeah.
Is that the ending?
No, it's part of it.
It gets worse than this?
Nah, it doesn't get worse. It's just that's part of it. And it's part of the whole story. It's kind of a, let's wrap it up kind of a thing.
I need to know what happens to Precious.
Something like that.
Good old Precious.
I'll tell you one thing. She eats, I guess. That had to be part of it. She's just fat.
All right. Well,
it's just a fat thing. She's fat. She's really fat.
I'll say she is.
Oh. Well, this guy, let's...
I like how she goes to her nice place when she hears bad things.
I know.
And it's just her dancing around in a gown with
a handsome
attractive men around her. And she's smiling. And then just reality smacks her back in the face.
Or a frying pan.
Yeah, or a potted plant or a television.
But that is kind of cool that was her fantasy. Like, again, this was made as a movie probably right to go to DVD.
Yeah.
And that was her fantasy, was to be this girl on the carpet. But then she did get that in real life. She got that at the Oscars and all these other... So it kind of worked out for her.
Yeah, but was that really her?
Is that movie based on the book Push by Sapphire?
I don't know. They kept that quiet.
Not sure.
Not sure. Sean in Jersey.
This isn't Precious trivia today, is it?
What was Sapphire and what is...
Shawnee.
Oh, boy.
How you doing, boys?
Help us out.
Push is how they got to get it through every doorway.
Shawnee!
I called Cablevision over the weekend complaining about my service from dropping ABC, and I'm like, you guys keep taking away my fucking channels, and my rates keep going up. Like, what the fuck's going on here? I'm going to switch to Verizon. The lady says to me, she puts me through to this fucking guy at Disconnect Service, and they ended up cutting $15 off my phone bill and $15 off my cable bill, which I have from Verizon.
Well, good. A lot of people should complain today, then.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Save everyone out there a little bit of money,
Yeah, why not? I'm so sick when it's their fault that they don't take care of their customers.
Absolutely.
That drives me nuts. But if you if you do something slightly wrong, oh boy, will they make sure they make you pay, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's always one side with that crap.
Scene, guys.
All right. Yeah. Well, I think Rob is right. Let's go to Rob on Long Island. Rob.
What up, boys?
Hey.
Anthony, I think you should change the subject matter with this Precious stuff. It's too early in the morning. Jimmy might break down and cry.
I don't want to get sad, sir.
Oh.
Yeah, no sadness for Jimmy today.
I keep it all light because she's a monster. Fucking Godzilla.
You know what? As much as we made all those fat jokes Sunday during the Oscars, well, we certainly did.
It might have been one or two.
We certainly did. Like, she cleans up nice, because when you saw the clip of her in the movie, I'm not saying just go with it. I'm not saying holy shit nice, but she looks like just a sweet, young, fat broad. And in the movie, she looks like not like a monster, but she just looks...
Well, they made her all ratty. She
looks ratty and extremely depressed. And
I think someone has a crush.
Yeah. Oh, is this like the Florida Evans thing from years ago, Opie?
Come on.
She
doesn't look like she doesn't look like the same person. I mean, obviously the bigness gives it away, but. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, oh my God, nah. Because then at the end of the movie, she's kind of a little more cleaned up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so she lives in the end.
Well, who knows? Maybe she's in a giant piano case.
Yep.
And a satin fucking...
Oh, shit. Precious
I
dies.
couldn't think of something more giant than a pillow.
Maybe she's being ridden through the Midtown Tunnel.
Oh, shit.
The other
Ringling Brothers, yes.
Oh, boy. Somebody sent me a video of bears playing hockey yesterday.
What? Like real bears?
I think so.
On skates? Yeah. Or were they just like playing roller hockey?
It seemed like they were really into it. I got very confused.
Did they goon it up?
It might have been a live leak video. I'm not really sure. No, but they were really pissed at each other when the other one had the puck.
Fucking bears, of course.
Oh, you found it just like that, Danny?
Yeah, this is not. Come on now. No fucking way.
This fucking thing.
This is not real.
It looks real.
Come on. This looks so dangerous.
It's bears with hockey sticks. The bears are on skates.
And there's also guys, I'm sure, in bear suits there, no?
The bear doesn't stand like that.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like,
this is silly.
Are they in bear costumes? I can't tell.
How would they teach a bear to play hockey like that? One's actually staying in the goal. They're shooting pucks.
Well, you explain it.
I can't. And how do they skate?
Are they skating? Like, that looks like a fucking bear.
Look, he just scored a goal. This is stupid.
Is it? Wait, but is it fake though? I can't tell.
This has to be fake.
Yes, Danny.
It has to be.
There's no way that a bear's...
All right, but you're sitting there confused like I am, right?
Well, you know what it looks like? It looks like... I mean, obviously it's digitally manipulated, but, you know, like the bottom half is some suit and the top half is real bears. I mean, it's not that hard to do this with software these days.
That's good. That's actually really good work, though. Or maybe they superimposed the puck with a hockey stick. Is the puck superimposed?
Look, probably not. But I mean, a bear's paw or whatever you want to call it
can't go in skates like that.
They can't fit in a skate like
I'm
that.
sure they'd make a special skate for it.
But it's a regular.
It looks like
look
regular
how thin
feet.
it is. That's bear. This is so lame. I don't know.
Ridiculous.
Why is it lame, you idiots?
I don't know what to make of this.
Thank you. That's what I was getting at yesterday.
I don't know
That's
what to
all I'm
make
saying.
of this.
Is it... What?
I'm stunned. Oh, look, they're gooning it up. There's a hockey fight.
All right, those are real bears. I'm gonna have to tweet this video. I thought it was like...
No, tweet the shit out of this.
All right, I'll tweet this one. Can you give me the link, Danny?
Sure.
Please. Yeah, but you guys are doing what I did last night. You can't really figure it out. You have a theory on what it is.
See, and the comments are odd as fuck, fake, amazing, fake.
All right, there's a lot of fakes, but it makes you think, right?
Yeah, it's definitely digitally enhanced.
I don't know what to make of it.
But you can't tell it's digitally
No, it's well done, but...
I don't know what to make of it. The skates, you cannot lace up skates on a bear. You get your head handed to you.
Maybe they're special skates.
They don't look special. They're too thin for a bear's wide foot. You ever see a bear foot?
A bear paw is giant and round.
It would have to be a giant round skate.
Yeah, but you guys are not ready to completely commit.
Look at that bear's
Here's
foot.
a bear paw.
Yeah.
You tell me how that's fitting in an ice skate.
They fucking put it in a special skate.
It does,
But
but they don't look special.
All right, then you explain
narrow.
You explain
bear
how those
foot.
two bears at the end were fighting.
I don't know.
Those were two real bears fighting.
I'm boggled and bewildered
All
by
right,
this.
good. I'm glad you are. I'll tweet the fucking video in a second here. Mothers.
And they're fucking standing up skating?
I watched the video like 3 or 4 times. I was trying to figure it out.
How?
We actually trying to decide if bears were playing a winter sport competitively.
Look. Parts of the video where they only show like the bottom half of the bears. I'm with you. That's easy to cut in.
Yeah.
But some of that other stuff was bizarre. So they you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're definitely confused.
Opie, I want to believe.
Look at these assholes. Jack in South Carolina. Go ahead, Jack.
Hey, Ope, what's going on, man?
Hey, man.
Hey, listen, when you were watching Avatar with your chick, you keep turning to her asking, hey,
that looks real. Are those real aliens?
Yeah, he kept saying,
on.
are these guys really that tall?
Is this for real?
Is this real life?
Is this real life?
Thank you, Jack. Yeah, but these guys are a little confused by it. That's all I'm saying.
There's bears playing hockey.
Well, apparently, an LA Times blogger says that this is a real thing from a Russian circus.
Oh, yeah,
but he offers no proof or any facts behind it. He just
blogger,
says,
though.
an LA Times blogger.
There
he just
you
says,
go.
yes, this is real. So I guess we should all believe him.
Great.
There you go. See? Let's say hi to Scott in Florida. Scott.
Hey, there was a news story about 2 to 3 months ago. They were trying to train these bears to do this hockey thing, and he ate 2 of the trainers right there on the ice. No kidding. It was on AP News Network.
Did he really try to eat 2 of the trainers?
Yeah, well, that's...
Yeah, he got hold of one of their heads, and then the other one, I think, he got in the hospital like 2 to 3 weeks later from injuries.
Was it instinct, or did he just not agree with their play philosophy? He thought the coaching was weak, and he didn't know how to express himself because he's an animal who shits outdoors.
He ate him.
Yeah, he wanted to say, "Look, there's no way we should play defense that way," but he didn't understand what defense was,
so he ate
him. Yes, he bit his head.
Thank you, sir. I'm just trying to tweet this real fast, and you guys figure this out. I'm going to write it. We're trying to figure out if this is real. It's real to a certain extent, no?
It really is on video.
Huh?
To a certain extent.
And then they're like cutting in shots of guys in bare legs.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing. But I cannot accept the fact that bears can skate better than me and play hockey and know to hit the puck and get it past another bear and put it in the goal.
Can we look
How do you teach a bear that?
I know it's radio, but can we look at it one more time and kind of really just try to pick it apart? I just sent the link so you could play along at home. Opie Radio on Twitter. Can we watch it one more time, Danny, please? And you point out where it's fake.
Okay, hold on. I gotta see
I don't know if I can.
Okay, now.
Yes.
He didn't hit play yet.
Yeah, the bear with the hockey stick.
The bear standing on ice in skates.
Holding a stick properly, mind you. They're holding the sticks properly.
I don't recall.
One hand down low, one hand up high on the stick.
I don't recall bears ever having thumbs to do this.
Yes. Again, very good. How are bears having opposable thumbs to hold the fucking stick?
All right, we're breaking it apart slowly. Let's play this. Maybe the freaking sticks are just kind of glued to their paws.
Didn't they drop them when they started fighting?
That's a bear.
Look, I am fucking mesmerized by this stuff.
All right.
He shoots. He gets it past.
Fake right there. Although it's good fake.
What about that bear? That's not fake.
No, but the fact is they just they probably superimposed the skates or green screen the skates and the hockey stuff around. These are just bear footage that they put a scene around a green screen.
I don't know if it's that easily explained. That's all I'm saying.
By the way, that goalie didn't even try.
Well, he's a bear.
Come on, stretch it out.
Nah, but with him, it's a contract issue.
Stretch it out, you bitch. Something looks odd about the lower half of them against the
I know what
ice.
it is. I know it. Look, pause that for a second real quick. What looks odd is the fact that there's bare feet in skates on ice in a rink, strategically playing hockey.
I love how he gets mad.
But they're playing.
They're not playing. Here's how this would be real. If they were just in a circle shitting on the ice, frightened, because there's 10,000 people cheering. You guys act like bears would be comfortable with cheering hockey fans on ice.
I love how Jimmy goes, are we trying to figure out if bears are playing hockey?
When they start pissing and shitting on the ice, that's when bears are really being bears.
But you are mesmerized by this.
It's great.
I don't know what to make of it.
Do you think?
All right. And they know to shoot at the goal.
No, they don't. They're bears.
I know. That's just it.
But maybe they trained them somehow.
It's fucking green screen.
That's a bear on skates.
Green
holding
screen.
this stick
Green screen.
with his... There's a lot going on there for green screen.
Yeah, maybe.
There's just a lot going on there. Like, do you know what? That would take a lot of fucking work. Like Lucasfilm fucking work.
That's wrong.
Because I'm not seeing
Just
really any... There's no, like, artifacting around the edges where you would get it if it was a green screen. And like, the shadows are there.
They're going to do all that for a shitty YouTube video?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's what I don't get. Look, now the Bears fight, so he drops the stick, and he's in the crease. He goes right in the crease.
That is footage taken somewhere else. That little squabble between the two Bears. Go back just a second. Go back a little second. Watch when the ref skates in. Watch when the ref skates in after the fight.
It's hard to tell, man.
Yeah, you can tell that. Watch when the ref skates in.
All right, you got the Bears fighting on the ice. They look like they're slipping
when that ref skates in, that does not look right.
I don't know, man.
When's the ref going to break up a bear fight?
Maybe.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but it's just really hard to tell.
And they're scoring.
Yeah.
This is the most boggling fucking video I've ever seen on YouTube.
You can't just get mad. It's good.
It can't just be discounted.
Thank you.
I don't know what to make of it. Yes.
I don't like that they're wearing ice skates. I don't like that they're not falling. And I don't like that they're holding sticks.
Yes, I agree with you.
I don't like that they understand who's on what team and the concept of a team and what the fucking net means. And I don't like the fact that the one is in the net and he realizes his job is to stay there and prevent the puck, which they have no idea in nature what that is, from scoring, and they don't know what that is.
Are you getting mad?
Well, I think that if they were on the ice, they would just be trying to scrape a hole in it to perhaps get a fish. That I would believe.
Maybe they were able to train them in such a way, and that the sticks are just kind of attached to their paw. I don't know.
Yeah, it's really well done, but
it's bizarre. Look, the close-ups where they just show kind of the fake bear legs with the skates.
Poor bears.
I'm not buying that.
I don't know.
But the long shots where they're just kind of hanging out playing hockey.
I don't know what to make of Bears knowing how to play hockey.
Exactly.
Bears playing hockey. Oh, you found something?
Are we snoping?
Well, there's nothing on Snopes, but the message, I mean, you know.
Yeah, the message board.
Which will obviously be an intelligent discussion
I'm
about
not
this.
sure if you've seen this before. Yeah, see? But it's driving people crazy. Okay, see? It's driving people crazy.
See? Look, I would have to say that it's got to be fake, but it's hard to...
But,
there's parts of it that are so bizarre.
CGI, you could just say something is CGI. That would be amazing CGI work. Because you're getting the Bears skating behind each other in layers. It's very difficult to do that and put it together without seeing like a very fake look to it.
Maybe were actually on the ice. Maybe they did shoot them in a rink-like setting. They may be trained bears. Some of it may be real, and they may have just CGI'd in certain parts. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, the phones are...
I'm freaking out.
I didn't think the phones... this was a throwaway. I'm like, look, I saw this dumb video, but now everyone wants in on this. I did tweet the link if you want to play along at home. Chip's sister, what's up?
Oh. Are they playing hockey barefooted?
Thanks for calling. He's good.
Good news, guys. Down the hall, Steve C. Yes, Steve C.
Yes, it's absolutely real. I stake my entire reputation on it.
Well, he would know about bears.
Larry King, Anthony. Very good. Larry, good interview with Jesse Ventura last night, sir. What do you got for our show?
Thank you. I want to know... how important are the laces?
Laces?
Yeah,
I would say very important to hold a giant barefoot in those little thin skates that could not possibly hold a barefoot.
A bunch of bears playing hockey. We think they are Wayne Gretzky or something.
Who fucking put the skates on them?
Yeah.
Exactly. An angry, frightened bear. Who did that with 12 different times?
Who put the skates on him?
Bear kills trainer in Kyrgyzstan during circus rehearsal. Another trainer seriously hurt.
So this is something they are trying to do in Russia.
Look, now are his claws hanging out of those skates?
I don't know.
I can't tell.
Yeah, it looks like they are.
Let's say hi to Wayne in Franklin Square. Wayne.
Gretzky?
What up, boys? How
Hey.
you doing?
What's up?
If it was polar bears, I feel it would be very believable because at least they're in the ice.
We get the polar bear.
Polar bears can skate.
And they're also white, and whites play hockey.
Exactly. And I just want to say, let's go Islanders, and that's all. You guys rule. You make my day beautiful.
Team rooting.
Well, we're playing the Flyers today, and we haven't beat the Flyers in, I think, 8 years or some crazy.
Come on, we're concentrating on the Bruins now.
That's funny. Shane in Philly. Shane.
Are you telling me they can teach bears how to play hockey, but you can't teach one to produce a radio show?
We got Wrestling Fan checking in. Wrestling Fan.
Yeah, man. I just want to say it's real to me, man.
Our listeners fucking rule, man.
I
They
don't
just pick up on shit. I love it.
I just don't
let's
know
say
if-
hi to Matt in Connecticut. Matt.
Hey guys, it's only a matter of time before the Islanders sign one of these Bears to a 15-year deal.
You know, that hurts, bro.
That
That hurts.
great, just
That really
blood,
hurts,
blood
personally.
all over the ice. They'd be scraping it up, just fucking mutilated players.
Well, maybe they can make a Disney movie out of it.
Yeah.
Or Bear plays in the NHL.
Oh, that'd be great.
Let's say hi to
Mighty Bears.
Steve C. Steve C.
Something.
Hello.
Something.
Yeah. Steve C.
Yes, sir.
Yes, bears play hockey because they drink their own figure skating.
Right.
Wait, did you find another picture of a bear on skates?
Yeah.
That looks real.
What are they doing to these bears? He's wearing a jersey.
Danny scratched his head. Now you're a little confused.
That's a still pick.
All right,
The bear seems to be wrapping his claws around the stick.
If I sure doesn't fall.
I just want to know how you fit a barefoot in a skate. That's just all I want to know.
It really doesn't
How do you
make
put
sense.
a bear paw into an ice skate?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, dude, putting on ice skates is tough for human beings.
Then
How
they
are they
explain
doing
that
this?
fucking picture. That looks like a real picture.
It does.
Right?
There seems to be a
Coke
lot
Logic
of
Coke
bears
Logic.
skating.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, I'm going to see Jimmy on the 12th in St. Charles, Illinois.
Oh, good. It'd be good to see you.
Yeah, this weekend, actually,
Yes.
huh?
Yeah.
What do you got,
This
Coke?
Friday.
Cool.
Dude, the fucking video is so handheld, shaky cam, it cannot possibly be fake. There's no way you could put enough markers on a setting to make this green screen at all.
Oh.
So real.
You'd see there's too much shit going on, and the camera's moving. You'd need motion tracking, and it couldn't work. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
On the level of District 9.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a still fucking stationary camera you might be able to do something with, but the camera's actually moving. So now you got to motion track the camera movement with your CGI movements.
Real. You got to go real. Come on.
Go real.
Unless they just gutted bears and put people in them in these horrible countries that do this.
Did the New York Times say that this was real, Dan?
A blogger.
A blogger.
Oh, just a blogger?
A blogger on the LA Times.
Got LA Times.
You know what? The more I'm looking at this, I don't know.
You're studying it.
Well, you know why? Because, I mean, there was reports from legitimate news sources that an ice skating bear killed its trainer, and it's not just one source reporting, it's multiple sources.
I like how they figured out the rules of hockey.
That's the oddest part. If they just look, I'll buy the fact that you could fucking get a bear to ice skate. I'll buy
There
it.
was a defense and an offense.
But yeah.
There were two goalies that knew they had to stay in the crease.
They're shooting the puck in the fucking net. I don't. That's the hard part for me to really grasp here.
I wasn't even going to bring this video to the show, and I don't know, just because you were talking circus, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll tell them about this dumb video.
It's retarded.
Yeah.
I cannot fully wrap my mind around it.
Let's say hi to Chris in Houston. Chris.
Hello.
Houston. Hey, buddy.
Hey, if you look at the video and you see the feet, they kind of bend at the toes in the skate, and also they've got muzzles on their face. That's probably why they didn't get attacked.
All right, literal caller.
Well, you got to.
We understand the muzzle thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna muzzle your bear if they're playing hockey.
Let's say hi to Tom in Westchester. Tom.
Hey, I can't believe you guys have more trouble believing it's a YouTube video than bears playing hockey. Watch it out.
Well, that's the hard part.
I love Jimmy just losing his mind.
Maybe it is.
We're trying to figure out if bears are playing a winter sport.
It just makes you fucking hate animal trainers. I love when bears kill their trainers. I want that for the record. I love it.
And then they turn around and kill the bear for
I fucking love
the bear
it.
doing the right thing.
Love when they kill the trainer.
Absolutely, I'm with you on that. But then again, we have an animal trainer on the line now, Bill in Albuquerque.
Oh, Bill!
Yeah, boys. I've done some animal training up in Oklahoma for a Wild West show, and they did this one thing where they did teach bears to skate, but for very short distances, no more than 100 feet.
Well, that's about the size of this rink, right?
Yeah, they would just kind of, they weren't fucking doing breakaways and skating the full length of the rink there.
There was some sloppy hockey, but
there was definitely some bad hockey.
But there were some fundamentals there.
But it was hockey. There
were fundamentals, Jimmy. There were two teams.
They had some skills.
I'm making the face because you said it was sloppy hockey. Like you were actually making a judgment call on their hockey skills.
Well, I'm a fan of the Islanders. I know sloppy hockey, so.
Was he goofing? Hold on. I think we were just...
Well, we're just pwned.
I think we were just pwned because he just skated 100 feet.
Oh, what an idiot. We don't even know our own show.
They did some studies and it was 100 feet. Okay, now we get it. Thank you.
Let's go to Rob in Jersey. Rob.
Hey, Hope, you are a genius. In the course of one conversation, you've turned everyone in the studio from completely not believing that it's real to basically completely believing that it's real.
Yeah, that's the brilliance of me. What can I tell you? They all laughed at me when I first showed this video, and now they're...
not anymore.
I even saw Danny scratching his head.
The proof is in the viewing.
To do. Huh?
The proof is in the viewing.
But
I don't
question
know.
the fact that they have the two bears fighting at the end. That brings it home, like, see, this is real.
Well, that's what they trainers do. Like, there's nothing the bears would be doing that the trainers aren't giving them, like, signals for. So I'm sure they want them to goon it up so the crowd goes, oh, look, now they're fighting.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably a very controlled environment, if indeed it is true, because I'm now looking at yet another picture of a bear on skates with a hockey stick and a helmet on. This one is wearing a fucking helmet just in case he falls down and hurts himself. His giant bear head. That ice would crack before the bear's head cracked. These are hysterical.
Let's say hi to our friend Ian Halperin. Ian.
Anthony.
Yeah.
Nicolini, Lemieux, and I taught these bears how to do this. Isn't it unbelievable? Google it.
Google it. Wow.
It is disgusting.
I fucking hate circuses.
As much as we're kind of having fun with this, it is disgusting as we see more and more pictures of bears on skates with a hockey stick.
You know what you need at circuses? A few families trampled. Enough with just the trainers catching it. You need an elephant to run into the stands and step on a few moms and kids.
Just throw them with their tusks.
You got to get the message out. This is unacceptable behavior. Bears playing hockey.
You are such an animal activist these days.
But it's not even that. It's just this is unnecessary.
Jimmy
shit.
always has been, man.
Yeah.
This is
Jimmy
unnecessary.
likes little animals.
And it's just annoys me. It's like, what, you think you're fucking... Go ahead, stand there and make the bear do it without fucking zapping him, faggot. If you could stand there, man on bear, with no weapons, if you could actually just stand there and demand that the bear skate, and that bear skates, you win.
And just grab him out of the wild, too.
Yeah,
you can't
smack him in the mouth.
You can't raise him from, little cub.
Yeah.
You got to get a wild bear out of the fucking woods and try to get skates on him. That's the first thing. Just try to put skates on him. Once they go through the first 30 people that tried to put skates on the bear, they might realize...
Hopefully he's not hungry anymore. The 31st person will get the skates on.
And he's tired, and you can just fucking put this one skate on him.
Yeah, this would be a really tiring experience to get a bear to skate. Right?
Certainly
Now
would.
you got him on skates. Now you got to teach him how to hold a hockey stick.
He's like, look, I'm slipping all over the place. I'm a bear. I don't know what to do. Got a stick. There's no salmon. It's just awful for the bear.
Why can't this stuff be proven?
I do feel so bad for bears when they put them on bicycles, because they just look silly And you don't want a bear to look silly.
No, it's a great animal. It fucking rips the heads off of things and bites through you.
Very powerful.
And these people, you know what it is? Because these trainers that train these animals, they're fucking, what else can they do? What do you do for a living? Well, I take that animal and I put it in skates and I play while it spins in a circle. What have you contributed? You shit. You've done nothing.
Yeah, well.
And the people who go on to watch it, again, once in a while, they got to take the hit. You got to have a few fucking families mauled.
Wow, those are disgusting pictures of people that have had bears attack them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Bears don't play, man.
Oh, Christ almighty, it bit him to have his face off.
Yeah, they don't play.
I bet he doesn't like watching the skating bears anymore.
I bet he loves it. After you've had your face bitten by a bear, if that whole audience was filled with people who were scarred from bear attacks, I would understand it. If this was their idea to go, fuck you, bear. I wouldn't mind that. There's people just missing limbs with their eyes bitten out.
And they're all just looking like, yeah, make him skate.
Yeah. I could accept that.
Hate him. That's fascinating.
All right,
I gotta tell you.
Thought I'd share that with you.
Look at that woman getting her back bitten off by a polar bear.
Oh, she fucking deserved it.
Dummy.
I think they ended up killing that polar bear, right?
They always got to kill the bear.
That was the famous one that fell in.
I don't remember.
They always do.
That was over the summer, I think.
Did she fall in?
No,
she jumped in.
She jumped in and
then
say hi.
And then she wanted help.
Fat cunt. They should just let her get eaten.
And the polar bear was biting the shit out of her back, and then they were like pulling her out, and the polar bear was still going after her. All right, want to take our first break?
All righty.
We gave you something to ponder.
Certainly did. I'll be pondering that for a while.
Real or fake?
Right now, I'm going with, I absolutely think they got bears to fucking play hockey. And I went from...
I'm in on this, too.
I went from no fucking way that's true to I absolutely believe they made bears play hockey.
I think it's a combination. I think there's a little bit of fakeness in there.
The close-ups, they look a little suspicious.
I don't know.
You don't even know with the close-ups.
I don't know. That's matched up very well, and everything's fucking... I'm going with... Absolutely, bears were playing hockey.
I started completely believing it when Danny started finding more pictures of bears on skates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a lot of them.
Who the fuck figured out that they could get a bear on a pair of skates?
Like I said, the first few probably, God rest their soul.
Right.
Circuses are despicable, old fucking 1800s things that should just be done away with.
Yeah, it really, it's like, I just love when the fucking people who are responsible for them are just trampled to death in front of the assholes who are bringing their kids to watch it.
Yeah.
You ever go to Circus Soleil?
I don't know.
That's different.
No, I know. I'm just.
What is that?
Yeah, that's
there's
people,
no animals whatsoever.
People on ropes spinning around and
it's amazing.
doing water things and
highly recommend it.
I would see that.
Highly recommend.
That's cool shit.
Next time you're in Vegas, blow off that stupid David Copperfield and go to a Circus Soleil show. You will not be disappointed.
Rape Island.
Unbelievable what they do in those shows. All right, we'll break.
Circuses are archaic, like old. Like, it's so dated.
Yeah.
They're just, I couldn't imagine sitting there under the big top with some guy in that stupid red fucking, what is he called? What's the
ringmaster?
The ringmaster is there. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, the skating bear! And he's just getting ripped apart. The children are eating cotton candy. They don't know any better.
You may notice a little bit of red stuff in the bear's skate. It's because we had to nail his feet to make him do this.
Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. It didn't cause the bear any pain at all.
They love it. They love to skate and play competitive hockey.
Look now, a poor little poodle is going to jump around in a dress on its hind legs. I'm sure it loves doing that. Look at its face. You can tell by its face that it loves doing that. It's just, it looks so sad to be doing that. Oh, God. Now, if I may direct your attention to the high wire without a net, and you just want to see them fall.
Yeah.
Because they're part of that circus freak culture. Ugh, smells like horse shit in there all the time. Big loads of horse shit are all over the big top.
Back in the 1800s, people didn't know what they had to do to get the animals
TV
to do
or
it.
internet.
It was different.
Yeah.
But now that we know, and you know that they treat the animals fucking horrible and abusive. Now that you know, it's like saying you don't know smoking's bad for you.
Yeah.
If you go to the circus, I'm going to say this for the record. If you go to the circus, I hope your fucking genitals are bitten off by one of the animals. And if your kids are there, I just wanted to take my kid. Did you? That's what they should see. Mommy and daddy's genitals being bitten off by a large animal. I don't want to see the kids eating. It's not their fault that you're a cunt parent.
Yeah, you just get dragged there.
Yeah.
I got dragged to the circus when I was a kid.
I loved it when I was a kid.
All I wanted was a light up flashlight on a keychain thing so I could spin around because everyone was spinning it. And you know when you spin a light, it makes a circle?
Yeah.
You know? And I'm spinning, and it hit the metal rail in front of me and went into 1,000 pieces. So what did little Anthony do?
I'm going to guess, cried a lot.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
I started crying until my dad backhanded me and told me to shut up.
Did he get you
and
another
stop crying? Of course not. Why would he? Cut into the beer money? Stop. I just had to deal with the fact that I smashed my little flashlight.
Why'd you spin it next to the railing, stupid?
Because it looked cool. Everyone else was spinning it, and I was spinning it in front of him, because I wanted to see it. And it hit the railing in front at Madison Square Garden and just, bashed into 1,000 pieces, and I was very upset.
The only thing that could have made me happier is if that was a fucking Molotov cocktail you were spinning. It blew up in front of you.
Fuck. Can we take a break? Stephen S. from Bayshore. Hey, Ope, have you found any footage of giraffes playing basketball? Not yet, but we're still looking.
I hear there's dolphins that play football, too.
Well, dolphins can play basketball. I've seen that. They bounce the ball around a little bit, and they get it to go in the net for a little fishy or something.
Yeah.
When that whale killed that trainer, that's how I saw the other footage where he's just jumping on her. I don't know if that was the San Diego footage or the recent one.
Yeah, that was something else.
He's going up and falling on her and going up and falling on her. He was kicking her. That's how a whale beats the shit out of you before they kill you.
Of weight coming down on top of you in the water. In their fucking territory.
Yeah. And then she tried to get out, and he's like, no.
This is where I live, bitch. That's it. This is my fucking neck of the woods.
That's how the animals feel about their trainers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn.
Fuck them.
All right, with that, we'll take our first break. Bill Burr is coming in today, and don't forget the big Star Trek challenge with our pal BJ Shay out of Seattle.
I forgot it already.
Brush up a little bit, will you?
What?
Will you, please? Stay there.
Are you?
This was an easy one, Travis. Joshua Tree, 23 years ago today, was released. Holy shit.
23 years.
Oh, my God.
What's one song off of Joshua Tree?
The one you're listening to?
What's it called?
Well, there's With or Without You.
Okay, I don't know.
My favorite song off Joshua Tree is Red Hill Mining Town.
Really?
I want to like you too. I really do. I want to like one of their songs.
Then start with Joshua Tree. That's an easy one to start with.
I don't like this.
Howlin' winds. You don't like any of U2?
I don't think they're terrible. They're just not, they do nothing. It's almost like if you were hitting a ruler against a piece of metal, it would have the same effect on me that their stuff does.
What about,
Just not feeling it.
Where the Streets Have No Name?
I don't know that one.
Yeah, you'd know it if you heard it.
How's that go?
Where the streets have no name.
You say the name, and then it's just you say the name again.
Still haven't found what I'm looking for.
That's a good song.
This album was a monster.
That's
for
a good
U2.
tune.
A monster. There you go, a little Where the Streets Have No Name. Were you into U2, Ant?
No,
nothing, even the earlier stuff?
I like U2 a little bit now, because I've been, overexposed to it with Joe. But when they were, early on and stuff, I couldn't stand them. I thought they were I thought they were such a man band. And it was from that one commercial where, U2 has shunned the press to let their music do the talking for them. Yeah, shut up. And all of his politics and bullshit.
I'm a big fan of Rattle and Hum.
Yeah. I don't know this song.
Jimmy, come on.
When it kicks in, you would know
this
it.
song. You really don't know this song?
Once he sings, I might.
This had mass popularity, this song.
Yeah, this was a biggie. All right, here it comes. Here it comes, right? Ready? No? Not feeling? You don't know?
Sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah. Wow, kind of familiar. This got more airplay than like fucking...
Because then TV will get mad and go, well, but name one song off Black Sabbath's blah blah album.
No, I know it's a big song.
The only thing I laugh is because this had mass popularity.
I did Red Eye last night with Ann Coulter, and she mentioned somebody. I'm like, who's that? And she's like, you're so cute. She's like, that's the one who replaced Hillary Clinton, the senator. And she's like, it's amazing. How do you know these weird, obscure things? And have these political jokes that are insightful, and yet you don't know who replaced Hillary.
You're so cute.
I'm like, I don't know. I have very weird knowledge. Like, stuff like this that is probably very, very... It just didn't resonate.
You don't care enough, which is fine. You're probably better off. To actually use your brain for deeper stuff.
This doesn't... Not even deeper, just different.
That throwaway pop culture crap.
No, I mean, I like pop culture sometimes, but just not... Yeah, this song doesn't really ring a bell.
You've never heard this song?
Like never having heard, the I Have a Dream speech or, the Kennedy. It's been that exposed. This song has been out there enough where in casual, just living life, you should have come across it.
I'm sure I have. The guitar sounds very familiar.
That's why, because the Edge kind of his sound. That's every song sounds like
I know.
It sounds
like
this.
Every bad 80s movie montage guitar.
Yes.
Stinks.
All right, enough with the dumb
Fuck the Edge.
And you know what?
Someone goes, Jimmy is clearly fucking with them. No,
I'm not.
He's not.
No.
I'm not trying to be different, guy. I'm sure I've heard it. It just is not ringing a bell.
For the goof, why not? Because it was 13 years ago today. You got any Notorious B.I.G.?
But he was killed. Wow.
Yeah, 13 years ago today. Notorious B.I.G. Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. This is one of my fucking guilty pleasures, Notorious B.I.G.
Well, if he was really dead.
If he was really dead.
Yeah, him and Tupac.
No, Tupac's definitely alive.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Well, they're chilling together.
Dude, you gotta like Notorious B.I.G. when it comes on.
This is good.
On radio.
No, I don't.
Really? Even as a dumb, guilty fucking pleasure?
I only have two faves, and that's NWA and fucking Ghetto Boys. That's it. Easy-E. Fucking easy.
Fucking Notorious B.I.G.
This is good. I don't recognize it, but...
Street in my 6-4.
I don't know a lot of Notorious B.I.G. songs, but every song I hear by him, I like and want to listen to. What do you got on all this, Sam?
Yeah.
Well, I know P. Diddy was tweeting about it at midnight.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
What, the death of Notorious?
Biggie Day.
Was he saying, thank God, because I would have just been his crony forever instead of P. Diddy?
He was his producer.
No one would have known P. Diddy.
P. Diddy was one album away from wearing a big fucking clock on stage.
Exactly.
Behind Notorious B.I.G.
He was his boy. Stop.
P. Diddy sucks. This is the real talent right here. Listen to this shit.
Shitty, I say.
If you like the beat, right?
Yeah,
that's Puff Daddy.
What?
It's Puffy.
No, that's a fucking song. What song is that? More sample, stuff.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
This is good, yeah.
He's a real gangster.
Right, not anymore.
Well, he was, though. And he still lives on. I see all the Notorious B.I.G. shirts out there. He still lives.
Oh, he'll be here forever.
He looks like fucking Precious without his wig.
Whoa!
Fucking B.I.G. Now that motherfucker looked like Precious.
Come on.
Can't you see?
All right, enough.
Yeah.
Got a radio show to do.
Yeah.
Ford Mustang debuted 46 years ago today, Ant. There's one for you.
Was that the 60?
You said you were going to take out your Mustang
64?
yesterday, did you?
Nah, there's too much sand on the streets.
Yeah, you got to be careful of that shit.
It's like 720 horsepower is crazy in the sand. They got to have optimum circumstances, No sand on the street. I don't want any fucking standing water or melting snow or wet leaves.
Whoa.
I like that fucker being nice, dry, hot summer day.
And I know where I know where you make your runs. Watch out for the fucking deer too, pal.
What?
The deer.
I'll fuck a deer up, yo.
I know where you fucking do your runs. Watch out for those deer just hanging out on the side of the road.
Yeah, I know.
without giving away your
Watch them.
spot. Although I gave it away.
Everybody knows.
Well, they don't know in Oklahoma.
They hear that fucking supercharger coming. They get out of the way.
Fuck yeah.
They think a low-flying jet is coming.
You know, we were doing music, so we should talk about this Lil Wayne. Maybe Sam should stay in the studio because he's the only one that gives a shit about Lil Wayne here.
Lil Wayne, is he?
I know he's
is
huge.
the fucker finally in jail?
Yeah.
I know this
he's
Lil
not
Wayne is
bummed.
huge because I saw behind the music and they were talking about his breakout CD and it was some weird name with some weird song and I'm like, who the? And it sold millions and millions of copies and it certainly wasn't on my radar.
The Carter 3, but this they
What
never,
was it?
The Carter, his last major album.
No. What was the one album, the first album that knocked him into major success?
Well, probably the Carter.
Yeah, what?
The Carter?
What the hell is that?
Well, his name
Jimmy
is,
Carter?
No, that's his last name.
Why does he like Jimmy Carter?
Oh, it's his
name's
last name.
Dwayne Carter.
Oh, so it's the Carter.
And that's why on the Carter 3, he did a song with Jay-Z, whose name is Sean Carter.
The Roberts knows everything.
Can we hear a little Wayne? I wouldn't know. I don't know any of the stuff, dude.
I don't either.
I've been seeing him on the news all week. I didn't know who it was because the volume was off.
This is where I'm out.
This
Lil
song,
Wayne?
yeah, it was. This is
Oh,
off
I
the
know this song.
Carter 3. This
I
is
know
what
this
really
song.
made the Carter 3.
Auto-tuned. Oh, the auto-tuning.
It's the lollipop song.
Enough of this fucking shit. Have fun in Rikers, motherfucker.
Hey!
What? Have fun in Rikers.
How many people are going to get rich by singing about getting blown?
A lot,
Like, you really figure that, like, you've said all there is to say about getting a blowjob, but no. Nope.
That's so true.
Next year, somebody will get rich.
Yep.
Singing about getting blown.
Hey, Danny, shh. How do you think we got our success?
Oh, shit. I didn't even realize that.
Just talking about blowjobs.
True. Shitting.
Her. Oh, this is the her.
Her down
Did he start the
He
her
auto-tunes
thing?
all this shit?
Not everything.
Right there.
He started bling bling. He created the phrase.
What?
He created the phrase bling bling.
Did he?
Yeah.
How long has he been around?
Sure. A long time. He's been rapping since he was like
How do you
14.
know? How do you know he created that?
Because it was the first time anybody used it was when he came out with it in a song.
Did he auto-tune and say, I invented that?
Just before auto-tune. Before auto-tune was popular.
Well, he goes to jail for a year.
I don't think this is that great, to be honest with you. I don't like it.
No, it's plotting. It's
all right.
just plotting.
I don't like rap.
Mess.
I don't like auto-tune. Auto-tune stinks.
Auto-tune is the worst.
Well, he was doing auto-tune when it wasn't in every song, though, right, Sam?
Yes.
What's
He's a
one of his songs that's
trendsetter.
not auto-tune? That's good.
I think
One of Wheezy's old ones.
This doesn't sound. This is like that. I'm being a lovey-dovey fucking guy.
Custom
Stop
Music
it.
is a good song.
Where's some fucking tough, rugged shit?
I know.
I think it's music with a K, though.
Is he a Cheesley Weasley?
Dope man. Dope man. Dope man. Now that was some shit.
And is he a Cheesley Weasley?
No, I think he's the other gang.
What was the other gang?
The Oogly Booglies.
The Oogly Boogly. Is he part of the Oogly Booglies?
I don't think so.
Or the Cheesy Weasleys?
I don't think he's gang
I was watching
affiliated.
nice Gangland fucking marathon. Patrice reminded me it was on through Twitter there. So I popped that shit on.
You like
Gangland.
it? You like the Gangland?
Nice. What is it? No, see, listen to this. This is sensitive, guy. This ain't fucking Dre, yo.
There's no
this
such
ain't
thing.
fucking
No one's hardcore anymore.
hardcore. This ain't Eazy-E.
How's it sensitive? The first word in the song was the N-word.
It's that sensitive.
Yeah, where's he from? Is he from the South?
Yeah, he's from New Orleans.
This is all right.
Yeah, he was
It's a
very
good song.
He was
I actually
very,
like this.
He was very depressed when Katrina hit.
His neighborhood.
It was his neighborhood.
Oh, was it?
Yes, it was. All right, why don't we?
He wasn't there when it happened, I bet.
I like this. I like this. This on auto-tuned.
Mr. Carter is a good one, too.
The song,
I
Mr.
don't
Carter.
remember Mr.
Call him
Carter.
Mr. Carter.
Travis,
I don't
please don't do it to us, please.
You should, Travis.
No,
They'll like it.
No, please.
They'll like
No,
it.
No, please. No more of this Lil Wayne.
There it is. I think Anthony will like this.
Sandra Bullock has a great shit cutter.
Like not
old.
big in the sense.
Yeah, well, she's probably in the 40s.
You know what I mean? Like gaining weight.
She's early
Like
40s.
Like colossal. Like,
She's like 40,
I loved her in The
41.
Vanishing.
This doesn't look. Sound good.
for me.
Wait till you'll like it.
You know.
What the fuck is that?
You'll like it.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
You
let
will.
it kick in.
When
Ant.
saying I will, I don't like
Let
it.
it kick in, Anthony.
Let it kick in, Ant.
Come on, let it kick in.
From me to you, I heard somebody say, Church, I'ma need a suit. I'ma need a coupe. I won't need a roof.
Oh my God!
Didn't wear bulletproof, so I got shot. You can see the proof. Blind eyes
All right. I am protecting myself. I am scared of you. Please call the police. I am scared of you, sir, and I am protecting myself. I'm scared of you.
Do you appreciate the additions they're making?
I know. I think it was better with before.
What are you talking about? They're in the song, man.
Yeah. I've never heard them. I've heard
they're
this
in the song
many times.
It's the remix version, Sam.
I'm scared.
Pushing one button.
I was like,
Okay.
Where did the Superfly come from?
Call me sir, God damn it.
Okay. I don't know what Cameron is doing.
Wow, this is
I've been in and out the bank. Why y'all?
Damn, y'all.
On the same. I flush him and watch him go down the drain quick. 2 words you never hear. Wayne quit.
What do you do for a living, character? Okay, well, that's obviously. There's no way he put that in to show me while I whip this house.
What happened?
Well,
I got it from a Negro.
I mean, you can see how a white girl can fall for
there's a lot of stuff in this song, Sam.
Hell, I like you. You can come over to my house and fuck my sister.
Mule? Mule? Is automobile?
In case you wonder
Why are you so difficult?
that he would have put Tippy Tom in the song.
What's that supposed to be? Some kind of sick joke?
in case you're wondering.
What am I? You fucking on my bedtime.
With my crown, my dear Queen Bee, as I share my time with my ear.
You're gonna be okay.
All right, well,
yeah.
Lil Wayne will be out in what? A few months? What does he do?
8 months he could get. 8.
8?
Yeah.
And then 6 he gets out, and then
hopefully, and then
6 he gets out, has to do a couple in like a halfway house kind of a thing, and then
Sam,
that's it.
I got a question for Sam. So Lil Wayne goes away for 8 months. He comes back out, and he'll be even bigger than he is now. This is great for his career, but if any one of us in this room went away for 8 months, it would completely destroy our career. Why is
you're
that?
the rebels of the radio.
It would destroy our rear. It's different.
It would actually help with the career. That'd be 8 months that we couldn't do something to get us fired.
But this, you think a dirty ass would save you from a jail raping?
Nope. I bet not.
If you keep it all just swampy and dirty?
I bet it wouldn't.
No, they just spit into it and fuck it.
Oh,
really?
God.
They're going to get shit and blood on their dicks.
Doesn't matter,
They're all
yeah.
well-hung men, and they're shoving it into an ass that's not ready.
Yeah, what do you think? They're like, oh, I'm not going to do that. It's
Really?
not clean.
That would just piss them off?
Oh, yeah.
I would
I'd be
think that
annoyed.
would save you from a
Sink it balls deep.
jail rape.
Balls deep.
Keep it all nice and dirty back there. Just real dirty.
He's been spending the last 2 months doing verses and making videos so that you can release it throughout the year that he's in
While
jail.
he's in jail.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Verses like this. Let's see. Who am I, young whizzle for shizzle? Flow sicker than a third floor in hospitals. My charms starburst, my watch skittles. I'm hot sizzle. What up, hot bizzle?
What the fuck is that?
That's what you listen to?
I don't like this
That's what
shit
you listen
language.
to?
It's really awful.
It's very seriously listen to that.
NWA had stories. They were fun to listen to. They were cruising down the street and they're 6'4", jocking the bitches, slapping the whores.
There's stories.
Fantastic.
In Lil Wayne, I understand taking one verse out of context from an album that came out several years ago.
Wait, who?
I don't like for shizzle.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's when it was popularized. It's not used anymore.
Who?
Lil Wayne.
The Negro.
Oh.
Right before he nut, he pulled it out into the face and told the bitch to keep sucking and prepare herself for her first butt fucking.
See, that's a story.
Well, I'm not going to take anything away
That's
from NWA.
sensitive.
I'm not going to sit here and say.
There's a nice little story there.
Of course, there's a story
with a
about
happy ending, obviously.
nutting and butt fucking and stuff. Yeah, there's a happy ending for the guy. He flips her over.
I'm old
Kiss
school.
my fat ass.
Sometimes I'm a bad boy, yeah.
Wow, oldie.
Yeah.
I just discovered a new bank. We're going to have to use this one.
Yeah.
And I floss every day because I could bitch. So holla at your boy because I'm still on some hood shit. Like what's really good with your mom or your little boy and your sister looking good shit.
What the fuck is that? He sucks.
Dude, that's some strong words right there.
Well, I'm sure if we take Megadeth and take one song out of context,
out of context,
the greatest.
Well, you know what? Why don't you go do just that, Sam?
Yeah.
Look up Megadeth lyrics.
Look up the words for first song. It's a really good. Holy words, yeah.
I'm not digging on.
All right, well, Lil
on that
Wayne,
shit.
we can move on because we got women that are getting botched.
You want some Megadeth?
Yeah, let's hear Megadeth lyrics.
Yeah,
have fun.
Brother will kill brother, spilling blood across the land, killing for religion, something I don't understand.
All right, that makes sense.
That's already
at least.
400% more intelligent than anything Lil Wayne has ever said.
At least I understand it.
All right, well, we'll take Danny, the Megadeth expert, he gets to pick the Megadeth lines and the Lil Wayne lines.
It's not Sam's point.
Show me some intelligent Lil Wayne songs.
Find a Lil Wayne line.
That's fair enough.
You got chance.
I'm not saying
Sam.
Dave Mustaine is like, the lyricist of our generation.
Prophet.
But,
I will also say in cultural context, if you brought this...
Whose culture?
If you brought this set of lyrics to the hip-hop culture, they would look at you like, what does that even mean?
Nah, they would like that.
because they can't read it.
They would...
damn.
Hold it upside down.
Oh, no, you did.
Flipping pages with their feet.
Oh, no.
Oh, Danny.
Something secure.
That one I think they would like. That one they would like. Yeah, 'cause it's about killing and, it's pretty self-explanatory. There are plenty of metal lyrics they probably wouldn't like.
Yeah, I'm sure. Screwdriver, I don't think they'd like that band. No. Yeah. Oh, what?
I used to be a rapper.
Yeah?
I would rap. My name was Saran.
Saran. Doesn't even really make sense. Saran rapper.
Saran rapper.
Christ. Holy shit. I just cannot even deal.
All right, it's choice time.
A choice.
Jesse Ventura and Larry King explaining all his fucking conspiracies.
I like the sound of that.
Right away, right?
Yeah.
Or we got the women in New Jersey getting botched butt implants. This story's making a lot of sense.
I've heard that story.
Okay.
So I'm going to be a little biased because I've heard that.
Or it's a quickie, and we'll get to most of the stuff today. The long list of side effects for a fine drug.
Oh, what drug? Something fun?
Danny, what drug was this?
Something exciting?
Well, this is one of the drugs where they kind of have to put like what it does in the name of the drug, and then add some kind of suffix to it to make it sound like it's really good. So this one's called Abilify.
Okay. I've heard of Abilify. I like ass effects.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Ass effects, and it's not spelled anything like ass effects, like you would think.
It's ACI. I have to take that crap.
You take ass effects?
Acid reflux.
Oh.
I'm with you.
Oh.
I would bet most of our listeners are on the damn ass effects.
I take Nexium.
There you go. Nexium, same shit.
Nexium. Yeah, for your acid reflux.
It works, too.
Yeah, the ass effects works. Although I haven't really had it taken the last month or so.
Changes your life.
Really?
Yeah, it's great.
Ooh. You haven't suffered from acid reflux yet?
No, every so often, if I eat something spicy, or maybe I have like a little too much vino, I'll get a little heartburn.
Yeah, that's
like
it.
that. But
That's it.
I take a Tums and it's gone.
Oh, you're lucky.
It's like Kids in the Hall Brain Candy. Have you guys ever seen that movie? It wasn't actually that bad, but it's about like this fake. It's kind of like a Zoloft kind of drug, but they call it in the movie. It's called Gleamanex.
Gleamanex.
Absolutely perfect name.
That sounds like a name. It could be a drug name, of course.
Well, this is a quickie. We started this a couple weeks ago where these drugs that they advertise on TV, they don't sound that great because they talk about how great the drug is for maybe 5 or 10 seconds and the last 25 seconds of the commercial.
25.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's even longer?
Wow.
This one's longer?
See how long they actually talk about what the drug does.
Okay.
And then how long they actually talk about like the side effects
The
of what
side
you can
effects
do.
are horrific, but I guess the FDA forces them to make sure they have the side effects in
Oh,
these
they
drug
have to.
commercials.
Yeah, they have to now.
So here you go.
I'm taking an antidepressant, but it feels like I need some more help.
Approximately 2 out of 3 people being treated for depression still have unresolved symptoms. If your antidepressant alone isn't enough, talk to your doctor. One option he may consider is adding Abilify. Abilify is approved to treat depression in adults when added to an antidepressant. Learn more about Abilify. Call your doctor if your depression worsens or you have unusual changes in mood.
Oh, okay. Here
now it's
all right,
just...
listen. There's 45.
Here it goes.
There's 45 seconds left.
45 seconds left, and they're already starting on the, here's what might happen.
So it's supposed to help your depression, but he says call the doctor if this does the exact opposite.
Yes! The exact opposite.
That's like selling Viagra and saying call your doctor if you have an erection that lasts more than 4 hours or if it makes you totally impotent.
Gives you bobo dick.
Yeah. Well, here we go with the side effects. You want to try to count real fast? You got to bell in. Just, or at least ring the bell.
Yeah, I actually want to hear him, though.
Okay.
I don't want the bell to distract.
Call your doctor if your depression worsens or you have unusual changes in mood, behavior, or thoughts of suicide. Antidepressants can increase these in children, teens, and young adults. Elderly dementia patients taking Abilify have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor if you have high fever, stiff muscles, and confusion on Abilify, as these may be signs of a life-threatening reaction. Poor uncontrollable muscle movements, as these could become permanent. High blood sugar has been reported with Abilify and medicines like it. In some cases, extreme high blood sugar can lead to coma or death. Other risks include dizziness upon standing, decreases in white blood cells, which can be serious, seizures, impaired judgment or motor skills, or trouble swallowing.
Adding Abilify has made a difference for me.
I bet.
Talk to your doctor about the risks and benefits of adding Abilify.
That's gotta suck for the drug company. Why would you bother advertising?
And they say
That
about the
sounds
risks
horrific.
and benefits, like risks at first.
Risks at first, yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
there's risks.
That sounds horrific.
Call your doctor if you take Abilify and your head explodes like scanners.
That is fucking a coin toss. Yes. That's pretty much flip a coin, man.
It's either going to make you feel good or you're going to commit suicide after murdering your children with a hammer.
I like how they tested this drug on elderly dementia patients.
And they died.
Yes.
A few of them had to die.
Yes. Call your doctor if taking Abilify causes you to wander in front of a train because you think it's a relative.
Shit.
I was just watching TV the other day, and like I was half paying attention, and I heard the commercial come on, and like the side effects started, and then it just kept going and going, and like it got to a point where I was just like, are they still talking about this?
Is this the same drug?
To make sure that it was the same commercial.
Yeah, some of them just go on and on. Like Yaz was my favorite before this one. Yaz is like a birth control pill that you either won't have a baby or you will just hemorrhage and just drain of all your blood like a shot deer. Just awful side effects from Yaz.
It's a pill that turns into a hand in your womb and it just squeezes whatever's in there.
Women who are on Yaz shouldn't smoke, as this may cause spontaneous human combustion. What? Combustion in flames?
You want to do Jesse Ventura now, or you want to take a break? Where we at? Where we at?
What?
Well, yeah, let's try to get into it a little bit. Jesse Ventura was on Larry King. He's not going to do our show this time around because Jimmy really put him in his place. And I think that's the real reason.
Of course it is. It's not like the argument we had.
Well, because he can't hang on that level.
I mean, the thing is, we had an argument.
Yeah.
He's a guy who's like ex-wrestler.
He had nothing to say.
Who says confrontational things and inflammatory things, and he probably thinks that he didn't like that I got nasty and personal, but so did he.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Stop.
I think he can't defend himself is what it really comes down to in the end. But he was on Larry King, and I'm sure Larry wasn't really going to confront him. So you got Jesse having a run of the place, talking about his conspiracy theories.
I can't wait to hear it.
You assert in the book that the 2000 and 2004 national elections were stolen. You say the 2008 election came close to being stolen too. Should people keep voting if that's true? And how do you know it's true?
Well, because that's where it's bullshit. But 2008 almost was stolen?
Almost.
From Obama's person.
Yeah, but almost. If you have the ability to steal elections, why would you have one that was almost stolen?
Wait, how was it almost stolen? He fucking ran away with it.
I'm sure Jesse's going to explain here. Yeah.
Should people keep voting if that's true? And how do you know it's true?
Well, because of these voting
Or do you
machines.
think it's true?
Well, in the research we did, we found out about certain things, and these computerized electronic voting machines, we got to get rid of them because they can be tapped into. They can be, put it to you this way, Larry. Would you go to an ATM machine that didn't offer you a receipt?
Yes.
No, that you say they can be, but you don't know if they are tapped
Wait.
into, do you?
Ass to mouth.
The book.
An ass to mouth machine. I go to the teller and I give her my passbook and she stamps it when I deposit money. He knows nothing of anything modern.
Can I debunk that? So that's all you need, Jesse, is a receipt?
A receipt.
If they're fucking with the voting machines, can't they spit out a fake receipt?
A phony receipt?
No, because you'd know. But again, how
do you know?
Would you?
Why
sure.
would you know?
They hand you a receipt and it says you voted for someone you didn't?
No, I mean, like he said, you go to an ATM. Would you go to an ATM that didn't give you a receipt? If you go to an ATM and you take money out and the machine has been rigged to get your bank account information, it could still spit a receipt out and fuck you over.
Yeah.
So what is that? What is he even talking about, a receipt?
Yeah.
Receipt. Burr. He's an asshole.
No, that you say they can be, but you don't know if they are tapped into,
Wait.
do you?
Oh, yeah, the book. Oh, read the book.
Oh.
They were tapped into. Why were all the votes suddenly channeled to Chattanooga, Tennessee, to this operative place? Read the book, and you'll see that they were tapped into.
Pause that riff for a second, Ope. Something he does.
It's done.
Here's what Jesse Ventura does sometimes.
He's going to be on the Today Show, by the way, for the people down the hall. Maybe we'll get more audio.
We got to get more audio.
Yeah, this is what's difficult. He asks you questions
that you don't have an answer to.
Which no one does.
Yeah.
So it kind of puts you in position where you have to answer. And if you can't answer, it looks like he has made a statement of fact to which you have no answer.
Yeah.
But he's really doing is asking you a question. Well, explain to me exactly how many people voted that were wearing blue hats. I can't. Exactly. Then you look silly.
You darn rabbit. All the votes went to Chattanooga. Chattanooga. What's he talking about, Chattanooga?
What kind of question is that? Why did all the votes go to Chattanooga? I don't know.
Can you say Chattanooga?
Chattanooga.
Really?
Chattanooga. Now I got to go back to the ship and get another match. The ship was made out of thermite paint, rabbit. Oh, God. I'll steal the election and make it look like an accident. Did you ever see when Bugs Bunny's playing the piano and Daffy put an explosive charge and he kept playing the wrong song? He knew. What did he? Thermite minor key. Fucking dope.
Well, Larry didn't have an answer for that, so.
No one does.
So, Jesse.
No one does. You're right. Blue hats.
I'm keeping track,
54.
Jesse.
No.
Jesse 1, Larry King 0. And then they moved on to the next conspiracy.
One of the book's chapters is titled Your Government Dealing Drugs. In a recent blog on the Huffington Post, you accuse the Obama administration of a staggering hypocrisy, your words, in continuing George W. Bush's so-called drug war policies. What do you mean?
Well,
the government is dealing drugs. What do you mean?
Well, it's a well-known fact that Iran-Contra, that they were running drugs in which to support the Contras down there in Nicaragua and all that stuff. The CIA's been doing it for years, Larry, because, see, if they can get their own source of money, then they can do things without telling Congress about it. But
well, how do you know they're doing it? How do you know that?
Look in my book and you'll see the facts, and you'll read about how it led right to Ollie North's desk.
Look at my book.
Right to Ollie North's desk.
Jesus Christ.
You think a kilo was put
Just
on Ollie's?
a giant pile of coke like
There you go,
Scarface.
Ollie. Right.
Ollie North is spreading them out with his hand. I got to get organized.
But do you see that two times Larry asked specific questions?
Yes, specific.
And his answer was, read my book. Now I understand he's got to sell his book. That's business.
But you know something? How about you give us a little something and say how he knows? Say how he knows that one. And then all the details of it are in my book. But I'll tell you, it's this guy or that guy, and I talk to him, and but he offers you nothing.
The CIA's been doing it for years.
Iran Contra. Why? What about it? Yeah, we remember that one. I believe it was weapons.
Arms for hostages,
than drugs and arms for hostages. Yeah, there were all kinds of shenanigans going on back then with the commies, and
they might have thrown a few drugs in there.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Maybe a few drugs,
a little pot,
but I don't think it was
mellow everyone out.
I don't think it was a giant drug deals going on back by the CIA to finance themselves.
You think Obama's dealing drugs in the West Wing? You have to come to the back door of the West Wing.
Give a little knock. Michelle comes to the door.
Little can comes down. You put the money in it.
Who are you?
Right.
Who the fuck are you?
Let's say hi to Larry King. Larry, great interview last night, Larry.
Thank you, boys. Jesse, can I get thermopate in a satin latex?
Satin latex. You want something in a low gloss.
All right, let's move on to the next conspiracy here.
My nephew, I saw him, he's 15 years old. And I talked to him about it, and I said, have you learned about the assassination of President Lincoln? And he kind of perked up. He said, yeah, we had that 2 weeks ago in school. I said, tell me what you know about it.
Oh, no.
And he related that John Wilkes Booth went to the Ford Theater, shot Lincoln in the back of the head, yelled something, dropped down, ran off. They hurt his leg. They chased him and caught him in the farmhouse and killed him. We're not teaching our kids that there were 8 other people involved in this massive conspiracy, that they were also going to attempt to kill Vice President Johnson, Secretary of State Seward, as well as General Ulysses S. Grant. They failed on those 3, but they were successful with Lincoln. Yet our history books don't tell that to our kids. The only thing they learn about is John Wilkes Booth. And isn't it interesting, Larry, that every assassin, lone nut assassin, you learn all 3 names: John Wilkes Booth, Lee Harvey Oswald, Mark David Chapman. Yet I'll ask you, well, what's Charles Manson's middle name?
Who cares?
Sweetie Pie?
Did he say who cares?
Who cares?
Yes. Did Larry say who cares?
You know what? That is the best thing Larry King's ever said, because you know what? Who cares?
And why does he throw Mark David Chapman in there?
And the reason we know the assassin's name is because that's the way the media paints them.
Yes.
The media, it's a way of giving importance and a monumental status to a person. What's your middle name, Ope?
I don't have one.
You don't have one?
No.
Anthony?
Sorry, don't have one.
You seriously lying?
No, don't have one.
I have a confirmation middle name.
Well, my name is...
But it's not on a birth certificate or anything.
Jim Norton. Okay, Jim Norton killed James Joseph Norton was arrested today. It just sounds more official.
It's more facts out there.
Lee Harvey Oswald. He was Lee Oswald his whole life. Why do we learn their whole name? Because when you assassinate a quote-unquote important person, for some reason in people's minds, it makes you important, and it elevates you. We know George Walker Bush. We know William Jefferson Clinton. We know Ronald Wilson Reagan. We know a lot of important people's entire
And look
names.
at who was assassinated, too. Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King, yeah.
John Fitzgerald Kennedy.
Yeah, JFK, RFK.
Yeah, you kind of know.
You know, it gives more prestige and power. For some reason, that's just the way that they are.
Yeah. But Jesse, I don't know where Jesse was going with that, by the way. And I've heard about the conspiracy. That isn't a conspiracy like did it happen or did it not happen. There was absolutely a conspiracy. Yeah. People conspired to kill Lincoln and other people. Like you said, the vice president. It was supposed to be a whole big thing, and a lot of people were hung for that, put to death for that.
Was that true?
It wasn't just John Wilkes Booth that died. There were people, a doctor that treated Booth and other people that were involved in the conspiracy. Yeah, they were put to death. But it's not like nobody knows this. He's bringing shit up that It's like, let me tell you, I know. That,
what was he getting at with Charles Manson?
I don't know.
Was Charles Manson, by the way, was Manson really his last name?
No.
Krautmeyer, right? Charles Krautmeyer, I think is his real name.
Are you kidding?
So what's the Manson
No, it
thing
was
about?
Maddox. Actually.
Maddox?
Why is
Charles
Manson
Maddox.
such a cool name to have then? A lot of people switch to that.
How'd you know that he was
why
a
did
singer?
he switch that?
I don't know.
And I'll tell you why you don't know Manson's real name, for whatever reason, because he's not the actual one that did the killing.
Yeah, that's true.
It was fucking Tex Watson and Squeaky Fromm and Charles Watson is his real name, by the way. Charles Tex Watson.
Charles Tex
But
Watson.
they only wanted one Charles, and that had to be Manson. They didn't want two Charleses in the group.
Oh,
Can we hear the rest of that? I don't want to know what his point was.
Yeah, what's his fucking point?
No, that's where it ends.
Who cares?
Yeah, let's go to Mike in
I'd
New
love
York.
to know what he said after who cares.
Mikey.
You should.
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Hey.
Hey, I have a question. If Jesse Ventura is such a fucking patriot, then why isn't he just telling us the answers instead of going, read my book?
Ah, you know something? Great point. If he was such a patriot, this shit should just be, he should be out preaching this from a soapbox instead of trying to sell a book. You're right.
Great point. You're writing a book, fine. But when he says, how do you know this? How wouldn't you immediately
Help us out.
say how you know it?
Right. Help us, Jesse.
Don't ask a question about Chattanooga. Immediately immediately say how you know, because this way it can prevent any elections that are happening now or next month.
Let's say hi to Akiva from New York. Akiva.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, man.
This Jesse Ventura stuff is absolutely ridiculous. He is stealing his conspiracy theories from the movie Conspiracy Theory with Mel Gibson. All that stuff with the three-name thing, it's all in that movie. The next thing you know, he's going to be saying, I bit Patrick Stewart's nose off.
I saw that movie.
Yeah, it's so fun, because I'll tell you this, I don't know where he gets his thoughts from, but when we were talking about Kennedy assassination, and I'm not qualified to argue pro-Oswald through and through, but when he said something about Oswald couldn't have made that shot, he said things that made me think that he had just watched JFK.
Yeah.
And gotten his knowledge from that.
You know what? I don't think Jesse Ventura is a smart man. I don't think he is. I think he can read some stuff and watch a movie or a documentary and come up with some factoids. But I don't think I don't find him intelligent.
He said he didn't use a computer. It's like, how can you research?
Exactly.
With the amount of material now available and all this stuff. Without a computer.
The grid. Because I'm off the grid.
Right on your phone.
How do you watch?
You can just be fucking getting knowledge wherever you are.
The truther videos. How do you watch all that stuff without a computer?
Yeah.
Do you have someone on a video?
Actually, put some on VHS for me.
Oh, he does explain the three-name theory. I'm sorry, there is a part 2 to this.
Oh, is there?
So Larry said, who cares? And then I guess Jesse said, well, I'll tell you why. Here we go.
Well, he's the most notorious killer in America. We don't know his middle name, but all these lone nut assassins were taught all three names. It means that it's a psychological preparation, Larry, to get you accustomed that only one person does the dirty work.
Jesse Ventura. That's interesting.
He didn't know what to make of that, and neither did I. I'm sitting there going,
You know what?
the fuck does that
As
mean?
much as we make fun of Larry King, that was the perfect way to deal with that.
He flustered him.
A long silence and a Larry King laugh.
But what a bad example. Mark David Chapman did do the shooting by himself.
Yeah.
We know that.
Yeah, there's no conspiracy.
I don't know. Maybe Jesse would have another theory on that.
Who shot, oh my God, who shot Reagan? Jesus Christ.
John
Hinckley.
John Hinckley. I don't know his middle name. Why? Because Reagan didn't die? He did it alone.
Wait, what was Hinckley's? Yeah, we don't know his middle name. It doesn't come up. You usually just say John Hinckley, right?
It is simply a way of raising the level of importance of the figure who has done the shooting. It's a more dramatic way of saying it. James Joseph Norton confessed today.
Warnock.
Look,
John Warnock Hinckley? What a dumb fucking middle name.
No one knows that.
Look, I like
Hillary Rodham. What's the last name?
I like a good conspiracy, but I don't know, man. Jesse's not helping out the people that are into conspiracies.
The three-name thing is an old joke. It's like a joke.
I know. It's a bit.
A lot of people have middle names. Maybe Manson doesn't have a middle name, or if he does,
it's Mills or Millis.
Oh, he does. Okay,
Miles.
But the media is the ones who put the names out there.
Yeah.
You read about it in the fucking paper.
But the media is in with the government, Mr. Norton.
So the government said,
please.
okay, look, keep that middle name under your hat.
Yeah. Why just... He's coming up. He's running out of conspiracies, this poor motherfucker.
Well, he wants a second season.
He wants a second season, but there's no more conspiracies. Like, he's going to really
He's
have
going to be doing
dig
Bigfoot.
deep.
He's going to do Bigfoot.
Yeah, the second I see him in the woods,
you know it's
fucking
over.
with a tape measure on a big footprint, it's so over. It's so over. He's out. Why? Middle names.
Oh, you know what? Okay. Dan, go ahead. Not a bad
Hey, what's
theory
up, guys?
right here from
Hello.
Dan.
I was thinking that they used the middle name to not confuse everybody when they announced the name on the news. You know, like if it's James Joseph Norton, we know it's Little Jimmy. But if it's James Norton, it could be, 100,000 Jimmys.
Yeah, maybe that is a way of making it more specific and directly connecting it to a person. Good point.
Yeah, because it's such a horrific crime by this individual that everyone's going to know about in the world. Maybe that's a way where the media covers its ass, too.
Yeah.
I kind of like your theory there, sir.
And
Good job.
Cool, man. Cool.
The whole Kennedy thing drives me. It's just so idiotic that they got Oswald to do this. No, they didn't.
Look at the big conspiracy. Come on. It was great. Everyone, they got away with it.
It's what drives me crazy.
Giant conspiracy.
There's so many easy ways to do things. It's like, why would they have allowed Oswald to be questioned by the police captain for 2 days? Rigorous questioning. Why would they allow Oswald to kill JD? Why wouldn't they just kill him after the assassination?
Yeah.
Why would
Right
you allow
there.
him to ever fucking be taken into police custody?
Well, he
to have
did
Ruby
it.
do it.
He shot the president, and we got him coming out of the place, and we shot him, and end of story.
There you go. Or when he gets away after he left the book depository because he went home, fucking have somebody kill
Plenty
him
of time
there.
before he kills another cop, and then you have to have Ruby do it days later. For what reason?
And now there's a living witness, Ruby.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you do is you fucking shoot him.
Who died of natural causes in jail.
Cancer.
Yeah. So it
Plus,
wasn't
you're giving the
like,
guy time to babble about it.
if he was in on it,
if
wouldn't
all-
you kill him too?
Yeah, all of a sudden he has second thoughts and decides, I got to fucking say, no, they put me up to this.
It would have been easy for oh my God, Jack Ruby's a Kennedy fan,
Right.
Kill or a guy that didn't like Kennedy, kill Jack Ruby in jail. Oh boy, look at what happened.
If they wanted to keep it all nice and clean, you're right.
Meanwhile-
he would have never left the fucking book depository.
Or when he went home, because he took a cab, they would have killed him and faked his suicide. But no, they allowed him to be fucking taken in, questioned by the police, the FBI, the Secret Service.
Exactly, Jimmy.
Fucking walking back and forth in front of reporters, answering reporters' questions. Yeah, that's what they would have allowed.
Yeah, he did a perp walk.
Silly.
And talked.
Silly.
Let's say hi to Christine in Huntington. She knows a lot about Charles Manson.
Oh.
Christine.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
First-time caller, long-time listener.
Quack, quack.
His middle name was Millis, M-I-L-L-E-S, Charles Mills Manson. But he changed the M to a W to make it Charles Willis Manson because he thought he was Jesus Christ. Charles Will is Manson. Is man's son. His mother was a prostitute. His father was black. Is why he didn't like black people.
He thought he was going to lead blacks after the race riot. Is he half black and half white?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's documentation. Colonel Scott was his father's name. He was in the military. His mother was a prostitute. So that's basically, and then he took the adopted
look
name
half
of
black.
Manson. He took the adopted name of Manson when his mother shacked up with somebody by the last name of Manson. So.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
I didn't know the
pretty
half black
interesting.
thing at all.
He doesn't look half black.
Maybe she was a light-skinned black.
I don't know. Maybe he's a light-skinned black, but that's why
the
he
father or
hated
the
black
mother?
people.
Father. All right.
Did he hate blacks?
Mongrel race of murderers. He actually didn't
sorry.
murder anybody.
Yeah, he didn't.
That is
thank you.
amazing. He's in jail that long and really never physically did it.
Yeah. He doesn't want to get out at this point, though.
No, he loves it in there. What a field day he's having.
By the way, he did kill somebody. He killed Shorty Shay, who was a ranch hand at Spawn Ranch. He actually chopped his head off, cut his body into 7 pieces, and they found it buried behind the ranch. They dug it up recently.
You're a sick bitch. Where do you
why do you
come
know
up with
all
it?
this?
How do you know all this?
Why do you know all this?
my father's a cop, so I've been interested in all this stuff from a very early age. And actually, I went on a Charles Manson tour last summer in California. So
sweet.
Yeah, it was interesting. So,
Disney do that?
It's called, I'm sorry?
Nothing.
Well, the house is gone. I know
they have
that.
something called a Death Hag tour, where they actually do a tour. I went the 40th anniversary of Sharon Tate's death. So I actually went up to the house. It was pretty interesting. Some pictures.
Give you some Folgers coffee along the way to drink.
That's funny. Folgers coffee.
Wait, the house is still there? Who lives in it now?
Actually, the executive producer of Full House owns the house. But Trent Reznor and 9 Inch Nails and Marilyn Manson actually recorded it.
Yeah, of course they did.
I knew that.
Man.
How dark.
Man.
Yes, there was a pregnant woman stabbed in the twat here. We'd love to make a song. Oh, how dark and scary. Assholes.
You don't like that?
No, it's corny. Fucking pregnant woman was massacred there, and you want to give credence to that fucking those jizz bags by fucking.
They need an inspiration.
Yeah,
man.
like the dark forces.
Dark and evil. This place is full of evil. It would be inspired, man.
Just some coffee broad sitting there with dentures and coffee breath. And they fucking cut her throat.
Coffee breath.
Some asshole wants to go there and strum a guitar.
You think they had a seance, man, before they recorded?
9 Inch Nails. Those guys are dark. I don't understand them. Yuck. Fucking shitheads. Why don't you stand where Reginald Denny had a toilet bounced off his face? Fucking play the harmonica. Shitheads.
You know, Jimmy, that's very logical right there. Oh, shit.
Fucking cornballs.
Right. You think it's a bit corny?
It's fucking really corny.
Yeah.
Trying to associate yourself. Wow, this guy's dark.
I think they wrote Helter Skelter on the wall for like inspiration too, man.
Yeah, this is where it happened. The brooding guitar.
I feel it.
Can you find an article on this? Because I'm sure in the article, Trent says some douchey things
Of course he does.
About his time at the house.
Well, you could feel that something... No, you couldn't. No, you couldn't.
The riff came to me, man, when I was in the same room alone. I just felt it, man.
I need an article on this.
Why don't you record in a hospital room where some old lady was fucked to death by 3 orderlies who have since been let go? Why don't you go in there and play the fucking spoons? Fucking brooding cunt.
Paper and a comb.
Fucking dullard. Fucking so sick of the dark, misunderstood musicians.
I kind of like 9 Inch Nails, but you know what, Jimmy?
A lot of bands
but God bless
have
you.
done it in castles. I don't mind a castle. Or, you know...
Zeppelin did the castle.
Zeppelin did it in Aleister Crowley. I think Aleister Crowley's... Right. He's kind of a historical... But he's not really responsible for slaughtering a pregnant woman, to the best of my knowledge. He had a few animals die, and Mussolini did kick him out of Italy. He was kind of a sick piece of shit.
A naughty boy.
He was a dirty one, Aleister Crowley, but...
God damn.
I don't think he sent a bunch of fucking drugged out hillbillies to kill a pregnant lady and some chick that just wanted Sanka to be put out of business. That's all she wanted was Sanka to go away.
He hated Sanka.
I think DiMaggio was behind that. Because the whole Mr. Coffee feud, he was fucking...
Man.
What do we have about... What did Trent... What song did he record? Or what album?
Yeah, we're getting some info.
Did they record in the house?
Oh, there's the info. Yeah, man. Here it is.
All right, read this. Let's see.
9 Inch Nails' second full-length album, The Downward Spiral. Billboard chart 94.
Good album, by the way.
2.
Gotta say that.
Highest selling 9 Inch Nails release. To record the album, Reznor rented and moved into 150, 10050. How do you pronounce that?
I don't know.
Cielo Drive, I'm guessing.
Cielo Drive. The mansion, site of the 69 Manson family murders, man. Reznor built a studio space in the house, which he renamed Le Pig, after the word that was scrawled on the front door in Sharon Tate's blood by the murderers, man. Resident told Entertainment Weekly that despite the notoriety attached to the house, he chose to record there because I looked at a lot of places and this just happened to be the one I liked most.
You fucking phony. Shut up.
You're fucking trying to
What
cover
about
your
a
ass.
studio? How about a recording
Yeah,
studio?
you're just covering your ass.
Why would you look there to begin with? Why
Yeah,
wouldn't you
yeah.
go into all these studios? It's fucking California. There's nothing
Yeah.
but what all. Hey, let's look over here at RCA. Let's check out that place where the fucking pregnant lady got her stomach cut open. What a prick! And why do you name it after what they wrote on the wall if you weren't there for that reason?
He had to say that
Fucking
because I'm sure
douchebag.
a bunch of
Yeah.
people said you're fucking exploiting the murder there.
We did our next album at Jeffrey Dahmer's house while an Asian man had a hole drilled in his head.
Yeah, we called it La Hungry. Fucking asshole. Fucking creep.
Yeah.
Dolt.
Yeah, why do you do it where a pedophile like raped a kid or something? Like I guess that's not as attractive and dark and scary.
No, man. You need some time to go by. You need a legend attached to
Yeah.
it and everything, of course.
We taped it in this pedo's house. We called it La Hairless Weenie. You fucking bucket of jizz. Fucking asshole. Trent Reznor, so overrated. Drives me nuts.
We got some more info?
Do we have more info, man?
Yeah, man. Oh, just leave it there then. I'll get along. While I was working on Downward Spiral, I was living in the house where Sharon Tate was killed. Then one day I met her sister. It was a random thing, just a brief encounter.
How is it a random thing?
I know. She said, "Are you exploiting my sister's death by living in her house?" For the first time, the whole thing kind of slapped me in the face, and I said, "No, it's just sort of my own interest in American folklore. I'm in this place where a weird part of history occurred. I guess it never really struck me before, but it did then. She lost her sister from a senseless, ignorant situation that I don't want to support." When she was talking to me, I realized for the first time what it was what if it was my sister. I thought, fuck Charlie Manson. I went home and cried that night. It made me see the other side of things, you know?
All right, you know what? That does make me like him a little more, because then he realized, like, yeah, this is a real thing. All right.
I hope it wasn't her sister and it was just some bitch fucking with him.
I hope it was Manson's sister, and she was annoyed. She's like, why aren't you helping Charlie get out? All right, that makes it a little better.
Oh,
but there's so many
God.
great places you could go, but they just picked the safe one. You understand where James Earl Ray fired the shot and sing country western music. Let's see how that fucking flies.
Jesus Christ. I heard Foundry recorded where Charles Nelson Riley died. Is that true? Yes, we recorded Pendulum. I could smell poppers and ass. In the room, I could still smell it. I wrote penis on the wall just so it was something tasty I could look at.
Le pig in a blanket, because I like an unclipped cock.
Yes, Thomas Stephen Carlisi. 3 names, man.
Yes. I went into a buddy booth where a man's penis was kicked through a glory hole. I put on tap shoes and did my Gregory Hines tribute.
Yes, I was inspired when I saw a huge, well-hung black man's weenie swinging back and forth. The song was Pendulum.
Yes. And I named it Le Horse after the size of his cock. Yes. They're actually recording in my old producer's office. They've named it Le Lazy.
They wanted to record in a place where absolutely nothing has ever happened.
Yes, monks are doing chants in there now.
Yes, they call it cheeseburger.
They should call it Le Fired. Holy shit.
Fuck. Right on.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, it was very special. Foundry recording.
Yes, they're actually recording an album on my stomach. They've named it Le Staples.
And on my back labeled Le Com.
All right, we got to take a break. 2 quick things, though. I was right. The house was torn down in '94.
It was?
And the guy that now lives there, he built, his current home on the spot.
What a guy.
And is it true there, Jimmy Ozzie did Bloodbath in Paradise? Was that a song about Manson?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
But it's I'm not talking about singing a song about something. I'm talking about actually going into
exploiting.
Yeah.
For your own...
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Ozzy also sang about Jimmy Swaggart, and he sang about fucking, the OJ murders. He sang about a lot of stuff.
All right. Bill Burr's here. Very happy that Bill's here live, so we're going to do that next. We're going to get him in studio. And let's not forget the big Star Trek challenge a little later this morning with BJ Shay, who does a fine morning show out there in Seattle.
Right.
All right?
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, no, not you.
Oh, go?
My way.
With that, we say hi to Bill Burr in studio.
What's going on, gentlemen?
And right away, I had to ask Bill about Olympic hockey, because I know he kind of likes hockey, right?
Oh,
you follow the Bruins a little bit.
Yeah, big tough season.
And I just wanted your take on the Olympic hockey, because I know you did a fine podcast on that. And
I was actually for the gold medal game. I was in Houston, Texas, big hockey town. And I'm sitting there going,
were they watching the game, though?
No, hell no. I couldn't find anybody. And they're saying 75% of Canada was watching the game. And I was joking on stage that I couldn't find 75 people in Houston who cared. You know? It was. I swear to God, this sounds hacky, but there was a big rodeo that was in town, which was affecting ticket sales. I mean,
well, that's the PBR probably. The PBR is a big rodeo freaking thing there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not making fun of it, but I mean, yeah, they had their priorities were in
take their PBR very
areas.
seriously.
Yeah.
And speaking of the hockey, where you said 75% of the entire nation was watching the gold medal game yesterday, I think it was on I forgot what fucking website. They showed the water in Canada, and everybody was flushing at the same time because they were using the toilets during in between the first and second and the second and third.
Oh, really?
And they actually had a chart to prove that the water was out of control with everybody flushing the fucking toilets. I forgot where it was, Dan. It's worth seeing because it's on a graph. It's an official graph and everything. And they're saying, see this huge spike? That was in between the first and second periods of the game.
It's in my book.
That's like their OJ verdict.
Yeah,
everybody turned the TV on. You had the power surge.
Yeah,
I was basically. I mean, I was psyched. That was great that we were actually able to compete to this level now. But I so wanted us to win just because I was telling you guys during the break. It's so rare. Do you have an opportunity to just completely devastate a nation without bombing them or doing some sort of Holocaust?
They would have been devastated.
It would have been. They care to such an insane level. I remember when they were trash talking, sending me emails because they know I'm into it, and it's kind of like, you guys used to beat us 8-1, so I'm kind of,
I say we need a third game myself. We won one, they won one.
Yeah.
We need a third one.
I know,
we need a tiebreaker.
And it went into overtime. It was kind of BS, but
it had to be Crosby. My brother goes, as soon as that goal was scored, he yelled out, "Please, anyone but Crosby." And it turns out to be Crosby.
Guy.
Well, I mean, I'm an Islanders fan. I would love Crosby if he was on my fucking team, but he's not. So yeah, you gotta hate talent like that.
I like Ovechkin.
Ovechkin rules.
Yeah,
I think Ovechkin's
just
better
because
than Crosby.
he's got that temper. If you hit him, he gets mad, and because he's a star, he can take a 12 stride and then leave his feet hit, and they won't call it. You're like, really?
It's so true.
Really? Did that just happen? Elbow right to his face.
So true.
He has golden laces. It's okay.
Yeah. You're right,
look,
though.
Speaking of hockey, what's your take on this? Is this
There's
real?
no way you can get bare feet and those old...
Well, that's what Danny said.
Those leather...
But that's what we said.
See, but you know what? This is more a statement about communism, is that they still have those leather skates, remember?
Yeah, they can't even get the updated hockey
playing
stakes.
fucking hockey.
They're
skates,
not.
Yeah.
Look, he's shooting on goal.
Yeah, come on. We're not sure.
The goalie sucks right there. He's not even fucking trying.
No.
No,
dude, that's not real.
We don't
come
know,
on,
though.
What? Then you tell me what it is.
Yeah.
Computer.
No.
Dude, tell me what Avatar is. I'm surprised the stick isn't coming into my
But
face.
this is a dumb YouTube
enough.
video, not a movie that's supposed to make $1 billion.
You know enough about fucking
conspiracies
film and stuff.
I know enough about bears.
You would look.
I know enough about bears to know that their feet can't fit in those little things.
That's what we said. But then look at him. He's fucking skating.
It's a combination. It's a combination of real footage and a little bit of CGI.
Yeah, on the bottom half.
Yeah.
You can't, do you understand how difficult it would be to fucking CGI a camera moving like that?
Not as hard as it is to find 12 individual bears that can play ice hockey.
You know,
is Bill gonna make me not think it's fake?
I would have to say that's a huge face by Bill Burr.
It really is.
That was a big time fail for
That's
us,
a hand
Anthony.
pass. You see that?
It's a hand pass.
A paw pass.
Paw pass.
We like how they understand who's on whose team. There's an offense and a defense.
Yeah,
and
they're passing.
They
They're
kind of
fucking
understand the basic rules of hockey.
What
about that,
little
Bill?
gooning it up.
You explain that fight at the end.
Explain the fight? Okay, I'll tell you another reason why it's fake, because a man walked over to break up two bears fighting.
I know.
Why didn't we have this logic?
An hour and a half ago.
Now I'm going to have to
also,
rethink
the guy
whole thing.
is like 10 feet bigger than the bear.
Well, because they're slouched over a little bit. They're not supposed
bears
to
don't
stand
have good
straight up.
posture.
Right.
They're not supposed to be on
Oh,
skates.
God.
Yeah.
They're
like
big feet.
Big feet in those little skates.
Oh,
those little booties.
I know. I can't watch that, and I don't know. I'm boggled.
We are a little boggled by that, Bill.
I'll figure it out one
I've
day.
been, I don't know if this probably won't be funny though, Rick, because it's all like visual and stuff like.
Well, like this was. I mean, we
I
made this
guess so.
funny, and no one.
You guys watch those videos where like, all of the people learn how to play guitar on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll have like, so-and-so shreds, this guy shreds, but it's a guy who actually have like Eddie Van Halen shreds. And what he does is he takes out the audio and he plays, he plays
Plays it
awful guitar, but
all
it's
wrong.
so brilliant because he plays awful guitar exactly where Eddie's fingers are.
Yeah.
So it takes you like 20 seconds to be like, hey, when's Eddie gonna get going? And then it just completely sucks. And I think people at this point know it's fake, but they used to get so mad, like, this is totally fake. Van Halen gets more pussy than you ever will. It's all typing in capitals.
Dude, it is hysterically funny, man.
Hold on.
It's very visual.
Here we
It's
go.
extremely visual.
This is Eddie Van Halen shreds. If people just sitting there and go, wait a minute, what's Eddie doing?
Because it's videoing, it sounds amazing. Somebody took the sound out and made it look like a fucking asshole.
No,
Polite clapping.
That is funny, man.
You're trying to tell me this isn't good playing?
No, it's Eddie. Eddie at his best. They have another one, rare Eddie Van Halen video.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, oh shit, somebody got some footage. And they just drop out the audio, and he's just like, well, I first started playing guitar when I was masturbating in my basement, and I figured, what the fuck?
Listen how bad that is.
It's Eddie Van Halen shreds on YouTube if you want to check out the video we're watching. That's pretty good, Bill.
Playing
Iron Man.
Badly. The clapping is great, too. Yeah, it is very visual.
long,
It
too.
is hysterical.
Yeah, after a while you get the joke, and there's really no...
Yeah.
But the rare Eddie Van Halen video is great, too. I mean, rare Eddie Van Halen interview.
Oh, can we see that?
Yeah.
That might be.
Holy
Who's he on
shit.
stage with?
I don't know. That might be one of those like those NAM things, where they just have like all new equipment coming out, and they just have these big players
just
come out
playing,
and shred.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not
really?
Van Halen.
Hey,
Yeah, no.
we got Rich on the phone, who was a big fan of Bill Burr's podcast. Rich,
Hey, how's it going, guys?
you got
Hey,
a
Rich.
question as we try to find this other video?
Yeah, I wanted to tell Bill Burr that, like, every single week I check, see if there's a new podcast. When there's not, I understand the guy's got to go out and make a living, but how come you don't have guest hosts like all the other podcast guys do?
How come I don't have what? Guest hosts or guests on the show?
Well, no, guest hosts. Like, I understand, like, days that you can't make it because you're out making a living, but how about having, Joe DeRosa host one, or hell, even if Jimmy Norton's around?
You know what? I never thought to do that, but I don't miss a week. Just sometimes it doesn't get up till Tuesday, but that's if I'm flying back from somewhere.
So you get a new one every week.
I do.
Guy's giving you
I
shit.
should.
Yeah, no shit.
Giving you
All right,
suggestions and shit.
Now, my only other question is, how come you aren't like doing the whole podcast circuit to promote yours?
Oh, because I just do it for fun. I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm
What's
not
the
trying.
podcast circuit?
No, it's like this big thing, and
I didn't even
get
know.
under this guy's umbrella. This. I just do it for fun. It's free, and I don't give a shit. I just say whatever the hell I want to say. It's just a fun thing. People take it too seriously, though.
I'm going to start a podcast circuit, I think.
You have a radio show.
No, I mean, I'm going to fucking do
I know.
a circuit. I'm doing a podcast
It's basically for people who can't get paid in radio. They just kind of go. They go and they do a podcast.
I actually sent Opie a message via YouTube, hoping it would get to him, suggesting that him and Anthony and Jimmy do a podcast, because then they wouldn't have to deal with any management whatsoever.
Or money.
It would just be them.
Wouldn't have to deal with any, paycheck.
Adam Carolla makes a pretty good living. He
No, he
doesn't.
doesn't. He doesn't get paid. Dude. He doesn't get paid for it.
Adam Carolla has a pretty big following with his podcast, but that is the problem that a lot of people are facing. They're still not making money doing the podcast.
I think he's still sitting out his
Well, you know what? I feel
Trust
like
me, we're having those
I'm
conversations
part of the
behind
problem.
the scenes.
Yeah.
I'm part of the problem. Where
Giving
it's
away
just-
for free, you
Yeah,
fuck.
it's like giving away an hour of stuff for free.
Yeah.
And
Adam Carolla
you
does-
give
my
it-
God, just let him plow right
Jesus.
over.
All right,
No, go ahead, sir. It's about you.
If I'm saying, like, these guys, like, you're doing it for free, and they still complain.
Yeah.
Hey, it's called Monday Morning Podcast, not Monday Afternoon Podcast.
Oh, really?
And it's like, oh my God, really?
And you're giving it away for free.
Yeah, you give it away for free, and
you're
then
doing
just
the right thing.
Yeah, you mispronounce this word. I mean, I really sound like a moron on my podcast. I said the other day I was trying to say a man of my own heart. I said a man from my heart.
Yeah.
I just do that all as I upload it. I'm just sitting there cringing like, God, I'm such a dope.
I'm not here to complain, man.
You did
right,
already.
sure, God.
Enough of you.
Okay.
Here's the rare Eddie Van Halen interview.
Yeah.
People must have been like, oh,
When
this
did you
is...
build this guitar?
Let's see, I was 14? Yeah, I was 14 when I built it. The fuck is this?
Yeah, he's like scratching the fucking...
Yeah, I was in my
That's
basement
great.
one day and I was masturbating. And, I decided that, I might as well do something creative while I'm down here just masturbating all day. So, I built a guitar, and I was able to convert my masturbation abilities into guitar playing. And, it's better than just sitting there by yourself, winking off,
This is only going to be funny if you're watching it.
Yeah, exactly.
What made you...
Well, my hands were so freakishly large that I couldn't fit them on any corporate model guitar, so I had to build a guitar of my own that would fit my hands. Like,
People actually
I bought a
have,
guitar
like,
from the guitar store one day.
they
and
feel
I
like they
couldn't
need to
even
write
play it
fake underneath
because my
it.
Yeah,
hands were too
fake.
freaking big.
Come on,
I was
man.
like, what the fuck?
Once you had the body and the neck and knew that you were did you put the guitar together right away?
Yeah, and from there I went straight into practicing and writing music and whatnot. And I was always looking for the fastest way to do stuff, so I realized I had to start taking methamphetamine.
Yeah, you gotta kind of see it.
That's pretty good. Someone else is saying kiss shredding is really good. The kiss shred is
the
the
same
best.
thing, yeah.
All right.
It's basically
I guess,
the same
I guess
thing.
you can check it out
Yeah.
on your. Bill, what's this $27 thing about? You were saying about your
Yeah,
bank?
I went to the bank. Like, all of a sudden, I finally, noticed that my bank, for some reason, was charging me $27 a month.
For what?
I don't know what.
Oh, you didn't have a minimum balance for your account?
Because they basically screwed up the economy. And then they got $1 trillion and they kept it. And now they're trying to make me pay for it, chip in, I guess, right? So
Is it one of those deals where, yeah, you gotta kind of,
Well, basically, I go down there and I go, why are you charging me $27 a month? They're like, let's see what your account. They're doing all this stuff, and then they find, oh, that's funny. We shouldn't be doing that. I go, yeah, you shouldn't be. So could you refund my money? I go, well, our records only go back the records only went back 4 months. I go, but I've had this account for like 6 years with you. So how long you've been doing it? I mean, this could be like $1,500. And I go, well, he goes, well, you'd have to have your records. I go, I have all my records. I'll bring them in.
Why do you have to have the records when it's their
fucking
problem?
computers.
Yeah, they go. It only goes back 4 months, and I go, well, I'll bring in all my records, and then they go, and I go, and then you'll refund my money, right? And they go, well, no, we won't, because I go, why not? And they goes, well, the bank looks at it like it's kind of on you that you didn't notice. I go, so let me get this straight. I put my money in your bank, so it's safe. And it's on me because I wasn't checking to see if you guys were stealing from me. And then the guy goes, He goes, I kind of see your point. It's like, no, dude, there's no point here.
Yeah,
it's right and wrong. You're stealing from me. And then he kind of had a smile on his face. I'm like, why is this funny?
Yeah, you fucking asshole.
Good for you.
Yeah. And it's not good for me. And I walked out, and there was like, I mean, they're going to return. They're going to return those 4 months.
Oh, wow.
No, they have to.
Of course they go back.
Come on.
If they get investigated by the government for something, you're going to tell me they could say to the government, we only got 4 months worth of records?
Yeah, exactly.
They're lying.
They're being
Of course
audited.
they are. What I should have done is take my own advice. Is you don't lose your cool, which I did. You don't lose your cool. You just keep saying that's unacceptable.
Yeah,
that's unacceptable, and you don't leave. They're not going to throw you out. And then you just keep asking for somebody higher. And then it gets that tipping point where this isn't worth it anymore.
Yeah.
And then, I did that one time when I flew U.S. Air, and they charged me like $30 to check my bag. And when I got to the ground, I had to wait over an hour for it because it was Sunday and they had a skeleton crew. So I just walked in, and I just kept saying, that's unacceptable, it's unacceptable, it's unacceptable. They gave me the website. I go, I don't want a website. I want a phone number. Called them up. That's unacceptable, unacceptable, unacceptable. And I would not get off the phone, and I never cursed, so they couldn't hang up on me. And finally, they were just like, all right. So then when they give me the refund, it still wouldn't happen for 3 months. And then they gave me a website so I could watch the status of my refund.
Oh, shit.
At which point I just tapped out. I was like, I'm gonna be that one guy who does it.
No, you're not.
You couldn't hang in there, right?
You know, dude, I got a life after a while, and they realize that.
If the bank inadvertently gave you $1,000 and a few months went by and then they asked for it back, would you be like, well, no, it's on you?
Yeah, that's on you.
Yeah, that's on you. It's your bank money and you gave it to me. Sorry.
Or they say we can't get it back because we didn't notice it. It's 5 months ago. We can't get those records.
Yeah.
They're fucking
can't
lying.
get those records. That's bullshit.
Yeah, no. I mean, that was round one. I lost round one.
Oh, yeah?
They stuck the mitt in my face. Got a little stunned.
Is it Bank of America?
Yeah, they're rubbing my chest. Give me the bottle, the one that I mixed. I'm going to come back like Aaron Pryor against Arguello.
Is it Bank of America?
No, who do you think it is?
City.
No, Chase.
Chase?
Chase. J.P. Morgan, the guys who came out on... somehow they anticipated...
As in chase your money?
Somehow they've anticipated every downturn. Somehow they were the only guys that saw the depression coming. Yeah, somehow these guys... dude, it's so... that's the worst thing. I actually was talking to the guy about it. Like, a guy who works at a bank is going to be sympathetic.
Yeah, to the banking industry
I started
and how
telling
it's
him
affecting you and
and how the bankers
what bullshit it is.
Blew off the president because it was foggy out. Yeah, it's foggy. We're not coming. All right, and then the president's like, well, maybe we can do a phoner.
So do you have $27 every month that shows that they took it for how long?
I don't know. I have to go look at my records. I mean, maybe it was 4 months, maybe it was 4 years, maybe it was the entire 8 years I had the account.
Yeah, you don't know.
And that adds up. I mean, that's like what? Like that's $270 to October plus another like, $40, $50. It's almost like, like $320 a year for like 8 years. I mean, they owe me a couple of grand.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they do that to a bunch of people. They're making some nice cash.
Dude, they're brutal.
Yeah.
They completely screwed up. I overpaid for my apartment because of these guys, because they made people who weren't qualified for loans qualified, and then it became like Super Bowl tickets, where everybody and their mother can go, and it goes from a $400 ticket all the way up to $4,000. The whole thing crashes. They get bailed out. They kept the money. They took bonuses out of the money. They increased fees at the banks, and they got the houses back. And do it all over again. Yeah. And they're blowing off the president. And they took $27 a month from me.
And now they won't give fucking loans out either. They're just...
And we're stuck with our mortgages.
Yeah.
That's on you, Opie. That's on you, because you didn't realize that they were complete
They let you
crap.
sit there getting a 0.5% interest on your money in their account, and they're lending it out for fucking ridiculous interest. It's criminal.
No, it's legalized loan sharking.
It's criminal.
It's legalized loan sharking. There's no difference between what they do and what a loan shark does. And I've said that, and people go, well, a bank won't break your legs. It's like, because it doesn't have to.
No.
Because it's legal.
They could throw you out of your house is what they could do.
The only satisfaction I take with banks is paying into principal, so I'm fucking them out of interest that I know that they should be getting.
That'll show them.
That's the only thing that feels good. It's like they have, in a way, loaned me money for a lot less than they intended to loan me money for.
That's true. Yeah.
What, then?
No, they know. They know they're going to get you. Even if you pay off your place, they know at some point you're going to do something. You're going to twist your knee or something like that, and then your insurance company is going to drop you, and then you're going to have to pay for it yourself. They'll get you into it. They're going to get your apartment back. They'll get mine back. It's ridiculous.
In time, they'll get everything.
I'm trying to pay mine off as quickly as possible because I figured out that the money's not worth anything. So it's like, yeah, I'll write you some numbers right back on a piece of paper. There you go.
And you're lucky.
These are for yours. I want to have something tangible at the end of all this. You know,
you're lucky if you could do it too, because some banks actually charge you a penalty.
This one doesn't though, but you're right. This one, they don't here.
Yeah, I was thinking of, kind of just taking care of that.
Well, a lot of places it'll hurt your credit because they'll look at it like say they took out like a $500,000 loan. They look over 30 years what they would have made off of you. So when you pay it off early, it's like, well, Anthony was not a good little indentured servant.
I love how that affects your credit in a negative fashion, paying for something.
Canceling a credit card does, paying off your balance every month.
Yeah.
Not hugely, but it affects it.
Yeah, like you can't build a credit rating by paying your American Express card because you pay it at the end of every month.
They want you to see you carry debt.
They want you to have debt on you. So you then
it's unbelievable.
And then you'll have a good credit rating.
The money you save,
you're an asshole.
No,
you're not trustworthy.
And the greatest thing now is they're phasing out cash. And people cash is so great because it's anonymous. It's the one way that you can get around these guys under the table stuff. And now it isn't. And they're doing these commercials, literally using homophobia to try to get people to switch over. Did you see that commercial?
So filthy, like buying something that costs a lot of money with cash. And I don't mean not even something that's thousands, but if something's a few $100,
like an iPod,
and you're just you pay for cash, you're kind of looking like you're doing something wrong.
People look at you like you're crooked, like you're a drug dealer.
Where'd you get that?
I had to deposit a reasonable amount of money in the bank just a few months ago, and boy, did I feel like a criminal too. Taking out a big wad, and everybody's looking at you like, why does this kid?
Where'd you get that?
Why does he look like that and have cash on him? And then
drugs.
Then they're asking me 1,000 questions. Where'd the money come from? Where do I work? What do I do? And I'm just like, can't I just put money in a fucking bank?
In my account? Yeah,
it's my account. Why do I have to answer?
Well, the greatest thing is these guys stole from us. And we're still using them. If somebody mugged you, the next week would you take your paycheck and put it in their back pocket? It's ridiculous. And I go down there and they're stealing 27. They're not even regulated.
And with that, Bill, we got someone that works at Chase. Steve, you manage at Chase?
No, I used to back in April, actually.
All right, Bill wants to know where his fucking $27 a month is going and how he gets it back.
You know where it went.
Oh, that's funny.
Where?
Yeah,
they think
well, no, I went into the pockets. That's how they end up on top. But ultimately, just the reason I called, you get these best practices is what it is, and that's what they call it. It's called best practices, and it's ways to deal with these types of situations. And
what's the best way for me to get my $27 or get the record? Can I do that, or am I gonna be like?
Oh, keep going up the chain. That's what you got to do.
Okay.
And that's the best way that I've dealt with it. And everybody, the way any management structure is set up is that you've got a bunch of blockers. Each manager you talk to is a blocker. So until you get to the right guy, and at that point in time, the guy doesn't want to talk to you.
I just paid for that. What's that thing on the front of a yacht? That big piece of wood that goes straight out. That's what I bought somebody that.
It's easy to grin when your ship comes in.
The front sail or something.
You just paid for something, yeah.
Well,
the hooker he gets to come on there, so he can fill the void.
Christy's going to tell you something here. Christy in Jersey. Christy.
Yeah, so you actually can build credit with American Express, but what the banks don't tell you is that you don't build credit with debit. And if you go over what you have in the bank, they charge you major fees on the back end.
Yeah, you know what? I had somebody else on my card for many years. I had my American Express account, and then somebody else was on there, and they were using it, but they weren't building credit. Yeah, they weren't building credit. The thing is, it's but it's just like Bill says. If you pay something off right away, it's not good for them.
No, you're not a good indentured servant. I had a buddy of mine, his girlfriend was great with her money, and she didn't have any debt. And she had credit cards, but she paid them off every month, and she went to go get a car loan, and she couldn't get one And because she had paid the balances off, she never showed that she could carry debt.
It's like, I'm gonna pay this off. Look how good I've been.
No, you're living within your means. That's not a good thing, right? We need you to be living just beyond, right at the wall of your means.
That really is amazing, and I do not usually agree with Bill Burr's conspiracy type things, and this isn't really conspiracy, it's true.
No, it isn't.
But I completely agree with that. They really want to have you in a position where you are in debt.
They want you to, basically from 18 years old, you're going to run on the wheel until you're in your drooling years. And then they're going to take that debt and pass it on to everybody. Because, dude, I sat there, I lay in bed at night trying to think, how do I get off the wheel? How do I get, I just want to be like, at the end of those cheesy cop buddy movies where you buy the bar and down in the Florida Keys, and you got the Hawaiian shirt, and it's over. Set for life, man. I'm set for life.
You're in a sailboat somewhere.
They won't let you stop. The second you stop moving, it just, the wheel rolls over you and you're under the bus. It's brilliant. And nobody's doing, this is how I think the hierarchy goes. It goes banks, corporations, and then the politicians. Dude, if you start watching some of these documentaries, I had to stop. I literally had to tap out because half of these government groups that are supposed to be regulating corporations and banks, half the people on like those the boards that watch them used to be in the industry
the guys
that they're watching.
Right.
Like I watched that what the hell was that movie? That Food Inc. I watched that.
Yeah. I was going to get that last night, but I'm like,
Dude, they have such psychotic laws at this point because they have guys on the inside that it's actually illegal to actually say how our food is processed, to actually tell the truth. And they had this woman in the documentary. They had this woman in the documentary whose kid died of like a coli or something like that.
Yeah. I remember seeing that in the trailer.
She still, and she, and then she became one of these activists, and she was still, they were like, so what exactly is going on? She goes, part of me wants to say that they wouldn't have the nerve to sue the mother of a dead child, but I really don't want, and she wouldn't answer it. I was like, wow.
Jesus. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I want to watch Food Inc.
They were claiming, allegedly, so I don't get in trouble here, that basically everything is corn-based now.
Yeah.
Pretty much they feed everything corn. I don't, it was so overwhelming. And even in like those farmers markets, like one of the big things that corporations do now is they paint everything green, so you think it's like, or green and yellow, so it kind of looks cornish, so you think like it's good for the environment.
Yeah, green is very good.
Yeah, that it doesn't end up in that cesspool in the middle of the Pacific. You seen that? It's like 2 miles deep and bigger than the size of Texas.
That giant garbage heap.
Oh yeah. Dude, it's all rollerblades and whatever fad polyester pants from the 70s. Rubik's Cubes.
It's just spinning out there in the Pacific.
And what happens is, I guess the plastic, it breaks down into like these little like, I don't know, these little like particles, and then the fish breathe it in, and then we eat it. We're eating rollerblades and fish and stuff. And dude, I'm telling you, and my brain, from talking on cell phones, is like going, like, I've actually, one of the things on my podcast is like, I'm trying to get smarter, trying to get, dude, I feel like Jerry Rice.
Why
like,
are you still using your phone to make phone calls? No one does that.
Dude, that was a big statement that you made. Yeah, I'm going to text now.
No one does it.
I just text.
I
I
rarely
don't take phone calls.
take a phone call on my phone.
I never put it by my head.
Never
I hate
do
the
that.
fucking cell phone by my head.
Yeah, but I'm
it's
on
usually
the road.
someone much older than me in my life because they don't understand the whole texting thing.
Speakerphone.
Or speakerphone.
Yeah, but I'm on the road like every other week, and it's like I can't like text.
You live in a different world.
I just want to make a cell phone helmet. I just wear it all the time with the thing on.
You should do
speakerphone.
Dude, I'm telling you, if you come up with something,
it would be superhuman.
We should talk about that during the break. We'll make more money than Billy Mays. I swear to God, because you can scare the hell out of people.
Yeah.
Are you sick of cooking your brain? I'm Billy Mays. But they got this website out, Lumosity.com, and it's all these brain games, dude. And I'm telling you, dude, some of these games, they had one. Well, they have like on the left side is. Will be like two colors. Left side will say black, and then they'll write on the right side another color. They'll write yellow, but you have to look what color they wrote yellow, and it has to be black, dude. That thing will like make your brain do a somersault.
What do you mean?
It's really hard to do. So you got to name the color, the actual color, and not read what it says. Is that kind of what it is?
You're okay. Like say if I read the word on the left black, and on the right it says yellow, but yellow is written in black, then that matches. But your brain reads yellow, and you're like, that's black, that doesn't. And then you hit doesn't match, and this X just goes, bah! And which messes with, like, you start getting, like, anxious.
Wait, I got to see this now.
I've done a test where words are written in other colors. So yellow will be written in red.
Right.
And you have to go, like, red, green, and name the color, not the word.
Yeah.
But you're so hung up on reading the word.
Right. Well, this takes it to another level.
Yeah,
you got to read another word. They got one called duck hunting, right? And it's basically like right at the same time, a letter appears and this duck appears, and you have to remember the letter and click where the duck was. Then it becomes like Wheel of Fortune. Then you're like, if you guess the letter right out of this usual suspect lineup of letters, you're then spelling the name of a bird, and it's like the whole thing just compounds on itself. And then when you get that down, then they'll have like the bird in like 4 blue dots all at once, and it's just like
you ever see that one, the fucking weird one? It's like where you got like little men and they're multicolored, and then you throw dice and you knock someone's man out and someone yells Parcheesi.
I gotta go to Don.
Mind games are great.
Yeah,
man.
Don and Tom's River.
I'm terrible at them too.
Don.
Hey guys, as far as Food Inc. goes, it's fucking awesome, but the most powerful organization in the world, and Bill, maybe you'll back me on this, is the soybean industry.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. I have no idea. I watched the documentary. Is it?
Oh, no. Soylent Green?
Dude,
they want to put soy in everything?
Black ops, blacklist, blackout sedans, shutting farms down. It's unbelievable how powerful the soybean industry is.
This is why... Let me just explain something. This is why the legitimate stuff that Bill's talking about and everything gets thrown into the category of people going, all right. The second you start talking about black ops and black helicopters, people go, all right, it's bullshit.
Yeah, you can't deliver it that way. Even though what he's saying is not necessarily crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude,
I don't know.
They showed this thing, right? They were saying how they found out that people like chicken breast meat, so they started. I don't know what they did to these chickens, but they got. You see how big chicken breasts are now?
They made them crazy.
They get them to the point they can't walk. They take like a 2-step and they just collapse. You ever see like footage of somebody having like a massive coronary, just like, and they just literally drop dead,
fall right over?
They look like that kept happening, and then they would try to get up again. It was brutal.
They can't hold up their own weight.
When I was a kid,
we need a big fucking chicken breast on our
Remember
plate.
when I was a kid, they weren't that big. Like, this is what you got chicken breast, it wasn't that big in your plate.
Dude,
now,
I eat apples now, and I eat apples now. I get full. I'm like, I can't finish this. I mean, that never used to happen.
How is that? They're making giant food.
Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire are behind all of this.
That's not steroids.
They're roiding out the fucking food.
So I went down to this farmer's market after I saw that. Whenever you see something, you're like, I'm going to make a change.
Yeah, I'm going to go natural.
Last 2 days.
Organic.
Yeah.
So I went down and I bought this all-natural, never been messed with, old-school chicken, dude.
Oh, it's horrible, right?
No, it was delicious, but it was... I mean, I realized I can actually eat a whole chicken if I want to. The thing looked like is this a teenager? Did it have some sort of blood disease? And it's like, no, this is what an actual chicken looks like.
A sparrow.
Yeah. And especially when it's sitting next to all the other, like, Jersey Shore roided out chickens sitting there. Hey, how you doing? With, like, the neck muscles and stuff. I'm sitting there going, like, all right. I don't know about this, so.
I'll take the Snooky chicken.
Yeah.
God damn. That's fucking unbelievable.
That's what chickens are supposed to look like.
What the hell is that?
I don't know.
That's fucking chicken.
That's got some kind of problem.
But when I was growing up, man, they weren't that big. You didn't get like they were like turkey. Now a chicken is like a turkey,
yeah.
And turkeys are fucking retarded.
Yeah, turkey's like a wild boar.
Fucking tusks coming out of their beaks and shit. It's insanity. I was last night. My cook couldn't make it over yesterday, so I have to wait till today. So I had to fend for myself last night, which is just, for me, it's walking around, opening the refrigerator and the cabinets like 20 times, looking around going, I don't know what to do.
You settle on cereal.
I don't know what to do. I couldn't even settle on that. Like, there's nothing in the house. Like shopping has to be done. I'm a fucking mess. So I find this can of chili in the fucking cabinet, and I'm like, oh, fuck, great. I turned the thing around and look, and I actually put it back and said, I can't even eat this. It had 85% of the daily intake of sodium.
Oh, yeah.
85%. It was like 2,000 fucking grams of... It was like more salt than could fit in the can. I was wondering how they pulled that off. And cholesterol, trans fat, like it was... You would think they would have blacked it out like a fucking CIA letter that they released. Yeah. Like all the shit just black lined out. Like, you don't need to see this. You don't need to see it. I was starving, and it looked so good. And I put it back. I'm like
I can't do this.
I rolled it in there. I was like, fuck, man. So I went up making like pasta, which sucks because it takes forever. And you eat it in like 3 minutes. And you're sitting there boiling and stirring. And it's a little too al dente. I got to heat up the sauce. And after like a half hour of cooking the shit, you finally eat and you're like done in 3 minutes.
You ever have so much salt, your lips are like...
Yeah, I can't.
Your bones start dissolving.
It just makes it feel like shit.
Osteoporosis
like like an old fender. Your cheek rots out. You got rust on your fucking cheek.
That happened to me the other week. I ate like an entire bag of like Tostitos by myself. You just have that, like your lips almost go numb from the amount of salt.
You look like a shipwreck victim. Fucking lips are red.
And the only solution is a pint of Haagen-Dazs. You got to go the other way.
You got to calm that salt down.
Yeah.
What, did you get punched in the face? No, I had sushi last night.
It's like, isn't Anthony a millionaire? Shut up. I live like a fucking dirtbag.
Let's go to Dan in Scranton. Dan?
Fellas, how are you?
Good, man. We're hanging with Bill Burr. It's been way too long.
It's in the back of the cabinet.
Bill, I'll tell you, the movie you saw ruined my life, but there's another one that made me a complete idiot, was King of Corn. I can't eat anything now without reading the ingredients. Everything we're eating is filled with corn.
Well, okay. What was the gist of the movie?
Corn
though?
syrup is like a big thing too. They throw that in everything.
Well, dude, it's one of those things where we've defied the laws of nature. The amount of us that are living, and it's only because they want more idiots that they can take $27 out of their account for. So most of us. We're the only species where the morons survive. Like, there's not, like, we were talking about that dumb squirrels. You don't see that shit.
Yeah,
You're a dumb squirrel, you're dead. But us, not only do you survive, but you're able to procreate and have like 58 kids.
Isn't it kind of sick and a little ironic that we watch these shows and these documentaries and you look at the cows and the chickens and you go like, oh, that's terrible. They treat them like that and stuff. And then you look and go, oh my God, I'm that. They feed me this stuff.
Yeah.
And they take my $27 and I just walk around, but I am just a commodity for them to, use and abuse and whatever. I mean, they're not butchering me literally, but, you are being used.
And that's why,
you're a commodity.
Now, if you go to TED.com and you start seeing what they're able to do with some robots, we're literally, we're going to be obsolete. The only reason why, I think I'm thoroughly convinced that the only reason why I'm alive is because they still need me.
Yeah, for something.
They still need me to do something. I mean, my only hope is if the robot doesn't have, comedic timing, that they can bring me up through the floor like a court jester. And if I bomb, they throw me to the alligators,
Fucking Bill.
You ever see a
right on, man.
You ever see a car running through a fucking plant that's building cars? Those robots are just spot welding. Whamp, whamp. The arms are swinging around like crazy. They know exactly where to hit the spot weld.
Oh, dude, that's nothing. You should see what they got coming. You should see they got this hand like a glove, dribbling this ball between each fingers. And I'm telling you, it starts off like, ba-dum, 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 and then it goes, you're just like, oh my God.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they're already talking about using, robot parts to replace fake legs and stuff like that, literally Lee Majors kind of stuff.
They're starting to put more actual electronic shit in prosthetic limbs, so you have some sense of feeling of pressure. So your grip isn't just, back a few years you had that hook. That fucking, just got back from WW2. Left my arm on Iwo Jima. And you just got this hook, you're breaking light bulbs with it and shit. You can't do anything. It uses the same fucking thing for a piece of steel in your wife's nipple. The same pressure.
Hold my new baby boy. I'd love to, but it's just,
it's not working. I got a hook. Now though, it's you're picking up a light bulb and it's fine, or you could crush a can.
No, I think in the future, all these roided out athletes will be actually looked as like they had forward thinking. They saw where it was going.
They just fucking these whole half machine things.
Let's go to Jordan. Jordan.
Hey guys. Not to go too far back, but the reason why they've standardized the breed of chicken, aside from producing the most meat per chicken, is that when they bring them through the slaughterhouse, they have absolutely minimal human involvement. When they slaughter cows, they still got to use a lot of labor. It's usually immigrant labor,
And if you read Fast Food Nation, a lot of those guys fall into the machines and they get killed and no one seems to know about it. But chickens, they basically hang on a hook. They go through, they get defeathered, they get killed, they get the meat stripped off and packaged with very little human involvement. So it makes the companies more money, more profit margin.
Jeez. Yeah, well, with the amount of chicken that like people eat, but I've been saying this for a while. It's got to be that assembly line kind of thing.
But what this guy is saying, they're
fucking amazing.
They're changing the breed of chicken so it's easier to get all the feathers off and do everything they need to do in the factory efficiently.
They breed them to make it more quick and efficient. Yeah.
So we're looking at the video of this fucking robot bouncing a ball.
It's bouncing a ball faster than you could ever bounce a fucking ball.
Yeah, it has a whistling sound. The air is like,
it's just miraculous. How does it know where to?
Why doesn't it bounce away?
It knows it's hitting it on a certain angle
and hitting it flat. He's using the molar method.
The molar method.
Actually,
that's
for the 5 drummers who listen to this.
See, there you go.
See, that's where you need the person now.
They got to
now how is he going to go get the ball?
That guy would break both of Jordan's ankles if he turned that into. He would cross him over like he had never been.
It is fucked up, man.
It is.
I don't know.
All right, why don't we take
where we're going with that?
Well, I got to tell you about my Prius that got recalled on the way back.
On the way back, look at Bill. Hey, what are you promoting in town?
Huh?
What are you promoting in town? We'll save the Prius.
We added a show up in Boston, May 6th at the Wilbur Theater, and then May 8th I'm doing the Taj Mahal down in Atlantic City.
Oh, the Taj, yeah.
I was just down there.
Yeah,
with Patrice and Bob Kelly. It's a nice room. Oh, I saw them advertising your show already.
Oh yeah,
they advertised it before Bob Kelly and Patrice.
Nice.
So yeah, you'll sell out down there.
Nice.
You're gonna have a nice fucking crowd down there. All right, more with Bill Burr. Stay there. Bill Burr in studio. Hey, Bill, are you on Twitter? People want to know.
Nah.
Okay. Why? You don't want to be on the grid that much?
Yeah, doing this just a podcast alone is enough to I'm letting people in my life enough. I mean, if you really want to go see my shows, I have a website.
Nah, but the website is old news.
Website? What is this website?
Oh, God, I'm always behind on the technology. I finally got on Facebook, which is the most annoying. MySpace is so much better than Facebook. All you douchebags who ran over because it was a new club in town who wanted to seem cool. It was so much better to promote your gigs. Now I have to go on Facebook and pretend I'm not me and start a fan page. I don't give a shit anymore. I don't give a shit anymore. Forget it.
But you would be a real good one to follow on Twitter. You really would. You should set up a Twitter account.
Look, you know what I'm going to get in Twitter? I always get involved in these things right as everybody thinks they're like old school. That sucks. Now I'm on the next thing.
Where were you?
Yeah.
Where were you like 2 years ago?
Yeah. All right. Your Prius, I think you were teasing before the break.
Oh, yeah.
They just had a problem with the Prius, by the way. A runaway Prius, and a cop actually had to get in front of them and step on the brakes like fucking an episode of Chips.
Yeah.
They had to get in there and use the cop car's brakes. Yeah.
Why can't there be some kind of kill switch and the cops have the fucking technology just to shut that engine off for you?
Yeah, well, they're working on something like that.
Oh, that's good. Give them more power.
Oh, sorry. But the cops aren't in my life, so I don't care. They're not in my life.
Hey, I was going to say...
Big fan of the cops.
Oh, this is another thing, too. Yeah, if you actually get to meet a cop, you got to make friends with... You cannot have enough friends who are cops. All these idiots, like that guy who played for the Wizards, who brought his gun... I mean, first thing I was thinking of another person that I know who is friends with cops, got a license to carry.
I'm all legit, my friend.
That's smart. So you telling me, as a professional basketball player, you see cops all the time at the arena. All you got to do is pal around with them, give them a couple jerseys, take a picture with their kids. You got a license to carry.
It takes a long time. I think it's more so that it's a commitment. It takes a long time to get a license to carry.
All I'm saying,
and I don't think it's cool.
You had to beat out, half the free world to get where you're at, and then you bring a pistol to work like a moron, and the whole thing goes away.
Yeah, the guy fucked up bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would he do that?
He's done.
Why would he?
Because
I'll tell you who's
because it's
done.
not cool.
He wants
to
to be a gangster.
Because in that world,
Like
it's not cool to have a legal gun.
No, I think some of them.
illegal.
I think it's one of those things. It's like if you have felonies too, but I didn't think he did.
Yeah, it's true. If you have felonies,
I'll tell you, who's an idiot. Is that guy they had for I don't know if it was the Jets or the Giants. The guy's got he's got
we
7
talked
kids.
about this yesterday.
Dude, do you realize
that's insane.
he's already broke?
Yeah.
He's already broke because
the Jets had to help him out so he could pay for all the kids that he had with. What was it? What was the total? 5 states. I remember that. Like 6 different women with 7 kids.
7 kids. No,
7 kids, 6 different women, 5 different states.
He is broke.
He's 25.
But I'm saying he's broke.
Yeah.
That guy. Well, the second he's done, the amount of money he's going to have to give from his NFL paycheck out, he's gonna be broke. And then they're all going to be broke. What he did, it should be borderline illegal.
But that's not even odd. It just so happens that guy's in professional sports. There's guys like that are unemployed, that are doing nothing, or slinging drugs, or fucking working in some McDonald's.
Yeah, but the thing about those guys, as bad as that is, at least, what are you going to make them more broke? This guy actually, he hit the jackpot. He should have been a millionaire. It's like, talk about,
like, what are you doing?
That's totally no guidance. No guidance whatsoever.
Ridiculous.
But even with no guidance, I mean,
it's called common sense.
Yeah,
thank you. You don't even need guidance to know.
I still believe in common sense.
Well,
even
if I
guidance.
haven't screwed up so much in areas of my life, common sense is also you look to make sure your bank isn't stealing from you.
No, that's true. But what do you need guidance to tell you not to stick your hand in a fucking campfire? No. You just fucking, don't do it.
I'm with that. To a point, you gotta realize this.
No, that's fucking an analogy. Dude, you're an idiot. Yeah, that guy's an idiot, man.
I'm with
idiot.
All right.
Your friend jumped off a bridge.
If your friend knocked up 6 women in 5 different states and had 7 children, would you?
Sorry, Grammy.
Oh, here we go. So here's the Prius story. So,
there it is.
I basically, I all of a sudden hear Priuses are getting recalled, and they're telling me some story about the driver's side floor mat.
Yeah, that was their first thing.
Yeah, so I called. That's their official story to me. It's somehow bunching up and it's holding down the
Pushing
accelerator.
down the gas pedal. Yeah.
So I say to them, they go, so just take it out. So I go, all right, well, I took it out, so now I don't need to come down, right? It's fixed. And they go, yeah, well, you still might want to bring it down. And it's like, all right, what is really going on? And no one will give me an answer. So this is back in December, and now I'm seeing runaway Priuses. That's basically my car with the black.
No. This is what's coming out right now. They initially thought it was the floor mat. Now, if you ever notice, in my vehicle, there's a little hook, and there's a ring on the mat, and it goes on the hook so it can't slide forward and go into the gas pedal. Easy. Right. I guess they were installing these hook things on some of these Toyotas that are just running away. Then they said, they're still running away. Apparently it's not a mechanical problem where the carpet is hitting the gas. Now they're saying it's some type of electrical problem in the works.
Yeah, I mean, how weak are your ankles?
Yeah, well, one guy, this latest guy, was doing about 90 in a Prius, which was amazing enough. And he went to
the ignorance of it's a Toyota, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
It hums at 90.
I'm an asshole. I know. I'm an idiot.
Okay.
My escalator, step on the brakes, it stops. Ha ha.
Oh no, I'm not saying it's not a piece of garbage, but just to suggest that I would buy a car that couldn't go 90.
All right,
it hums as you're going off a cliff.
Yeah, exactly.
Slamming into the brakes.
This guy had time to call 911. And this is the second one. The first guy actually died with a bunch of people in his car. This guy called 911.
Why don't they shut the car off?
That's what I keep saying. Apparently, it's a little more complex than that. Do you have a key? Do you have a key turn on or a press button?
Just for the record, you shut it off like a boombox in the late 80s.
Do you have a key or is it a press button, a push button start?
Well, no, you push a button.
You push a button. Now,
like you're starting a blender.
Now,
Anthony.
what keeps that? Okay, what keeps like just some guy jumping in your car and pressing the button? Do you need like a fob on you or something?
No, your key.
Your key. Where does the key go?
A key you can either stick it in the thing or you can just have it in your pocket. It's called a smart key, and if you lose it while hiking, it costs you $400.
How do you lose a key? I wonder how he figured that out.
How'd you lose the key, Bill?
I
Were you
was
running away from a leopard or something?
Yeah,
a mountain
coyote,
lion or a
skating
coyote?
bear? You know. Pilots. It was the L.A. story. Pilot season was coming up, desperately trying to get abs that I'll never have, running up the hill. Came home, all of a sudden couldn't get in my house, so I had to retrace my steps late at night when the mountain lions come out.
Yeah. What now you put the key in and then press the button.
I love how a guy who can't even make a can of chili is going to give me a rough time about this.
No, I'm not giving you a rough time. I really want to understand.
I am admittedly a moron.
No, I want to understand.
But this is the worst part. Not only did I buy a lemon, I have to have one of the biggest jackasses I've ever met in my life is now going to tear me a new asshole, which is why I've been trying to call this show in. Because you know when you're going to get it, you know when you're going to get a beat down, you're like, why don't I just get this over with instead of just looking around the corner? I've been trying to call in. Go ahead, Anthony, give it to me because you're absolutely right, and I can't wait to buy the biggest fucking SUV I can find. I'm converted. I am converted.
I wish I was going in that direction here, but I'm really not. I want to understand why people can't just turn these fucking things off when they go boo and just start racing at 90. They have time to dial 911 and talk to dispatchers, have a cop come and get them as they're doing 90.
Do they have audio of that?
I gotta hear it. My car won't stop. How come you can't just shut it off? Is all I want to know. Like, how do you turn your car off? How do you turn it off when you get where you're going, right?
Look, I'll tell you what's happening, okay? These oil companies don't want these cars to succeed. The CIA is crawling underneath them at night. It's the same way, when the Jeep wasn't selling because everyone was buying that Suzuki Samurai.
Yeah.
What they did was they just ran a smear campaign.
Rolling those over.
And said it was terrible. That's what they're doing. It's a dirty business.
How do you turn your car off is all I want to know. You get to where you're going.
I told you, 5 minutes ago. You push it like a boombox.
And now,
I bought a radio with four tires.
It's the same button you started with?
Listen, my car is so smart that it realizes that sometimes when I want it to stop, that I don't really want it to stop.
Oh no!
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm. The bankers are fucking me. I got fucked on this car. I'm having a rough month.
When you park your car, Bill.
I told you push the button.
And it's the same one that you used to start it? The same button you used to start the car, you push to stop it?
Yeah, you push it twice and that totally shuts it off. It's the push button start. It's very common.
You just stop it. You just push the button once and it's off.
Okay, but it's the same button you used initially to start your
it.
car.
Yes, it is.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. Okay, so there's a problem with the fucking button.
Yeah.
There's a problem with the fucking electronic button. Why can't you? Have you ever tried to stop your car while you're in it driving? Can you just hit that button and it'll go, and you'll just be coasting? Don't know, do you?
Yeah, why would I do that?
I was afraid I'd lose power steering if I did it.
Because if it runs away,
yeah, that's exactly
you'll know it works. Like, I would now, if I owned one of these cars...
What about the power steering, like Jimmy brings up, though, Ant?
That's what I was afraid of.
Everybody's got a car conk out with power steering. You muscle that fucking thing to the shoulder.
I used to drive not if you're going 90 miles an hour, you're going to be in a bit of a panic.
It's easier at 90. It's easier without power steering at 90 than it is at, like, 10. You're fucking wrenching it over, at least when you're moving.
I drove an 89 Daytona with a broken rack pinion for months. No power steering.
No power steering and no power brakes.
And that was worse than just not having power steering. Having a car with power steering that's broken is worse than not even having it in the first place. And I drove that
But
fucker
this is the
for
thing
months.
about Toyota, dude. It's not just their hybrids. It's like a whole bunch of their cars. It's unprecedented. My entire life, if you bought a Toyota, it was like this thing's going to go to 200,000 miles if you can keep it from rusting out from underneath you. That's what it was. And now, like,
they're looking at class action suits in the like hundreds of billions of dollars.
Oh yeah, dude. Do you think if I put my car on eBay right now, what do you think I would get for it?
Nah,
a couple $100.
Yeah,
not too much.
Not too much.
I would, if I owned one of these cars, I would absolutely try to see how I could shut the fucker off while it's running. And I'm in drive or whatever, or neutral or something, because people are just panicking.
I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to be a problem in my life for much longer.
No,
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not having this car.
Fucking Escalade.
They're not going to go down there and no. You know, I like the Dodge. I like the Challenger. I rented one of those.
Oh yeah, okay.
When I was going down to Irvine,
yeah.
it had a V6 in it. And it was still great.
Oh, you've won with V6.
Dude, they rented one. There was a rental. What do you think they're going to give me the Hemi?
I know.
So I can go wrap myself around a pole and then blame them because I don't know how to drive. That would have been their defense would have been hilarious. Well, you see, Your Honor, he was driving this pussy car, and then he went to this one. It was way too much car for him. No, it's over. I'm going old school.
Looking, muscle car looking thing. I like that.
Yeah, I like that one best, then the Mustang, and then the Camaro's not doing anything for me.
Nah, Camaro didn't quite. I thought it was going to be a cool car, but yeah. And
I don't like the back end.
I don't like him either.
Looks like a chick car.
Yeah, definitely a bitch car.
I think the Mustang 2 of the late 70s.
Oh, the fucking Charlie's Angels drove those.
Yeah.
It's like, why am I going to get a Charlie's Angels car?
Well, that was a big little moment there on the internet, how they didn't mention Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like them.
They're snubbed.
They're like, well, she didn't make any good movies. This is about the movies.
Logan's Run.
Go fuck yourself.
Got to give her Logan's Run.
She's in Logan's
that
Run?
for 3 seconds.
Oh.
Yeah, she was in that.
That's Farrah Fawcett. Come on.
That was a
Farrah.
purposeful leading
what
out.
the hell is that about?
And then they got a psychotic fucking.
You like the
what?
The Oscars?
Ryan
I actually
O'Neal.
had to cancel a show because in San Jose.
Because everyone wanted to watch the Oscars?
Evidently, that's the Super Bowl to a
lot
large
of people.
segment of the population.
Yeah.
But I was more upset, like Farrah dying of like actually something an old person would die. It was making me feel old. That's someone I used to crank one out to.
Yeah, had ass cancer, and that was it. Yeah,
What was your favorite movie of the year?
Favorite movie of the year? I'm not a big movie guy, but I
You didn't do Avatar
I
or The Hurt Locker?
I didn't see that, but you know what? I did see Jeff Bridges' Crazy Heart.
That was good,
And I didn't want to see it because I hate country music, and I saw it, and I thought he was awesome.
Yeah,
I thought he did a great job.
he deserved it, obviously. I mean, I didn't believe that Maggie Gyllenhaal was his love interest, though.
What did Sandra Bullock win an Oscar?
You see The Blind Side?
I was laughed. That was like the bit I did about those stupid movies where they have like the white person that comes in.
Helping the black
that was
people.
That was basically Frankenstein with a happy ending. Except they made him black. That's basically what it was. He was this big man-child. But rather than killing a girl and throwing her in a lake, he won a football game.
I liked the movie. I wasn't blown away by it. Knowing it's a true story, helps it along. But
does it?
I don't know if it was Oscar.
How about Precious? You see Precious?
Precious?
No.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Why would you? Right? It's too
Well,
depressing.
no, I grew up with that shit. I don't need to
Dude, when she gets fucking smacked in the head with everything, when that fucking Monique is throwing shit at the back of her head, it's hysterical. What the fuck is this chase?
What happened? Is there a chase going on?
Some guy trying to get away from the cops in a Jeep.
He's
Wrangler.
got the right vehicle. Finally, he's got the right vehicle.
Oh, and then they don't show the whole thing.
Everybody, Finance Guy here, and with me...
I think we're going to be doing that trivia question in a few minutes.
Oh, my
trivia
God.
contest, I should say. We
I
should
don't know how
explain
this
to Bill
happened,
Burr.
Bill. I don't know how this happened, but apparently we're now being challenged on Star Trek, the original series, Knowledge. And there's a station... And
BJ Shay. You've probably done BJ
Opie.
I'm sure I did.
And
we go way back.
The big challenge is on.
Now, are you a big Star Trek fan?
Yeah, I'm a big Star Trek fan. The original series. Don't ask me about Next Generation or some of that. The movies, I like the original movies and stuff. The newest movie was fantastic, but didn't have any of the old cast.
I was judging by your wardrobe. You were more into BJ Honeycutt.
Yeah, I am kind of got the match attire on today.
It's from the Alan Alda collection.
Fucking Bill, man.
I never would have guessed. You do not look like a Trekkie. I'm gonna have. So if you're gonna go up against this guy, BJ, I'd have to go.
BJ is
with
a true Trekkie.
I'd have to go with him.
I would love to believe that Anthony can beat him, but I don't
Now,
know. This
here's-
is gonna be tough.
Let's get a point spread going. Let's get a. He's got.
Yeah,
let's put some money down.
I'll be honest. Here's how I'm assessing myself on this whole thing. I know the shows like backwards and forward. I could turn on Star Trek and within a second know the episode, know everything that's going to happen, dialogue, shit like that. But I'm not very good when it comes to trivia things because I don't remember numbers, like names, places, things like that. I'll know everything that happened. I'll be able to spout out lines from TV shows and movies and things like that. So I don't know how well I'm going to do in an actual trivia test.
All right.
So I don't know.
With that trash talking before it, what is the spread? What is the spread?
I would have to say BJ's going to win. I hate to do that to Anthony.
I
want to believe in Anthony.
All right, I'll bet you $20. I'll bet on Anthony.
He's an uber geek.
You got to give me how many questions they got to ask? Are they going to ask?
1 minute?
How many questions are they going to ask?
At least 5. 5 questions each.
Okay, so what are you going to spot me 3?
Wait, you're taking Anthony?
I'm going to take Anthony, but I'm taking him with the points.
How many? It depends on how many questions are asked.
Okay, let's find out.
Let's remember not to curse either.
Okay,
We can't
I'm
say
trying to make this
any
exciting
language.
with some illegal gambling
I
here.
know.
Me and Bill will
$20. We'll bet $20.
All right, we'll bet.
I could bet against me and just throw it.
No. I got a Hyundai.
And then cry about it years later on an HBO documentary. I took the patent out of my gloves.
All right, here, they're coming back. They're coming back.
I'll take Anthony.
All right, let's try not to curse.
Anthony's too smart.
And not speak to you again.
Top Shelf.
I'm always
You're now listening to their program.
If it's only 5 questions,
It's on
I would have to.
terrestrial radio.
I would have to only give you like 1 or
give me
maybe
2.
2.
Give me 2.
Because I'm not looking at him all the time.
Anthony's too smart, man. Anthony has a recall like nobody I've ever met. For details.
All right, then we'll say 1.
Don't count out Anthony.
Jimmy's handicapping it. How about 1?
All right, I think they're coming back. I think they might go right to us. Let's try not to curse.
Yeah.
I know we're gonna.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's the BJ Shay Morning Experience. And Steve, we're getting close. If it's not already time, really.
It's time, BJ. It's time.
To prove just how much of a loser I was in high school, right here.
I can't believe this is really happening.
I know, but you know what? Like I said, this is only going to prove, if I win this, it only proves just how miserable of a loser I was in high school, because this is when I was watching the show day in and day out.
Yeah, see,
as opposed to the last vacation.
All right, well, granted, when you're married, you have a reason to be a loser and stay in the house because, hey, I'm married. What am I going to do? But, when you're in your teens, you're supposed to be out doing stuff. And that just wasn't me, you know. And it will be proven today by my knowledge of this show.
Uh-oh.
All right,
he's very cocky.
He is confident.
How's this going to work, Steve? What's going to happen?
I think we just pull him up and the guys are there.
Confident.
Oh, okay, let's do it.
BJ.
Oh,
there they are.
We were listening to you there.
Wow, you sound pretty confident, dude.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed to say that we're looking at this to kill about 10, 15 minutes of radio, and it seems like you guys are taking this very, very serious. I just want to point that out.
Opie, there's only one person taking it serious, me. The rest of the show, they are happily ignorant about Star Trek. It's only me and my little geek world that I live in.
Yeah. No, I was listening to you, and I was the same thing. I would watch the show constantly. I know the second the show comes on, I know what the episode is, and but now trivia contest wise, I don't know. I'm not as confident as you are. I hope I do well, but you might be a little more geeky than me.
And how is this going to work, BJ?
By the way, we're talking to Opie and Anthony from the Opie and Anthony Show, which you can catch on XM, Sirius. You can catch all our satellite radio. And Opie and I go back a long way. He and I were both basically, we were fortunate and unfortunate enough to work with Wheeze, depending on the day. And
well, you had a much better gig with Wheeze than I did. I got his coffee and donuts, so you were actually getting paid.
You know how Club Soda Kenny feels.
Right.
But Opie, you got to leave the room every once in a while where I had to stay there, so I looked at you and go, man, I wish I could just drop off the coffee and get the hell out of this room.
That's true. And BJ, when we were all living in Rochester, I think that's when your son was born. And then BJ tells me recently, he moved out of the house this week. I'm like, what? What is going on with this time thing?
Opie's like 6'2". He's a Mr. Professional poker player, and he's gone. It's bizarre, isn't it?
Is he making money with the poker?
You know what? According to him, he is. But again, he never shows me any documentation, so I really don't know.
There you go. All right. How many questions are we going to do? Because we have Bill Burr in studio here, and you got to promise you guys aren't cheating. We're not cheating because we don't really care. All right, good.
I'm looking at the answers, and I still couldn't answer one of these questions.
No. I'm having a hard time pronouncing some of the names on these questions.
Yeah, we picked out questions, and you guys picked out questions? Is that how this is going? Okay.
And Opie and Ant, I didn't pick the questions. I thought, you know what, I'll let these guys find questions.
I didn't either. Yeah.
And I also figured, I'm not going to study either because it's about how much of a loser I am because how much I kept in my brain is how I figured.
All right.
I was going to take a look, but I got onto online poker and did not leave until about midnight last night. So
again, the true champion, Ant, is the one who does not win this contest.
Exactly. I'm starting to think that too. Hey, we have Bill Burr in studio. You probably had Bill on your show over the years. Or maybe
you know
not.
what? I don't think if Bill's been through Seattle, we haven't had a chance to have him on. I know we'd like to, but it just never seemed to work out.
You got to do BJ show next time you're in town.
Well, next time I come out there, I'll definitely come by.
Right. I'm actually awesome. It's Jim Norton, man. I'm coming out there probably in May or something. It's a great show. They take good care of you.
Yeah, Jim, what is it, May 14th? I think I heard at the Showbox.
I think so, yeah.
All right.
Jimmy.
Awesome. Hey, you guys are on delay, right? I mean, we're trying our best.
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
Yeah, we are.
All right. I am.
Wrestling voice?
Yeah,
I was wearing my wrestling mask this
So I think what we've got is we ask questions to Ant.
Do they just dump?
And then, no.
Yeah, I thought I heard something weird, too.
Yeah, what was that?
No, I think I'm going to be silent. I'm going to be the silent guy.
I don't know. What
doesn't say
It sounded like something jumped.
Right, the silent killer.
We're hearing voices from something. I don't know if it's us or another.
I'll let
show.
my moves do my talking for me. How's that?
I can't tell.
That's actually the voice I talk to myself in.
Yeah, something like that. Attention, Drew, we are underway this morning. Traffic's brought to you by your Washington State Lottery and our big problem, Seattle, Bremerton Ferry. Big delays this morning. We're down to one boat this morning. So these are your times from Bremerton, 6:20, 8:45.
It's like an elaborate prank.
Why are we getting that? Are you pranking us?
And 12:35 for long dwell time.
But we don't have
405 southbound Redmond regulars are bogged down just past the
you guys pranking us? What is that?
And the center column and HOV are open.
Is it really loud on your end? It's really low on our end.
It's very low on our end.
It's very loud.
Everything else still pretty good shape this morning. Good news. Wednesday's Powerball jackpot about to hit $170 million.
Opie, honest to God, we're not trying to prank you.
Yeah, we don't know what this is. It's something coming from it's a feed coming from somewhere.
What, Kenny?
How would they know it's loud on our end if they
General Gridlock ordering you to set
Because
about
I can hear it
100.7
bleeding underneath our volume.
We very rarely, we can barely make out, but there are voices being heard that don't seem to be yours or ours.
Are freaking messing with us. Who is that character on your...
I know, that sounded like Kennedy just got shot. There's voices, and we can tell it that they're coming out, it's bleeding out on our end.
You do know we have the ultimate power. We can just start cursing like...
Listen, honest to God, bro, you know I love you. I'm not playing any prank. I don't know what the hell's going on. We can hear it.
All right.
Yeah, I heard like a traffic report or something going on.
Yeah,
with somebody that was very loud.
From Arkansas.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know what it is. I can barely hear it, but I hear something, and I don't know where it's coming from.
I don't hear it.
Gone.
I don't hear it anymore.
Yeah. Let's do this. Let's do this contest.
Someone cut into our feed.
I feel bad because you know what? I mean, I don't want anyone to think that we're trying to pull stupid moves. This happened before when we talked to what's his face, Aaron Magruder.
What do you think I was born yesterday, you guys? What is that bit?
Honest to God, Opie.
Swear to God, we're not doing anything.
Opie, come on, you know me. I mean, why would I do a lame, stupid bit? I want to do this Star Trek game.
That's the guy that's going to pop in if I even get close to getting one right answer.
That's what I'm thinking. I think we're being... All right, let's go with this.
We'll give it a whirl.
We got our engineer in here now, so let's see what the hell he's doing.
Dwight, was that on our end or their end, Dwight? All right, Dwight.
I think their end.
You think it's on their end? Okay.
All right,
our
guys are shaking their heads.
They got to the bottom of that.
They sure did. Pass it right along.
Problem solved.
You might want to get that guy some acting lessons, BJ.
Yeah. It does sound suspicious, but we're just going to go with it. We're going to go with it. And when Ant wins, you'll realize what it's all about.
I don't have much confidence in myself.
All right, so I
never do.
You shouldn't have seen these questions. You're a dead man.
I know.
All right. So should we start with them or they start with us?
I guess it really doesn't matter.
All right, we'll ask Ant the first question.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, boy.
All right, first question.
Okay.
What does NCC and USS stand for?
All right. USS is United Space Ship.
Right.
And NCC is Naval Contract Code.
Wrong.
Damn. Yeah, is it Naval Construction Code?
Oh.
Naval Contract.
Come on, Anthony, I got money on you.
What's the other C?
It's
construction contract.
Yeah.
Naval. I almost had it.
So
hey,
I say we give it. To
I hate two-part questions, by the way.
Yeah, we're not giving you two-part questions.
I say we give Ant the whole question because it should have been a one-part question.
I don't like the two-part question.
Fine. Yes, well, what are you arguing with me for? I'm agreeing with you guys. Give me the whole question.
I think I better get...
New Yorkers fight no matter whether anybody agrees with you or not.
I got to get one in before that traffic guy comes back.
Which is coming from you guys, because there's some local guy. All right, listen.
Probably was, it probably wasn't our end because we can't,
that's all right.
Probably some other station bled in. We have four stations in this
that's what I'm
company.
thinking.
All right. The question for BJ.
So did Anthony get that right?
Yes. Yeah, we're giving Anthony a right one on that one.
Nice.
Wow. All right, Anthony 1,
Little
BJ
charity.
0.
There'll always be an asterisk on this.
I see that.
It's now tainted.
This is the Roger Maris Star Trek question.
Yes, exactly.
No more two-part question.
Hate the two-part question.
Yeah.
You got it right. I'm the one that said it was okay.
All right, go ahead, Jimmy. Ask the question.
All right. In Gene Roddenberry's original treatment.
What's that?
Turn your phone off.
You guys stop messing with us? What's that now?
Okay. Now I'm starting to think they're messing with us.
All right, go ahead,
ridiculous.
All right. All I gotta do is look at Opie one time. I'll know what's up.
Exactly.
All right, BJ, here's your question.
Here we go.
All right.
In Gene Roddenberry's original treatment for Star Trek, what was the name of the starship?
Ooh, in his original treatment for Star Trek, what was the name for the... I'll have to say the Enterprise.
We don't have a wrong noise.
Oh, wow. Oh, wait, we got wrong noises.
Whoa,
You're not showing us up.
Oh,
You're not showing us up with wrong noises.
Yeah.
That is
wrong.
That's a tough question.
What's the answer just for the future?
The answer is the Yorktown.
Oh, damn, I did not know that. I am not, so far, Anthony's a bigger geek than me. I'm like,
oh, no, I hope not. I hope I don't win this.
Steve, I'm done. I think it's over.
All right, Dr. McCoy.
How come be over? What, do you have to play commercials?
That's it. No, because I'll tell you what, I think whoever researched your questions did a better job than our people. We're done.
There you go. There's your wrong answer. Okay, now we're ready. All right.
This is over for me, Steve.
All right, let's go.
All right, here we go.
McCoy became the chief medical officer of the Enterprise after the departure of who back in 2265?
Whoa.
Damn, yeah, that was...
Who's going to get that one? I don't even know.
God, that was the doctor that was in the original Star Trek episode,
Kevorkian?
The Menagerie, or the Cage. It was from the Cage or the Menagerie.
Right, he was that old
the
guy.
pilot guy, the old doctor.
Yeah.
I know his name. I know his name.
Drink. Yeah.
Boring Green.
It was
C. Everett Koop.
It was Adama.
Raymond Burr.
Yes.
Quincy. You know what? I'm going to have to say I don't remember his name.
Oh,
I know everything.
Was it Boyce?
Again.
It Dr. Boyce?
Doctor.
Oh, Piper.
Was it Piper?
Piper.
Wow, you guys are really impressive.
Well, that's a tough one. That's a tough question.
This is amazing.
Really
I'm so glad we're wasting time on 2 shows to do this.
You're absolutely right, Ope. At least you don't have ratings to worry about. We did.
Thank God for that.
Yeah.
All right, it's still 1-0.
Okay.
All right.
Jimmy's got the next question here.
Question 2 for BJ. Scalosian water has what effect on humans?
Oh, I love this. It speeds them up. Makes them go at a faster pace.
Oh, my God. That is...
Wow.
That answer is true.
Episode was The Wink of an Eye, Season 3.
Yes. Wow. Look at that.
Wow. 1-0.
Whoa. All right. We are all tied up.
I'm back, people. I got my geek on.
Canadian-U.S. hockey here.
Yeah. How much time you guys got left? Because we're on your schedule today.
Yeah, we're going to go until this is done.
All right, good.
Nice schedule.
Just for the record, I'm not a Star Trek fan. This is riveting.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bill. You're welcome to our show anytime now.
How about some easy ones? Who had the pointy ears?
Hey, BJ, have you heard Anthony's theory on the new Star Trek movie with Leonard Nimoy?
I know. I haven't heard that theory. What's the answer?
Well, not a theory, but how Leonard Nimoy pretty much takes you out of the movie.
Oh, because he's talking over his dentures?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know, bro. That was sad.
Yes, you have been and always shall be my friend. Like, what year is it that they don't have fake teeth that don't fly out of Spock's mouth?
So true. That is so true.
Live long and prosper. Hey. Need some Romulan effort.
Man, might have to give Ann some bonus points for that. I might give Ann some bonus. That's the bonus point right there.
It'll take you right out of the movie.
Yeah.
All right, I guess
you're right, bro.
I guess I'm up.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Steve.
All right, here we go.
All right, during the episode Space Seed, the Enterprise comes across an old Earth space vessel. What's the name of that vessel?
That is the Botany Bay.
There you go.
Yes.
Oh,
wow.
I like that
was
one.
that was a relatively good one for him to get. I would have been disappointed if Ant didn't get that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the Prius, and it was going 90 miles an hour to a wall.
Prius!
Of course, that was Space Seed, yes. Ricardo Montalban
That's right.
reprising his role as Khan in the second motion picture, The Wrath of Khan. Yes.
That's right.
Okay, here's number 3.
All right, here we go. I got to get this now.
In Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country, what was Kirk's response after the Klingon General Chang said, "We need breathing room"?
Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, this is a tough one.
That's a tough question.
That is a tough.
Yeah.
His response, that he doesn't trust them. I think that's all I can remember is he doesn't trust them and thinks they should be pushed back or killed or something like that. What do you think? I mean, I'm only paraphrasing. I don't know the exact response.
Yeah, I know.
The answer is,
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
it is Earth, Hitler, 1938.
Oh, because that's a line from Hitler.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
You're absolutely right.
that's
yeah,
one.
you know
Oh,
what?
boy.
This is it. It's over now. It's over
You
again.
should have known that
Tough.
just as a white supremacist.
Yeah, these really are difficult questions.
All right. Ant, I have to ask you a question. Ant, would you have got that one?
No. I wouldn't have. That's a tough question.
Yes.
I feel good about
Although
that.
he answers Hitler for most questions.
That is true. I just quote Hitler at Thanksgiving.
Yes. Could you please pass the Hitler?
Yeah.
By the way,
That is the show Anthony really watches.
Oh, what's that, sir?
Yeah. Thanks for going to one of the movies that people don't like in the Star Trek universe.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. You want another one? You want to make up? You want to make up question?
It's fair and square, Ant. You guys got to pick, and my guys, they did what they did. And you know what?
We know nothing about Star Trek.
Well, our question guy is way better than your question guy.
Exactly.
That's
you
not
know what?
yeah.
I'm up for it. It's not over yet.
All
people.
right.
We have Big Kev picking out our questions. Who do you got? 2 interns? What's wrong with you guys?
I know.
Big Kev goes to every Comic-Con ever.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
It's
all right, let's go.
All right.
Is this
what
Ant's
do
question?
we got for Ant? Ant can take a big lead right here.
All right, here
When
we
Kirk
go.
and his landing party arrive on the planet during the Cat's Pot episode, they're met by a wizard who tries to bend them to his will. What's the wizard's name?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ooh, that is a tough one. I remember that one, though, Cat's Paw.
But it's one of the non-favorite episodes. It's kind of like...
Yeah, that isn't one of the, that's not like a good Klingon and Enterprise fight.
It was their Halloween episode, sort of like a throwaway for the kiddies.
Yeah.
Being given a hard time.
Halloween episode. I am going to say I don't know. Yeah.
His name was Slappy.
Come on, Anthony, I got money on you.
I'm trying, but that was a tough one.
Slappy?
Yeah.
I don't know what it
It wasn't Slappy, you silly.
It's Korob, yeah.
Oh, Korob.
Yeah, good old Korob.
Korob.
What a spot you wanted to.
Oh.
All right, this could be... I could catch up in this one.
All right, you can. You could tie this back up. Damn.
All right.
Jimmy, pick a good one, buddy. Come on.
Okay. What was the name of Spock's betrothed in the episode Amok Time?
Oh, T'Pring.
Yep, correct.
Yes, it was
Thank you. That was a softball. Thank you.
That was a softball.
Hey, I see it as 2-2 here.
Yeah. All right. Now we're back in the game.
All right.
Sometimes wanting is far greater thing than having. His stupid teeth.
They really are awful.
that, by the way, see, Ant should get some bonus points. That's a classic right there. All right, what do we got for Ant? This is the last question. If he gets this right, then I got to get mine right.
Come on.
All right. In the court-martial episode, Captain Kirk meets a lost love who eventually turns out to be the prosecuting attorney. What's her name?
Oh, yeah. I remember her.
Marsha Clark?
It was yeah, she was in a few episodes.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, boy, we might have to. Yeah, that's a tough one.
I wouldn't get this one either.
All I'm thinking of is that dummy that built the Genesis device, and I can't get her out of my head. Ava Braun,
Gloria Allred.
Wow, I'm crashing and burning here.
Come on, Ant.
No,
Come on.
I don't have it. I do not have it. That's a tough question.
Oh, no,
All right, but it's okay, though, because you know Jimmy's going to pick a tough one.
Wait,
in
so
return.
if you answer this, you win, BJ?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Let's see. What was Captain Kirk's waist size?
Jimmy, pick a bad one.
I don't know if this is good or not. The 13-year-old Jim Kirk
Oh, no. No,
was
not that
one of
No,
only
no,
9 witnesses to what?
Oh, no, not that one.
13-year-old Jim Kirk was one of only 9 witnesses to what?
A gang rape.
I know what
gang rape. Yes.
Caridian massacring a bunch of people on a planet. The episode was The Conscience of the King, and Caridian, I think his name was. He killed a bunch of people on a planet, and Kirk was one of the 13 people who saw that, I think.
You know what? I'll say the exact answer. The massacre of 4,000 Taurus 4 colonists by Governor Kodos.
Caridian was his name. Caridian was his fake name. Kodos was his real name.
Yeah, the conscience of the king. I think you got to give it to him.
You got to give it to him.
What?
You got to give it to him. Yeah. Sorry, I crashed and burned at the end. I got some bad, questions at the end there. I couldn't come through.
Hey, BJ, I bet on you, so I just won $20 from
Damn.
Bill.
Yeah. All right,
Sorry, Bill.
Yeah.
That was close. That was close.
Not for nothing though. Ant did get some tough questions.
Tight race.
all the questions Ant couldn't answer, I couldn't either, and I think Ant could have answered all the questions I did.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I think really we're both as bad as we can be.
Well, this is an interesting one. We didn't even. Here's a couple we had. Why did Dr. McCoy have his hands on Spock's hips during his proctology exam? Yes.
Yes. Well, you know what, Ant? It was. I have to say. I mean, I've always been a big admirer of what you've done, and I had no clue you were such a Star Trek fan. So when I heard that piece you were doing Larry King interviewing Walter Koenig, I was sitting in the car. I was in the car going, I had no clue Ant was as big of a Star Trek geek as me. This is awesome.
Giant! I'm a huge geeky fan of the original series. Don't know much about the Next Generation. Like the movies. And what did you think of the last movie that came out, the last Star Trek?
I actually liked it. I thought it was good. I thought he did a good job with it. And finally, we get to see the 3 characters back again, young and not like not with their dentures falling out of their mouth.
That got really bad toward the end. You're right.
Would you have gotten this one, BJ? What did Uhuru store in a KFC bucket on the console?
Jimmy, that's not one of the questions.
Fair question.
That is not right.
that had to be in a deleted scene somewhere.
Yeah, that was in a blooper reel.
Wow. I say rematch. I think we're going to have to do a rematch.
We'll have to study,
Opie, I would like to say we do the rematch during a low ratings period.
Yeah, exactly. Not during the sweeps.
Yes.
We'll do it during your 9 o'clock hour, BJ. We'll help you out a little bit.
Yeah, that would be good. But you know what, though? Again, guys, thanks a lot, man. And
no problem, man. Thank you.
Hope always good to hear from you. You guys do a great job out there, and we're happy to let people know about your show because you guys are awesome.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
And you know what? And we'll kiss ass right back. All our guys go out to BJ's show when they're doing their stand-up in Seattle, and they have nothing but nice things to say about you, BJ.
Well, you know what, bro? It's that's what happens, man. There are other people in this business that just like to sit there and pretend they have that they've created everything, and their job is to go out there and pretend like they're the only good ones that could ever come along in an industry. Which, that always really I never understood that concept.
I hope this goes radio, and next week we hate each other and are just bashing the hell out of each other on the air. Like everyone ends up doing.
This is very This is uncomfortable for us to actually like a radio show. So why don't we end it right here?
Oh, this is a good question. We missed this question.
Jimmy's got a good question.
Will Chekhov avoid Vancouver?
Oh my God!
No. Well, there you have it. Anthony, the rest of the boys, Jimmy, take care, man.
All right, buddy. See you soon.
Thanks a lot, guys.
You better pot us down because we got a dirty song right here.
Yeah.
All right, there goes BJ Shay, and we'll end it with this.
It's the Opie and Anthony BJ Shay Star Trek Trivia Challenge. Opie and Anthony BJ Shay Star Trek Trivia Challenge. Who's the biggest geek in the world? We're about to find out. This contest is so fucking lame.
That was all right with BJ Shay in Seattle. I want to thank Big Kev's GeekStuff.com. Big Kev for helping us out with the questions.
Yes.
I think you should have won that, Ant. I think you should have won that.
Well, I cheese up with names. Like, I'm not good with names. I've always been terrible with, like, names. Situations, kind of storyline, things, planets even I'm better with. And people's names will fuck me up all the time. Like, who was the doctor? I knew the doctor. Like,
You knew what they were talking about?
I knew exactly what they were talking about. I knew the episode. I knew the episode. I saw the doctor's face in my head. I knew exactly who he was. But, oh well.
We'll have to do that again.
I gotta fucking do some of those mind puzzle things Bill's talking about. Get my brain
They
working.
have a game for that.
Yeah.
It just says, "Hi, my name is," and it'll say Carol. "Hi, my name is Steve," and then you got to do the match thing, and then they keep adding somebody, dude. And the tricks you have to use to remember. I mean, just the most,
I've done it
Susie
before.
Big Nose. I just keep thinking Big Nose Susie.
I've done the little games that you have to do, the little tricks to remember things, but I forget to do the remembering tricks.
In the moment,
When I meet someone in the moment and somebody just comes up and goes, "Hi, my name is," and you shake their hand and you, a second later, have no clue what they said.
Yeah.
That happens to me all the time. I'm getting older.
Oh, really? Uncle Paul?
Yeah.
How old are you now?
I'm 57 years young.
He's young.
You're still 57
I'll
years
be
young?
58 in March.
Oh, in March. Wait a minute.
It is March.
It's March. What's your birth date?
March 17th.
Well, what's the, okay, well.
That's about a week
We'll
away.
have to look. It's
a week from
getting-
tomorrow.
It's getting close. Just gonna,
Vince from Bayonne says Ant's bed with anniversary dates as well. So,
yeah, apparently.
Yeah, we
that
all
one
know
didn't.
that.
Ooh, was it March 19th or May 19th?
Swallows. Big
Swallows Day is March 19th.
So then there's the other one.
And it was May 19th.
I think.
I was up on the witness stand. I didn't remember.
Yeah, that's not good.
When
Well,
Dominic Barber asked me
When's your wedding anniversary? When are you married, Mr. Cumia?
and I was like,
Wait, what was this for?
For my divorce.
He didn't know his
I was like,
So what? So that means what? You should give her more money because you forgot the anniversary?
apparently.
Oh, dude. See what I'm saying?
One
Like,
of
you
those
just knocked
things
me
that
another
was like-
100 yards away from ever doing that. There's no way. It's the stupidest thing you could ever do. What is in it? Unless it just totally works out.
Let me tell you something. There's nothing in it in your best interest that is any different than just living with the person. There's nothing that's piece of paper, the thing, the signing, the together thing. You do all that. You do all that. We're sharing everything. You do all that.
Dude, that whole alimony thing where if you didn't have kids and you break up and then you have to pay for an adult like they're this child.
Sickening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's sick. That whole thing. Could you imagine a fighter pilot walking up to his plane and there's guys working on it and you see sparks and stuff and goes, "What are you doing?" "I'm welding your ejection seat in." I'm just welding it in. Well, what happens if there's a problem? You go down with it, my friend. You crash. But we have an ejection seat. I could just pull the handle and I'm out.
By the way,
not anymore.
We're taking 60% of the engine out.
Yeah, and you're only going to half power and one wing. We're going to take a wing and a stabilizer.
But even if you have a kid, you basically say that, I want to give banks a couple $100,000.
Yeah.
That's what a kid is at this point. You're
what it is.
signing yourself up. They turned it into slavery.
Yep.
Used to be back in the day, you had a kid, you had another farmhand, right?
Yeah, another farmhand. He helped
It was
out.
positive, yeah.
That was
Working
it.
for you.
Exactly.
Bringing
Then
in
you had
more
like
crops.
5, because like
Then
3
what?
of them were going to die of malaria.
Right. You had to have a few,
Before
right?
they were 5.
They were all going to die
What a
of malaria.
nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
Living back then. Well, maybe it was easy,
Hey, you
though.
skinned your knee, it
Who
got
knows?
infected.
Yeah.
The rest of the year.
Yeah, who knows?
You're just shucking corn.
I think you pretty much die from that.
No anesthesia. It sucked. It sucked.
Why? You just bit the bullet, man.
Oh, man. Any type of little minor surgery,
just
like
bite
a
the bullet.
cyst. Let's say you had a cyst in
You had to go to-
1810.
You had to go to Doc Baker.
Yeah.
Dude, you felt lucky because you didn't have polio.
Doc Baker. That's what I should have said. It was Doc Baker on the Enterprise.
Yes, or Doc Holliday before he started shaking all over the darn town.
Hey, can we do the butt implant story before we get out of here? Whoa. What was that?
It's a butt implant.
Oh, the stupid women. What are they doing to their bodies? It's
Dude,
getting out of hand.
you know who this is. Stop it.
Oh, I gotta tell you,
this isn't just the woman on fucking Park Avenue.
You think it's the hoochie mamas?
I think it's hoochie mamas trying to get a quick fucking butt job.
Let's break it down. You don't think white women are getting the butt implants in?
Well, the guy's putting silicone caulk from the hardware store in there.
Don't the white women have the flatter butts, so why wouldn't they be the ones getting the implants?
that and Asians, I would guess.
Asians should do it.
Asians.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Hey, I was in working the Improv in Irvine, which is Orange County. That whole thing, the Real Housewives of the OC, is no joke.
Yeah,
dude, I never saw like plastic surgery. And I'm telling you something, man.
Why does it look so bad?
Dude, there was like a group of 4 or 5 older women came up to me. My eyes were watering. I was talking about it the next night on stage. It looked like they looked like they were battered wives, but it was like a symmetrical beatdown because both sides were like equally swollen. So I was thinking, because like it wasn't a southpaw, the guy wasn't right-handed. It was more like that rock'em sock'em kind of punching.
Left, right.
Yeah,
left,
it was
right.
like equidistance, but oh my God.
I don't get it.
And they saunter up
and they
like
think they
they're
look
still
good.
Sexy. They
like
dress like they're 18.
Yeah. And it's just a disaster.
I guess the problem is they just go too far. I hear if you get just a little something and stop. But the problem is it's addicting and they keep going until it looks horrendous.
This is what the problem is doctors practice medicine. They're practicing. That's what it means. And they're practicing on your face.
Got an answer for everything.
You
know what? How could you argue that point?
But if you have enough money, whatever Demi Moore's haven't done, she looks fucking younger than she did.
She looked a little rough at the Oscars.
Did she?
I think she took her implants out, I noticed.
Yeah, her tits didn't look as big.
Yeah, man. Unless she had them, like, battened down.
You know, that can't be good when they take them out. That can't, it's like, gotta look like a deflated balloon or something.
Sure, they
you think it snaps back, they tighten them up? Yeah, she used that big, she went from having A cups back in the General Hospital days to having big giant titties in like the strip
what was it,
movie.
Striptease? Yeah.
And now she's got like regular fucking titties.
Little B's, maybe. Little B's happening.
I like A, B cups.
She does.
You like A's and B's?
Yeah, C's are fine too, but I don't like them unnatural. I like real tits.
No, they gotta be real. Yeah, you know.
I like 1A and 1D.
That implant shit is way overrated.
You don't like those boob implants from the 90s? With the big blue veins on the side?
We've seen enough of them over the years. They look good in sweaters, but they take that sweater off. It's ridiculous.
And their fucking breastbone, it looks like if you hit it with your fingernail, it would rip like cellophane. Stretch too tight. I'm a
fan of the ball the bag wrinkle. I was ready to say ball wrinkle.
Oh, the bag wrinkle.
The bag wrinkle on the side when they lift their arm up.
Or when they're leaning over and you just see like bag wrinkle.
Sometimes you see the serial number of the freaking bag for the skin
coming through.
Because they went too big.
Remember the Booba lantern?
Oh, I love the Booba lantern.
Did that girl with implants? Turn the lights off, put 2 flashlights underneath her tits. They lit up like fucking jack-o'-lanterns. Like complete, and natural boobs won't do that. But these fucking, the silicone inside there, or the saline, just glowed. And you could see these big, giant, glowing tits. Monroe. It glowed, Monroe. Okay, Pookie.
All right, let's get into the blood implant.
Whatever happened to Jim J. Bullock?
Fuck
please.
Probably
a cup of fucking broth, a poodle.
Yeah.
And that can't be real. Come on.
What?
No way.
A boob job?
Look at that. Look at where her nipples are.
Where are the nipples? Get the fuck out of here.
No, that's not real.
Photoshop.
That's Photoshop.
One's pointing this way, one's pointing that way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And the other belly button's like, what do you want from me?
Yeah, thank you for finishing my stupid joke, Bill. Thank you. Thanks for humoring me.
Ugly breast implants. That's wonderful.
Good.
Oh, is there a website called Ugly Breast Implants?
You can just go to
Google. Oh, you just Google images?
Google it. Oh, God.
Whoa.
One's going one way, one's going the other.
Wow.
I love the one big areola drooping down.
One was left out in the sun too long.
Wow.
That'll happen.
That was like The Apprentice did the one on the right. The left one looks perfect. All right, and now you got it? Yeah, I can do this.
I showed you how to do it. Now I'm going to be leaving. I got an appointment to get.
Yeah.
That's funny. They practice medicine. Hey, butt implants. So there's a problem going on in Jersey with butt implants.
Butt implant surgeries are on the rise, with women and men adding a little lift to lift their spirits about their backside. In the past 10 years, the number of derriere enhancements has gone up nearly 150%. But several New Jersey women learned firsthand what happens when you don't do your homework first.
I was outraged when I heard that this happened because it is completely unethical. These guys are purchasing these silicone products probably from a hardware store, mixing them with something to make it a liquid form and injecting it into patients.
6 women from Essex County, New Jersey were hospitalized after getting an infection from quack doctors who are apparently unlicensed and used non-FDA approved silicone that was diluted with the same substance used for caulking a bathtub.
Serves you right, you dope.
They just fucking clicked a few fucking trigger pulls of silicone into their asses.
You need your ass to look that good? And how does it feel when you sit down?
I saw a girl at the gym because it just her ass, the fake ass.
You've seen fake asses? I don't think I've ever seen a fake ass.
When a girl has
in fucking California.
When a girl has an ass, she has thighs too, because you got to have like a foundation to support it. And this girl got like it looked ridiculous. And
because unless the leg tapers into the bottom of the ass very nicely,
they haven't figured them out yet. They are practicing on people's asses right now
in Jersey.
Yeah,
and then they'll bring the surgery to California. And then it's perfected out there.
Was she on the treadmill jogging, and you're just watching her ankles get fatter as the silicone drips down her legs?
She was strutting around the gym because obviously it was such a big, such a like a part of insecurity for her that now that she had it, she was wearing the tightest. And you looked because it was so bizarre.
Yeah, that's how look. They're big in Brazil. They do that in Brazil a lot. The trannies do it because it's just a big tranny culture.
The trannies do it?
And women do it too, but
Jimmy?
People send links.
Well, Jimmy's got silicone on his fingers.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any on my balls or my face.
Can I see a good butt implant pic?
I don't think they have it
possible.
I think Bill's right. They don't have it down yet.
All right, here's part 2 of the Jersey story.
Lenox Hill Hospital doctor Carrie Peterson says if these women didn't get treated immediately for their resulting abscesses, the infections could have been lethal.
Almost like giant pimples. They're big balls of pus. And they had to be operated on because these balls of pus had to be sliced open and essentially drained.
Yum.
But if left untreated, they can continue to grow and grow, spread to the surrounding tissue, and eventually seep into the bloodstream and cause, septic shock. These are women who are looking to look more beautiful and are using any means they can to get there. They may not necessarily be able to afford the prices that well-known plastic surgeons charge, so they're looking for alternative means, and there's going to be someone there that's going to prey on them for that.
If you get your surgery in somebody's garage, you can't expect it to go well. Fucking dopey broads.
How bad do you need to save money? How about you not do the freaking butt implant?
The ass implant is where hair plugs were in like 1978.
They didn't quite have it worked out.
People would just stare at your forehead. Now they're just staring at that weird-looking ass.
They look like ham hocks. They're really creepy looking. A bad ass implant, and they're very obvious.
What about that story? Was it Chinatown? Some woman wanted to save money on her dentistry, so she went to a guy that was just kind of picked it up as a hobby. It was. And she ends up dying, so he just puts her outside near the curb.
Yep.
Just at the end of the day, did he at least put her in a toxic waste bag?
Hello, doctor. Yeah, I would like some caulk in my ass. Could you put some caulk in my ass?
It's old school lingo.
That old gag. Linger. Fucking 10 years.
Best boob
15 years.
Best boob jobs I've seen around the country are Dallas.
Dallas, every other girl has implants.
They got the teardrop shape down. After fucking them up around the country.
I love Dallas. Every girl has implants and a gun.
Yeah.
They're good?
Dude, and the amount of guys...
Most of the girls keep their guns in their glove compartments because it doesn't go with their outfit, but they have them.
Yeah, and they got a lot of guys there with like facelifts, which is just really bizarre. Yeah. That in Orange County, same thing. You'd see those guys with... It's just ridiculous.
You know who's fucking that country star with the Kenny Rogers there? What did he do?
He looks like a completely
What did he
person.
do to himself?
Did he get a facelift?
Oh, my God.
Like,
it's not even called a facelift.
A facelift to me would be if you
there you go. Second
pull
picture
back your face a little to get some wrinkles.
Well, there was a split screen.
He did something.
He looks like he committed a murder, and he's trying to, like, he's in the witness protection program.
Trying to skip town. He's on the lam.
Which one's the original?
Really?
Honestly.
To the left.
Yeah, where he still
looks...
to
the right, he looks more bizarre. Like, that's
I've seen worse pictures
That's
than
like
the
a
one on the
glamour
right.
shot of him.
I've seen them worse than the one on the right.
How old is Kenny? He looks the same as he did in 1978.
Well, that's what will happen if you get the facelifts and shit.
But
then they don't stop.
It
they
doesn't
keep
look
going.
right. Like that picture is taken at the perfect angle.
Yeah, then you get the Botox, so you have that laminated, shiny-looking face.
Can we find a better one of them? 'Cause I want to see a horrible shot of Kim.
Danny, is it true that Ice-T's wife has the ass implants, or is that natural shit?
Coco?
I don't think it's. I don't know much about her, but there's no way those things are
real.
I can't imagine for a white woman. No way.
You got to know.
No way.
No way, no
way,
how.
no how.
Not my chair,
Drinking
not
out
my
of cups.
problem.
Miss Balloon Ass.
I think Bill turned us on to that.
Yep.
Oh,
originally.
yeah.
Fucking Bill, one of the best things ever.
I could still fucking watch that and laugh. It's just, it's so fucking
That guy trying
funny.
to talk himself out of freaking out is a great.
Dude,
yeah, whatever. Yeah, right.
I better
yeah,
fist. I better fiddle-us. Darned. Pat a little kid in the background fucking going crazy. Not me. No way. Not once. Not never. No way. No way. What's this garbage?
What is this garbage? What's wrong with her ass? Like, what's going on there?
Well, a lot of people
She has
think
a lot of it.
It's like she's
a lot of people, including Danny, think that's like the hottest thing ever.
But it comes up
Danny
and over
Mars
her hips.
especially.
Like, her ass is going onto her sides. It looks like her ass is eating her.
Are you sure that's not
That's
real?
That's probably about like the absolute maximum I would allow.
Really?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Maximum
of meat.
pressure?
That's a lot of meat down there.
Who's that? That's nice,
That's
juicy.
Coco.
Yeah, that's Ice-T's
Ice-T's
wife.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Okay.
That's
wow.
a nice rump.
Wait,
Well, then he would
where's
like
the
to,
implants at?
Mhm.
It looks like it goes with the legs.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. Yeah,
She's
it
squatting or
no,
something.
it flows into the legs. It's that other girl there where she
I think
had,
that's natural.
It may
She
be
had
natural,
those,
yeah. She makes have a huge ass.
She's a big
she had
age.
Audrey Hepburn legs with a.
Karen Carpenter legs.
Jesus. Like the chickens that fall down because their legs can't support their breast meat. I know. I realize.
You had to take the punishment.
I was fucking trying to tie in the whole show at one dumb line.
I didn't hear what you said.
It's okay, Jimmy. I knew. I think I was going for more factual than a joke.
What did you say?
I don't remember now.
Oh.
Listen to the replay.
Oh, you know what? I didn't hear it either. Opie, say it again.
No,
I didn't hear it. Come on.
Jimmy is the pro of that. No, what'd you say? I didn't hear it. What?
Dr. Steve's on the line about butt implants, though.
Oh!
Dr. Steve.
Yes, I'm Dr. Steve. I specialize in putting cock in asses.
See,
Come on down for a 2-for-1 special of my own special injection.
It's good. Say special twice.
Special.
Yeah, stupid.
In special.
A 2-for-1 special. It's a special injection. Special period, comma. Boo.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, God damn, man.
Yeah.
That's where Dr. Steve gets his wine from drained ass pus. Ugh.
Yeah, he raids the hazard bags outside of fucking plastic surgery offices.
Goes right into the dumpster, does he?
Yeah, and he takes a rolling pin over the discarded ass cheeks.
And squeezes out some juice.
Yeah, and he fucking plays Italian music and think he's cultured. Fucking horrible fucking venom piss wine.
What a cunt.
What a vile beverage. It's not bad if you keep it around the house to fucking drink and start your lawnmower. But the fact that you would send that to people around a holiday and expect good cheer in return.
Right. And just because you put a fancy label on the bottle doesn't mean we don't know what the fuck's going on inside the bottle.
The nerve of you to put a fucking bow on that fucking Molotov cocktail.
You know how many times I've reached for his bottle of shit thinking it's a real bottle of wine because of that damn label he put on it?
Yeah.
You got one too, right?
Oh, yeah. It's in my wine, my little wine cellar
wait a
area.
minute. He
and
made
it's
a
the
bottle of
only
wine?
bottle
He
that
made his own
sits
wine.
there.
Yeah, and the labeling is amazing. You think you're in Napa Valley. You're ready to try out some
Did
real
he
nice
stomp on the
Cabernet.
grapes barefoot?
Cabernet, Jesus.
It was next to the sterno, and the sterno's gone.
Yeah.
That wine should be thrown into the back of a car in a Bronx Tale. Fucking drained zits. Have liquid zits.
This is a weird. Fucking horrible. Hey, is this snatch story true where the woman crashed her car? I saw it on Twitter, and now it's a news story.
Wait,
Is this real?
I don't know.
Hold
if it's
on,
real.
I'm finding it, man.
I would say yes.
Woman crashed her car, probably.
I'm just
Let me
saying yes.
see. Where is it?
I saw
the
hockey
butt
playing
shit.
Bears. What else is going to throw me
Oh,
today?
yeah. The PC police are at it again. I may not be an Irish girl, but I drink like one. You're not going to be seeing those shirts.
Yeah, somebody got upset at those shirts.
Let's see.
And then they tried to have them pulled from one of the stores, but the stores were sold out of the shirts.
That's hilarious.
It's like, you know, people obviously enjoy the shirts.
Wait a minute. After
Yeah,
customer...
some stereotypes, I don't know. I don't know what.
Irish broad, who cares?
Can you have like, I'm not Asian, but I drive like one?
Yeah, that's funny.
No,
great one.
that would be considered offensive. But there's something about drinking Irish is just funny.
But that wouldn't be, like, I would look at it, I'm not Asian, but I drive like one, and think that was funny. Like, who cares?
Oh,
Dude,
Christ.
hold
on. Let me read this. Because this is something we fucking hate. Drives us all nuts. So the store yanks the shirts.
My contract?
No kidding.
We're intelligent women.
I may not be an Irish girl, but I drink like one. Okay. After customer complaints, the retail chain, yanked the shirts. I was so livid, said Jacqueline Quinn, a 45-year-old fashion designer from Queens who spotted the shirt at a store. It's a teenage family store. I shopped there with my niece and my 9-year-old daughter.
So
what?
Exactly. Quinn said she's able. Oh, you gotta love this line. Ready? She's able to take a joke, but the shirt struck a nerve. Then you can't take a joke.
She was so upset she had to go home and drink half a bottle of whiskey.
or that she showed a photo of her toddler who'd been run down by a drunk driver. Oh, that makes sense. You know, all right, I can understand that.
Oh. Why are they listening to this bitch?
I don't know.
It takes a stereotype, and it's basically saying that all Irish people drink, she said. It's always related to alcohol. Why can't they quote Oscar Wilde? Why can't it be something positive? Because that's boring and not funny.
Exactly, you dumb hole.
It's hard to fit the potato famine into a T-shirt.
I might not be Irish, but I write like one.
Yeah,
exactly.
Wow.
I don't get it. Why?
Wow.
It's not accurate.
Get it? It's an Oscar Wilde. No, forget it.
I may not be Irish, but I shit in people's mouths. That'd be a great one. Has nothing to do with ethnicity.
I may not be Irish, but my food really sucks.
Yeah.
You know, I made that joke, and I realized halfway through it, I don't even know who Oscar Wilde is. I know the name. I'm like,
know who Jack Daniels is?
I threw it out. I was like, oh, God, is that an actor?
No, he wrote a quote or something. He was in prison. He did a quote.
I can't remember.
It said, my love is such that I dare not speak its name. It's true.
Old school.
Oh, I thought you were going with the. I thought you were going to.
Wait a minute. Jimmy's on.
I don't care if it's true or not.
Hold on. Let's work with this. No, Rodney.
Is he acting?
No, that is Oscar Wilde.
No, Rodney Dangerfield's love interest in Old School was quoting Oscar Wilde, right? Anyone?
When Oscar Wilde,
I think so too.
When Oscar Wilde was
I think it was that quote said correctly.
When Oscar Wilde was in prison, and I did a little time, so that's probably why I relate to him. He actually wrote, "My love is such that it dare not speak its name." And my problem is that my love doesn't have a name.
Ooh.
Oh.
So what do you do?
That's just lines I have to do today.
Yeah, I thought so.
It was?
Yeah. Fuck. See, he's good.
Damn it.
I'm not Irish, but I have a small cock. I may not be black, but I have a bad credit rating. There's plenty, see?
But more importantly, and thank you, Vincent Rochester looks like today, I think you're right. Oscar Wilde was a raving drunk, right? I think he might have even...
that would be hilarious.
I think he might have died of alcoholism, even.
He
like cirrhosis or
what do you got,
something
Kev,
like
on this?
He died. I think it was an ear infection or something that he got in prison, and he was actually thrown in prison for being gay.
Really?
Wow. It was he actually the old Marquis of Queensberry rules. The actual Marquis of Queensberry. He was actually his son was lovers with Oscar Wilde.
So that's the new shirt. I may not be Irish, but I take it in the shitter like one. If that's what she wants.
All right. Well,
he finishes in my ear.
All right. We'll play it your way.
I may not be Irish, but I'll fuck a glory hole like one.
Right, there you go.
Whatever you want, lady.
Whatever you need.
Whatever makes you and your shitty niece and fucking kid happy.
At home.
I hate when they say where they bring their children. I shop here. Who gives a fuck?
Really? We're living on this planet too. Can we, like Aunt brought to our attention a long time ago, adult entertainment. We're here too.
But the store's
not
the
everything has to be
a shirt in a store.
The children.
Where my children come to play with their toys.
Yeah, I swear to God, Mike, I didn't know it was going to be ethnic. That to me is the store's fault. They should have said, "Well, we're sorry you feel that way."
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
But there's
please go.
It ends with this. There's a strawberry store on 34th Street in Midtown. And a sales rep said the T-shirts weren't there because they're probably sold out
because people are buying the goddamn things.
So good. Maybe we can fight this.
Don't like them.
All right, here it is. A woman crashes car while shaving bikini area. Saw this on Twitter, and now it's a real story. So I guess
on Twatter. That was so bad.
What happened?
I got an even worse one. Oprah was, I made this joke to my girlfriend when Oprah was interviewing that woman who got her face ripped off.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, I go, where did she find her on No Facebook? That's a really bad joke if it wasn't just so offensive.
It's hilarious.
It shouldn't get
horribly funny, though.
No, it was one of those things where she was laughing, telling me I was going to hell, and I'm like, you're laughing too.
Yeah, you're laughing.
Yeah, we did 2 hours on that damn bitch, and we didn't come up with that. So right on, Bill.
What was her name? The lady who got her face bitten out.
Oh,
that's such
Is it
a great,
Virginia something?
That's a great setup line, and I don't have the punchline for that.
I know, really, exactly. Yes. That is a great setup, and just nothing
comes to mind.
Oh, Nash, Charlene Nash. That's fucking horrible video that was.
Another line you guys do
Seriously,
today?
it's not even remotely funny.
I said another line you gotta do today.
No, the fucking video of her is just...
It's terrible.
She shouldn't have lived, is what happened.
Yeah.
Did you go through that kind of trauma, you shouldn't live.
Yeah, you're not meant for an ape to eat your face for 45 minutes and take a break, come back and finish it.
There's also a joke there, but I'll leave it alone.
Oh, jeez. Hey, did you see that lady who, she got hammered and she went in and she tried to feed a bear and she lost two of her fingers?
Two of her
and
fingers.
this is what they said. They say the alcohol played a part in it, and it's like, no, it didn't. You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And then you drank. At no point, I never drank, and then like in the middle, I'm gonna go feed a bear.
Yeah.
Like,
I've never been that hammered where I'm going to go jump the barriers, stick my arm in a bear cage, and fucking try to feed him between your thumb and forefinger. Like she was holding something and gave it to her. Bit her thumb and pointer finger were clean off.
She was feeding through the
yeah. And then got half her middle finger bitten off, and then the top of the other one.
She's blaming alcoholism?
Dude, they're blaming like alcohol. That's like when somebody says something racist, they blame the alcohol.
Yeah,
it's like, no, dude, that's you.
I fucked a few pigs when I was drunk, but I never fed a bear.
Yeah, that's what you do. Some animal abuse.
Fucking setting up my own joke. I'm a fucking loser. A woman crashes car while shaving bikini area. A woman who shaved her bikini area while driving caused a car crash in Florida Keys, prompting police to issue fresh warnings about safe driving.
How would you need to warn it? Like that's an epidemic?
Yeah, that's just a one in a fucking
Well, you know what
zillion.
that means? Is she got so fucked up she couldn't pull her pants up, so the shaving cream and the razor there. She's like passed out.
What are you doing?
Oh, what the fuck?
Talking into his shoulder. Yeah, we got a woman shaving a twat here. We got a. Do they even have a number for that? We got a 1040.
Woman shaving her twat.
She actually needed to shave her twat so bad she told her husband to grab the wheel. You know that move?
Oh, really? So the husband was in there?
I guess so.
Where the hell is she going?
Because I was going to guess that she was cheating.
Yeah, she's on her way.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Megan, 37, crashed into another vehicle after giving her ex-husband the wheel as she shaved her private parts. Okay, so the ex-husband's in the car. She was driving to meet her boyfriend. With her ex-husband in the car.
Oh, the ex-husband.
And she was shaving her pussy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. That's a very healthy relationship situation.
That's what I'm saying. And they have to warn people that this might be an epidemic.
I got it. The reason why she divorced that guy was he was such a freak, and the only way he could get off was to watch her shave her twat. So she was trying to do it one more time because she felt bad that he had his alimony payments increased.
Or because he was such a non-man and he would never challenge her. She didn't respect him anymore. She's like, I'm going to go to my boyfriend's house. Like, why don't you shave in the car? I'll hold the wheel for you.
I got the wheel.
She had no respect for him.
That's the wheel.
That's how Jane Mansfield died.
Just shaving it, looking at him. This is what I'm going to give him.
Yeah.
I make it all nice and clean for him.
She put the hairs in a baggie and he'd smell them on the way home. What a cuck.
He is a cuck.
Why did I think I could out-creep Jimmy? He really just takes it to the whole other level.
Never. You're
a good boy.
She wanted to be ready for her visit. Yeah.
Nice and clean shave. Any injuries?
Oh, that's good. The day before the accident, she had been convicted and sentenced to 9 months of probation for DUI and driving with a suspended license. That's good.
We're all trying to figure out how can DUI.
Oh, I know. It's just
driving undies, something.
Yeah, it's always looking for the fucking punchline.
Yeah, there's not much there.
Forever searching, but yeah. Nothing quite there. No injuries? They didn't say if they were hurt?
No, but
you would think that would fuck a girl up there, a razor down there, and hit something.
The police guy there, whatever, one of the authorities, he's like, hey, my phone's been ringing off the hook all day, and I know there's a funny side to this, but it's also deadly serious.
Very serious.
This is a scary road, and a lot of bad wrecks are caused by dumb stuff like this. It's unbelievable.
Like that?
I'm really starting to believe this stuff only
Texting.
happens in the Keys.
There's been
Texting,
studies
maybe?
done that shaving your pussy is actually more dangerous than driving drunk.
Unbelievable.
That's how they're going to just make flying feel safe. You're more likely to be killed by a woman shaving a twat than you are to die in a plane crash, statistically.
Shit.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here. We got a meeting, actually, we got to get into.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's meeting
Shit.
day.
Hate meetings.
We got Bill Burr. You coming back, Bill? Are you in town? What are you doing?
Got that meeting tomorrow. No, but I got to do some crap tomorrow.
All right. Are you here all week?
No, I leave.
So this is it for us?
Aww.
Tell you what, if I leave, if my flight is late enough on Thursday,
All right,
I'll come
in
back.
and say hi.
Absolutely.
Let us
I
know
ain't
how
got
they
nothing better to do.
Let us know how it goes with the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$27.
And your
The
4
people love you,
months.
Bill. BillBurr.com for the podcast.
Yeah.
All right. And Jimmy's got Chicago this weekend.
Friday, Saturday. And, yes.
Chicago.
This is good from The Wire. I played Michael.
I can't believe it's the same guy. He's the 90210 guy now.
Oh, is he a 90210?
He's on the. I only saw a couple clips, but he's completely different. It's
Lunatic.
bizarre.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Yeah. All right, we're just battling.
Yes, we are.
All right,
What's wrong with that?
I didn't do the Roethlisberger stuff. Fuck.
Hey, I had a woman got kicked out of one of my shows, and she was such a control freak that she wanted to sue the club. She didn't want to pay, and they said, no, you ate and drank, you're paying. So she leaves, and like the next day, the Improv miraculously, even though the whole crowd cheered when she got kicked out, they got a letter from some woman in the crowd who 100% agreed with this woman and didn't agree with me at all.
Wow.
Can you believe that? I've never had anybody do that. That's what I wrote her back.
Great.
I wrote it back in all my years of dealing with drunks. All the deplorable behavior. I've never had one stoop to the level of impersonating an impartial member of the audience in an effort to justify their pathetic behavior and try to get me kicked out of a club. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I went parental on her.
That's great. You did.
Because they say, I don't think she should have been kicked out halfway through the show. It's like you were kicked out 50 minutes into an hour-long show. But how would you know? Because you weren't there at the end of it. Fucking
You were
idiot.
kicked out because you were the drunk lady.
Great.
Yeah.
I hate people that don't want to get booted out. It's like, you're not just laughing and having fun. You're fucking ruining the show.
Yeah. Come on, man. I paid to get... So did everyone else. You're wrecking their
that's what
time.
they don't understand, that they didn't come down there to listen to somebody tell them to shut the fuck up for
you. Yeah.
I was making it better.
Were you? Yeah, great.
Yeah.
God, I fucking hate that in clubs. Like, people don't know. Just shut the fuck up. Watch, laugh, have a good time.
That's no different than going to the movies. I'm done with the movies.
Blurt shit out. I've been done with the movies for years. Years. That's why I had to make a theater in my house.
Yeah.
I think I wanted to.
Yes.
I could have used that room for anything. I didn't want to. I had to. I want to see movies, but I don't want to go to the movies.
Yeah, no, it's horrible.
Terrible.
You had to.
I built a bar in my house. I want to go to bars. I don't want to go out to the bars. I don't like people.
It's even the worse in the summer, because half the people showing up is because they don't have air conditioning. They don't even give a shit about
what the movie is. Or it's a babysitter. It's just something like to fucking take little screaming kids to.
My favorite thing is when you can't take it anymore and you finally just go, you shut the fuck up, and they're like, you shut the fuck up.
Wow, we're there now.
That's great.
Now
And
we're
it's like,
there.
you've been talking I have been shutting the fuck up.
Yeah. Oh. One thing good, though, about texting. You don't get as much of the, hello, yeah, no, I'm at the movies.
You just have 75 flashlights
Lights
that are constant.
You just have glowing from people's laps.
Yeah, it's like a rave in the movie theater.
It beats the shit out of fucking people talking on the phone. There was nothing worse than, and then hearing people fucking talking.
You know what's even worse is right as the movie starts, someone sits down behind you and they brought in like a Thanksgiving dinner from McDonald's, and then they're actually courteous with it, so they try to open it slowly, which takes when you just open the fucking thing.
Yeah. That is the worst.
Dude, I fucked up so bad at a movie theater doing exactly that, where I was trying to carefully open up my thing, and it was taking forever. I had an older lady, probably about 60, rip it out of my hand and go, here. and hand it back to me. And you know what? Usually something like that would set me off where now we got a major problem, but it made me laugh that I'm like, you know what? You're right. You're right in this case.
Open the fucking thing.
But I was amazed. She just ripped it out of my hand.
Yeah, but if more people would laugh and realize that they're being an asshole, you know what I mean?
I forgot what it was, but it was something that was all... Why do they make all this food for the movies that are in these packaging that make so much noise?
Because they want you to have to go see the movie again. It's all a fucking conspiracy.
He does.
Popcorn is the loudest fucking thing to listen to people eat.
It sounds like termites.
And the fucking candy wrappers. Yeah. It takes forever to open that
It always tastes like shit, and it makes you sick to your stomach.
Yeah.
Like 5 handfuls in.
When I go to a crowded movie theater and everyone's getting into their snacks and opening their shit and eating their popcorn, I mean, the hair on the back of my neck, it drives me insane.
Do you guys have that shit out here now where they say it's IMAX, but it isn't, but they say it's IMAX quality?
Oh shit! Are they pulling that
now? They do that out there where it says IMAX, but they only have one IMAX theater. But I guess the screen is a little bit bigger than the older one. So, and they charge you all this extra money, and everybody walks in like, "This isn't a big screen. Where is it?"
Limax? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
IMAX quality.
You know, people hate what I do at the movies when I'm playing Boggle with a friend. People get really annoyed.
Boggle.
Not the best. Anything with loud dice would have been funny.
Yes, yeah. Trouble.
That's what I meant.
Pop-o-matic.
I meant trouble.
Pop a 6 and you move twice.
All right.
Makes your men around the track and try to send the others.
I meant trouble.
What is that one?
Trouble.
He knows all this.
That's what I meant.
Shit.
I said Boggle.
Trouble.
Yes,
Trouble. That's the name.
Stop showing off.
The brand new Milton Bradley game.
Stop.
It was brand new. That commercial.
1974.
A long time ago.
Trouble.
Jesus Christ.
It's awful.
That's back then. You could become a millionaire. You come up with a board game. Now you got to be like some tech genius.
Oh, I know.
To make any
you
sort of money.
You can just sit there and draw something on a piece of paper and make a board game, and you're fucking
couple of
wealthy
slides
beyond
and a
reason.
crazy clown.
Yeah.
Some dice.
If you roll a 6, you put your hat here and win. Oh, it's great.
Why are you guys...
Now you need fucking, knowledge of circuitry.
Yeah, you got to be better than Grand Theft Auto Part 9.
Trouble. It's a picture of an older man and a crying youngster on the Trouble.
Why you guys... Pop-o-matic is in a little pair of pants. You got to unzip it and push it.
It's an uncle tucking in a little nephew and the father looking in the bedroom. Trouble.
Hey, at some point you got to do an Uncle Paul where you have to talk about Ebbets Field on some level. That always just seemed like an Uncle Paul.
Like an Uncle Paul thing.
Yeah, from Ebbets Field.
I would always go to the ball game there. Have a hot dog, get to know somebody. Ebbets Field, back when I was your age, we didn't have all these goddamn blacks in the game.
Wow, Uncle Paul.
We didn't know you were...
I see another part of Uncle Paul.
They're all running fast. When I was young, it was all a bunch of older white people wearing their suits.
Yeah, people wore suits and ties to the ball game and their hats.
Sure, and you go to the bathroom, nobody would say nothing if there was a couple of you in the stall.
Wool suits.
No, they didn't have
Wool
the
suits in
piss
July.
troughs back then.
Yeah.
Piss troughs.
Yeah.
What the fuck was wrong with our ancestors?
Well, because first of all, they were day games, so half of those people were like, yeah, I'm not feeling good. When they were at work, and they would just go down to the ball game. You got to keep your hat on so they didn't catch you.
You think that's what
I'm not feeling good, see? I got the sniffles.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go home. I'm going to knock off for the day.
Take me out to the ball game, see?
I'll come in tomorrow. Put
Take
a little
me
more
out to-
elbow grease into my job.
Take me out to the crowd.
Yeah, buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks.
And a little Tommy gun in case somebody gets wise.
We saw Joe DiMaggio pop into a double play in Ebbets Field.
His awful Ebbets Field stories.
Yeah, you gotta and then you gotta be like, wow, that's something.
I went there one time, it was raining.
The whole story.
Roy Campanella.
Oh, Roy Campanella,
Roy,
sure. I remember him when his legs was good. He don't run so good no more. They made him stop playing when he was in the chair.
Yeah, huh?
Remember Robert Clemente?
Oh, yeah. Well, these are fascinating stories. You know, it's so good that the older people are here to continue those stories and tell them to the young so they could be passed
You
on.
gotta teach the young.
Generation to generation.
Yeah, you gotta teach them.
You gotta teach them, Uncle
Sure,
Paul?
you teach them not to steal.
And to keep their little mouths shut.
You gotta search them good. Get your fingers in there.
Oh, Jesus.
You gotta find out wherever they're gonna hide candy.
Oh, that's right.
Fucking Jimmy,
Make
man.
your fingers
All
wet.
right.
That's just my fault. I just wanted to hear him say Ebbets Field. That's all I wanted to hear.
Ebbets Field.
What is that a picture of, Dan,
What
with
about
the
the polo
straw
grounds?
hats?
You ever been to the polo grounds?
I never went to the polo grounds. I had a misunderstanding with a youngster. I thought that he was stealing one of the little baseball bats. So I took him into the men's room.
I bet.
Searched them.
Thank God Uncle Paul's out there making sure the kids are honest. Yeah.
Sure.
Back when Madison Square Garden was on, what, 50th and 9th? Is that what it was?
I think so. My grandfather used to take me into the circus. And he'd say, what do those elephant trunks remind you of? I'd say, big you-know-whats.
You know what?
All right. Let's call it a day. Bill, always a pleasure. Hopefully you come back Thursday. If not, we'll see you next time.
Okay, guys. Thanks.
Phoners. Yeah, Bill does the phoners for us, so you'll hear him again.
Phoners.
Good night.